Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to another fantastic, long, girthy, vein-visible edition of the Cultaholic Weekly Podcast. You're listening to Dulcet Tones of Matthew. He's joined by Wham the Jobber. That's a lovely shirt you're wearing there, Jack.
Thank you. It is a bit warm today as well, isn't it? It is hot today.
The returning, victorious...
Victorious.
Yes, hoping that lawsuit against Tesco's chicken.
I can't even do that, Matthew.
Can you not?
No.
Why not?
Do you want to know the full story?
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Oh,
Many people want to
where
know
have you
what
been?
happened exactly.
Story time with Ross, baby. Right, sit yourselves down.
Start drinking.
It was WrestleMania Backlash Sunday. That's how far ago we're going. And I had a letter through the door a couple of days before about Tesco Whoosh, which is a new service they do, which is basically Uber Eats, but they get you groceries instead. Okay. And it was a Sunday afternoon. There was Premier League football on. It was like 1:30 in the afternoon. I was like, I am a mug who pays for Sky Television. I don't want to miss the football. So let's get on Tesco Whoosh. Woo! It's a fantastic service. They delivered the food within 2 hours. It was all good. Had my weekly shop done. Included in that weekly shop was the little trays of like chicken breast pieces you get in the fridge section at Tesco.
For sandwiches and that.
For sandwiches.
So
and
these
that.
are the pre-cooked ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So I was being lazy. I was like, I'm gonna have the same meal every evening, so I can put the same chicken in, the same spinach in this wrap, and just have a chicken and spinach wrap, and we'll do that. And then I thought because I introduced spinach to my diet. You know, like baby spinach, like raw baby spinach. Just putting that in there. Never really ate that before. And I Googled that, and 2 websites said, if you eat too much of that, it has laxative properties. So I was like, oh, well, that's clearly what I've done there, isn't it? And then, so that was the Sunday I'd started, all the way through until the Thursday. My girlfriend messages, have you seen this article on Sky News' website? All these supermarkets have recalled all these products. It's slap bang in the middle of the Tesco one is all the chicken pieces I had eaten. I'd had 3 trays. So it was absolutely devastating. I just about made it through. Because the main issue with the office, that's why I've been off, is because between 21 men, when everyone's in, there's 2 toilets.
One's for, in our side, one's a girl's toilet.
One's right, yeah.
So there's like 10 of us upstairs in one toilet, yeah.
13, I think, actually.
Okay.
13 boys and Ashton.
Right. So it's a casino battle royal every time you use the toilet.
She gets her own toilet. The larger one.
Yeah. It's a nicer toilet, yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to take away her rights to have her own toilet, of course.
We could come next door. Like WrestleMania Backlash Monday, I came in and did my video. I was on the netty 13 times. Because after the 4th or 5th time, you start counting, don't you? Because it becomes a little bit of a game. I had to come next door for one of them. And Dan Hebel let me in. He was walking into the office, as if he was going to start a conversation. And I was just like, straight in the park, just didn't say a word.
And how was it? Was it like rabbit pellets or was it like
Why?
a grilled
No,
bloodbath?
I don't want to know that.
It was juicy.
Wow.
It was a viscous substance.
What a start of the podcast.
Just water for 5 days. And I was like, I'm going to have to do something here. Because we've all had a bit dicky tummy after food before.
Yeah.
But I've never had anything like that. So I got the 5th day, the Friday. And then I was like, I'm going to have to ring the doctors here. Ran the doctors. They just said, they put me out at the pharmacist. Because I ran 111.
Right.
And they were just like, oh, just let it pass. It'll be fine. So I was like, oh, that's good. So I got onto the GP, had an online consultation there. They were like, the earliest we can get you a stool sample kit is Monday. A full 7 days after it started. So by the time I did that, which by the way, Matthew, you put a bowl into your toilet. You do it in there. And then they give you a little tube about yay big. And on the screwy top, there's a little spade, like you're at the beach. You have to, and when your stool isn't solid, that's quite a long thing. And then he missed the entire second half of Newcastle versus Arsenal. Just sat there going. So by the time I got the results for that back, it obviously just passed through me.
I really thought for a second you'd refer to yourself as Newcastle versus Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought that was some sort of weird metaphor as well.
It was on the telly while I was doing it.
How appropriate.
By the time I got that back, they test for salmonella, one that begins with a C and a third one, which I can't remember either.
So actually was something like,
No. It came back clear because by the time the 7 days had passed, I clearly just got rid of it. So I went... Another week passes and I'm like, this is still not getting any better. I'm going to have to go back to the doctors here. It could be something more severe. And then the doctor was like, your insides will be that bruised. It's just a thing that'll pass. So 3 weeks and 4 days later, it finally just sort of stopped. So here we are.
So
bloody hell.
So there's multiple parties to blame here.
do you think the reason it lasted,
Much you won.
the reason that it was so severe for the first week or two was because you'd already eaten lots of the chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
That basically it. They were like,
Just recovering.
yeah. And then just because it had been so long, my insides were that buggered. It took a little while for it to get back to normal. He was like, if it's still going on in this was like last week, he was like, if it's still going on in 2 to 3 weeks' time, then come back to me because there's an issue. And he was sort of laughing when he was saying that. I was like, I've not been able to live. I had anniversary plans, couldn't do them. Couldn't make it through a meal for 3 weeks without having to just go and evacuate myself.
Have you
That's the right way to evacuate. Well done. Yeah.
have you been sick as well, like physically sick?
Not
as well?
physically, no vomit at all.
Right.
Just literally
Just
all.
that.
It was,
God, how interesting.
So I had started, the early hours of the Monday, WrestleMania Backlash Monday, and then lasted for 3 weeks and 4 days. So that's put me off ever buying anything like that ever again because,
I'm a bit wary of it now, like, after hearing
I mean,
that.
I've eaten it for years and never had any sort of issue.
But I'm sure the thing that people are going to bring up and ask, so yeah, if you did do that and you know it was from Tesco's and you have a receipt because it was an online delivery, if you contacted Tesco's about going, you gave me a free gift of salmonella with this.
I haven't because the first I've seen 2 different doctors at my GPs and they both said like, oh, we need the evidence there with the stool sample to do anything. And I didn't have
The evidence of what?
Of it being, but it had already gone by that
You'd
point.
already eaten it though.
No, but
the stool sample didn't have the evidence
Oh,
on
I
there.
thought you meant the chicken, right?
No.
Oh, so you couldn't get any.
It's because the NHS is at its arse at the moment. But God bless
like
the
you
NHS.
were for the past 3 weeks. Yeah.
And just by the time I'd done the stool sample, 7
get you
days
now.
had passed, and it had
Right.
all just been through me. So there's a lesson, everybody. Don't trust the fridge section at your local supermarché.
To make the NHS better, why don't we just make people pay for it? And then it'll give an I'm joking. Why don't we just prioritise the health industry?
Make it like Netflix.
And Pachidi guest starring on the podcast there.
He's actually not. It's actually not a Tory. I feel like I need to once in a while. I need to remind people that he isn't actually one.
You're so funny, Jack. That's why I love your warm presence
Honestly,
on these
on
podcasts.
mine and Owen's Twitch stream last night, someone gave bits and went, "Take your hat off, Jack." So I did. My hairline's not good, but for the purposes of bullying Pachidi, because Twitch hate him, they went, "Good hairline. Adam would be jealous of that." I'm like, what? And mine's not. In fairness, the hat hair had fused it down, so it looked like I had more of a fringe than I do. So I was actually, it was a flattering day for my hair, but the hatred for Adam, he's got a good hairline.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, he does. I
think. I hope.
No, he does. Yeah. He does.
If not, the poor get.
I think
But
he
Ross,
likes it, mate.
Yeah, he's a
must
masochist,
do.
yeah.
And he would love to have been what you've been through because he would have loved it.
Yeah, he
loves the
that.
abuse.
Believe me, you wouldn't. I've been in severe pain. I've not. It's been terrible. It was started off a joke because I was tweeting Tesco, and,
I remember,
and they were blanking me on Twitter. So that was all funny, and then 5-6 days passed, and I was crippling pain, like in the gut region, and just not being able to go anywhere or do anything without fear of. Yeah, it was just awful.
Because we've all been there at some point, as you said, food poisoning, but for it last that long.
I just had to be that week where I was going to strict, have the same square meal every day just to make sure I'm sticking to my calorie goal. And it had to be that week, didn't it? But there you go. I'm going to cook my chicken breast from now on.
Good.
All the time.
Burn it.
Yeah.
Chicken's
Not
scary.
like a
man.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a completely black charred. Oh, you sure there's no? They're done. They're done.
Well, allegedly, food standards here are going to go down the toilet. No pun
because of
intended. Because of
Brexit.
Brexit. So cheers if you voted for that. All the best.
Thanks, everyone.
Well, that's the good news of the podcast, I guess. Lots of negative wrestling news, but we'll get into that later on because, God, there's a lot of wrestling this week. But
last week, because of the Jubilee,
of course, yes.
we had Thursday and Friday off, so we had to do the podcast on Wednesday, and we were like, we'll just miss Dynamite, it'll probably be fine. And then it was like the most eventful Dynamite in ages, so yeah.
Hour 5 on the toilet, Ross shouted, "The curse strikes again!" Because more on AEW World Champion vacant later on. But another news, Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti got engaged. The two got engaged in Paris with an Eiffel Tower. The joke you're writing in your head is still less offensive than anything Sammy said recently.
With
so
an
good for
iPhone-
them.
What, in the background?
He had a
was it?
stiffy!
No, that's... Oh, never mind. You know what? I'm going to explain it. Lacey Evans
No,
has
no,
an Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
Lacey Evans moves back to doing SmackDown.
I think it's a sexual position.
Oh.
Is it?
I thought I knew that one.
Oh, well, how does
Yeah,
that
I
one go
know.
then, Matthew?
I don't know. Someone told me that joke.
Richard?
I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to move on, pretend ignorance.
Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, I've never done it, obviously, but...
Is that where...
Look, the
Yeah,
moment's
yeah,
gone
yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gone.
Anyway,
I thought we were like, hey, we all...
Yeah, but how could they do that with 2 people?
No, there needs to be 3. There
needs to be 3,
That was the
doesn't
joke.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Carry on,
It's
Matthew.
been a
come on.
long month.
Lacey Evans moved back. She moved from WWE SmackDown to Raw,
Matthew,
and now she's
no.
moved back to SmackDown.
How out of all of the news this week has that made your cut there? Lacey
I thought it
Evans
was
moved
funny.
back
She was moved to
Yeah,
Raw.
well.
She didn't make her debut appearance scrapped, so she got back to SmackDown. So she appeared on Raw without doing anything.
I guess
and then
so.
back to SmackDown,
She's gonna come out and wave and
where she'll still be a heel despite all evidence to the contrary. I think this time just put silly news now that's coming out
Yeah.
about WWE because sure that makes sense. Bryan Danielson may be dealing with injury. Wasn't specified exactly what the injury is, but if you follow online, Brian Alvarez stated
for the concussion, hasn't he? In the Anarchy in the arena match.
Oh,
but
that's not what you wanted to
Neither
find out.
AEW nor Danielson himself have confirmed.
Right, I was going to
the
say,
injury,
not to be confirmed, and it says it shouldn't be that serious, though. Also, Adam Cole is working injured when he defeated Samoa Joe to win that Owen Hart Foundation Cup. His shoulder was heavily taped throughout the contest.
His is a build-up of a lot of little minor injuries that have left him banged up, was the quote. Me and
That's
Tom
right.
did the video the other day. Oh, yeah.
good.
I've got a good memory, me.
Yeah, good.
And there's a third one, isn't there? Chicago-made punk.
the
That
screen.
Scorpio
the
Sky,
screen-
you're right, Ross. Is
It's
dealing with an
happening-
injury?
Sorry, Richard fixed it. The screen froze and I was like, it's happening again.
No, we were deep in thought.
Yeah, sorry.
So besides dealing with injury, he, quote, I went to last night's match with my knee bothering me. Unfortunately, in the opening minutes, I strained a muscle that goes from my knee up through my groin. My right leg was useless from then on. We still had a great match, though. Because he's
Wonderful.
very talented, Scorpio Sky.
A wonderful Rey Mysterio tribute there.
Yeah.
My knee.
Thank you, Ross. And that little CM Punk fella appears to have hurt his foot.
Did he do
gone.
it?
Yes, he did.
Did he do it?
Do you know what I'm about to say? Yeah. Did he do it when he dove into the crowd and clipped his foot on the barricade?
After
People
People have been breaking it down on Twitter like the Zapruder film. Like this is my
Have they really?
I saw people saying it on Twitter. I was like, I'll go back and watch it. And if you go back and watch it, he does the dive into the crowd. Doesn't quite make it, so he sort of bangs his leg on the
I reckon
barricade.
some man in 05.
And then when you watch him get back down off the barricade, he's hobbling.
Ooh, little limp.
And he gets back up on the stage, he's walking fine. And then when he's waiting for FTR to come out, he's sort of like looking down at his ankle going, oh God, I've hurt you. And he sort of just goes like that. And you're like, that's the moment he knew.
Oh, no.
And then you watch him gingerly walk down the ramp. It's definitely when he did the stage dive, 100%.
You think so?
What a silly Billy.
I didn't even notice that.
Silly
Oh,
Philly.
no.
Silly Billy.
Silly Philly.
Yeah.
Bless him.
I know.
Also, Cody Rhodes may be dealing with an injury, but we can't confirm press time.
It's just makeup.
Yeah.
These idiots believe in wrestling's real, right? It's all makeup. I follow Metro, right, the newspaper on Facebook, because some of the stories they put are fantastic. But every so often they put a wrestling one on there, and it's amazing how many old bald men just go, how can people believe this is real? It's clearly makeup. Then you watch the Pat McAfee podcast with his friend AJ, oh God, I've forgotten his name, the lovely square jaw fella.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Former American football player. He's like, oh yeah, I had the same injury, but mine had more blood in the forearm than Cody's did. Cody's, most of his is up there and on his tit, but his has more down there. It's amazing what happens to the body with certain injuries, isn't it?
Yes, it looks horrendous. So it might have been one of them ones like either Sport Bible or Joe.co, one of those Facebook ones that will, like Metro, occasionally do a wrestling story. And I saw one that was about the Hell in a Cell match, and it was like, couldn't even let him have it. It was like Cody Rhodes wins match after it's not real, but he wins wrestling match with torn pec.
The injury was real, but the match wasn't.
Yeah.
That's good, that. Terry Thatcher debuts in Pro Wrestling Noah. Hooray! This is a weird little thing just for I bring up because I'm happy for the guy because he always wanted to go to Japan. And allegedly, because he's so quiet about this himself and doesn't do interviews and anything like that about it, but the rumor was that he left the Dub to go to WWE because he realized that Japan just wasn't going to hire him or have him for anything because that was his dream. So I'm actually glad he managed to make it
Yes.
after doing bugger all with
And
WWE.
it caused a stir on Twitter as well. Everything does these days. Every news
Stir
story,
on
everyone
Twitter.
gets all partisan about it. People were saying stuff like, well, it's going to be bad, or why is everyone so excited? And then everyone else was going, shut up, he's really good. And it turned into a whole thing. And I was just like, there's no one got anything better to do.
It's boring, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sick of it.
Just you tweet anything about one promotion, and then people who don't watch that promotion or the wrestler or whatever just go back and say you're wrong.
But if you do that for AEW and WWE, who's doing it for no? Is it just all Japan fans?
No, I think this was more like the cool Twitter accounts that always slag people off and are funny about it.
What's a cool wrestling
I
Twitter
can't
account
think
for
of
you?
one, but I don't want to name any names in case
okay.
they weren't involved and in case they come for me because they are brutal.
Oh, yeah.
They are nasty, nasty pasties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, we hate them. Toni Storm reveals why she quit WWE. She had a lovely long interview with Patricia Arquette and says, they don't give a poo, so
Was
why
Patricia
should I?
Arquette?
Yeah, what do you?
I
Renee,
realised I said-
Renee Paquette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in Scream, wasn't she? Whoops. This isn't going to work. I know what's going to happen here. I'm just going to be sent back to catering again. I'm not going to succeed here. I can just see. I know they see me as a kid and I'm such a newbie, but I like to think I've been around wrestling long enough to know what's right and what's wrong for me. And what I like and what I don't like, I just didn't like it. I thought my whole purpose in life was to go to WWE, but then over time I realized it's just pro wrestling that I love. It's not a company that I love. I just love pro wrestling.
I mean, fair play to her.
Yeah, she just said, like, she's like, I'm just really unhappy here. Why should I stay unhappy? I'd just rather go away and be happy. She was like, have I been on the independent scene a bit too long? Maybe. She's just trying to find reasons for why she was. But I can see why, when you've had, like, painting your own picture for many years. You go somewhere else and then someone else is painting your picture with your paintbrush, why you would be unhappy.
Yeah. And she didn't...
You know, Ross, that was beautiful.
And I don't think she specifically brought up when her feud with Charlotte Flair became way she's got pied in the face. But
She did that in a previous interview. I can't remember who it was with, where in detail, I'm forgetting where I'm getting this from. What I was going to say, that was the second idea for her to get pie faced. They wanted her to be stripped down.
Yeah.
And I guess Charlotte Flair would be like, woo! And then Charlotte Flair would beat her on pay-per-view.
Just like me, Dad.
On that note, that is the news.
I've been doing a bit of that. I've filmed, it's been edited at the minute, but I'm doing my next weirdest episode soon. It's going out in the next few weeks. It's the Great American Bash 2000. So Flair's on that. All the Flares are on that.
Sting, Vampiro,
Aye.
Human Inferno match.
All the Flares.
Yeah, David versus Rick.
Yeah. But then Reed and Ashley get involved.
Oh, Flair in every corner.
Yeah.
Great.
And then
Tank Abbott versus Rick Steiner in the...
Tank and Rick versus Scott.
Oh.
In the Asylum.
Asylum, yeah.
I'll not waste too much. Chavo versus Disco. But left Lieutenant Loco against Disco Inferno.
Woo!
And
and then Jarrett and Nash.
Jarrett and Nash, the worst main event I've ever seen. I'm not going to spoil it. And my favourite one, actually, and I don't spend too long on it on the video itself, so I'll talk about it now, is Shane Douglas versus The Wall, brother, which is a best to three tables match. And The Wall's got terrible strategy. He's awful because he put Shane Douglas through two tables. It's like, he's 2-0 up. And then Shane Douglas lures him to a big ladder with three tables stacked up next to it. And The Wall follows him and gets put through all three tables. And on commentary, Shivani thinks it's only two. So he's like, good God, it's 2-2. And then the bell rings. He's like, It's an awful pay-per-view. So look forward to that. I've got my plug-in way too early. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm excited about it anyway.
That's all the people who stop watching round about now.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
That's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in last week's results in condescending order, Jack's Tuesday Conundrum.
No, I think you'll find I finished second, Matthew.
They've not been put in the right order. That's absolutely fair enough then. Yep. Sorry, in second place, Jack's Tuesday Conundrum. Remind us what that was.
I locked myself out of my flat for an hour.
That's right.
I had no Hall of Fame pick that week.
It wasn't really much of a conundrum, it has to be said.
It was a conundrum. Do I leave and try and go to Owens and get his key and come back, or do I wait there, wait it out? It was a conundrum.
It wasn't quite Sophie's choice, but I get it.
It was a conundrum.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers. The following advertisement has been paid for by the NWO. 20%. Thank you, Tom. In first place, I'm nicely surprised by this, Eddie Kingston and the Anarchy in the Arena match. Anarchy
Brewery.
Anarchy Skywalker.
Anarchy Castle. In the Arena match, 54%. Where Eddie Kingston coming out, the blood dripping on him and the oil can and the I'm going to get you. Oh, so good.
It was fun.
54%. Wow. What a lovely fan base we have.
Just like to issue an apology to Andrew's girlfriend because obviously last week, I've watched the footage back and I was a bit mean. So what happened was, the week before that,
bit sinister.
No, like 2 weeks ago, right, Andrew had nominated his girlfriend for the Hall of Fame, right? And, haven't you nominated your girlfriend for that? All right.
Yeah, she got in.
But my pick that week was so good that Andrew had wasted his chance and I beat her. And,
was that when you got hit in the bollocks?
Yeah. And then I celebrated the next week. I was like, get in, yeah. So I felt bad. And
It's like, in your face, girlfriend.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, so I'd just like to apologize to her now. Sorry.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic Christmas party. Showdown there.
Yeah.
Joanne versus Jack.
Look forward to your lump of coal. Anyway, so my pick for Hall of Fame, then I'll go first because I won. DJ, hit it. Does it actually work?
He's
it
actually,
did. Get in.
he's actually a DJ as
There's
well.
been so many, right? There's been so many cool things sent to me because of putting in the funny animals stuff over the
What have
years.
you done? Not another one.
It's time for another one. That's what we had wrestling last week. We can't have wrestling every week on the wrestling podcast.
Oh
What
my
are you talking
God,
about?
Richard, is it Polish as well? Is that a Polish word?
It certainly is.
Is that your
It's-
dad, Richard?
It's Richard's dad, Wojtek, the War Bear. We've had so many long boy ducks.
No, stop it. This isn't
Manky
Warhammer,
swans.
Matthew. This isn't Fantasy
This is better than
Land.
Warhammer. This is a bear. The famous war bear from Poland, Wojtek. Wojtek, in the spring of 1942, the newly formed Anders Army left the Soviet Union for Iran. Hakhtur, accompanied by thousands of Polish civilians who had been deported, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they found a bear and went, you know what our squad needs? Baby bear. Wojtek initially had problems swallowing and was fed condensed milk from an old vodka bottle. He was subsequently given fruit, marmalade, honey, and syrup, and was often rewarded with beer, which became his favourite drink. Whoa, like, get on, son. He later also enjoyed smoking or eating cigarettes.
What?
He's hardcore. He's
You're
hardcore.
advocating animal cruelty.
Yeah,
here,
they were
Matthew.
very cruel to this
Yeah.
bear.
As well as drinking coffee in the mornings.
No, he didn't like coffee in the mornings. They
We all
gave
do.
him coffee in the morning.
He had a t-shirt, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee. He also would sleep with the other soldiers if they were cold in the night. Bound chicka, bound,
this
bound.
poor bear, man.
What do
He
you mean- what do you
enjoyed-
mean sleep with them?
He enjoyed wrestling. I'm ignoring you. He enjoyed wrestling with the soldiers and was taught to salute when greeted.
It was taught to bump and feed.
H2 Drake was there. He became an attraction for soldiers and civilians alike and soon became an unofficial mascot to all the units stationed nearby. Private Wojtek. From Egypt, the Polish 2 Corps were reassigned to fight alongside the British 8th Army. Whoa, lads! In the Italian campaign. Regulations for British transport ship, which as they carried them in Italy, forbade mascot and pet animals. So they went, we're clever us, lads. Wojtek was officially drafted into the Polish army as a private. And this is amongst the soldiers of the 22nd Artillery Supply. As listed, supply of his own
Hang
paybook,
on.
rank.
Hang on.
That's not on.
Yes, sir, we promise you a great main event.
Some sort of guillotine joke here being applied to the bear.
Andre the Giant, WrestleMania. As listed soldier of his own paybook, rank, and serial number, he lived with the other men in tents or a special wooden crate, which transported by truck. During the Battle of Monte Cassino, Wojtek helped his unit to convey ammunition by carrying 100-pound crates of 25-pound artillery shells, never dropping any of them. The bear mimicked the soldiers. When he saw the men lifting crates, he copied them. Wojtek carried boxes that only required 4 men, which he was stacked with a truck out of the ammunition boxes. The service at Monte Cassino earned him promotion, the rank of corporal. In recognition of Wojtek's popularity, a depiction of a bear carrying an artillery shell was adopted. Official member there, and you could see. And all these tributes. Eventually lived his days in Edinburgh Zoo, chilling and probably even eating marmalade, and then he discarded cigarettes he would throw over the fences back then.
He retired?
Yeah, eventually
Oh, that's
retired,
nice,
happy.
that's
And there, again, lots of legacies and statues. How many monuments there are of this
Yeah.
lovely war bear?
That's
So
absolutely
there we go.
abhorrent.
So in
It's
this little
disgraceful.
expanded universe we've got going with the ducks.
That you've
and
got, that
and
you've got
That's
going.
right, that we've got. With
Have you
the
allowed-
Italian pie-stealing bears.
I want to point out.
We just
This
looked at-
man made a cameo.
There was a picture there of a bear being choked.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, look at that. That's not what I saw.
There it is there.
He's getting ready to do suplex.
It's like Hulk Hogan and what's he called? Richard Thingy? Another one he choked out and then dropped on his
Richie
head.
Belzer.
That's the one, yeah. Just
No,
like that.
no. As you can tell, he's setting up for a front suplex. Suplex, as they called him back then in the biz.
It's almost like a fisherman's one because he's got his arm around the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awful. That's abhorrent. Poor bear. At least he got to retire. I was worried he'd
They piped him full of coffee and cigarettes. Have you heard what you were saying?
Yeah, if you listen to the
Isn't it
words
great?
coming out of your mouth.
There you go, just to say that.
Who's he? A young Wojtek serving.
And then
He was fed cigarettes.
tell you
He
what,
grew up to be Hulk Hogan.
if they vote for him, poor
Wojtek was a
poor
big
Wojciech.
fan of tanning beds.
I thought you were gonna say, please vote for him because we feel so bad for him and he deserves it. But no, you were celebrating.
Yeah.
His career. His
Yeah, because
career.
that's what the other Polish soldiers were eating and drinking at the time. Sure,
Times
they
are
weren't eating
different,
marmalade
weren't
like Paddington Bear, but
Yeah, the past was crazy.
I bet the Jubilee, because of the CGI animal they had,
Oh,
Sit next to Paddington Bear. Am I right?
I
But
tuned in.
I'm sure the Queen Mother herself, HRH. It's all about the game and how you play it. Would be voting for that bear.
I tuned in to see if Diana Ross still had it.
Oh, she doesn't.
She was very quiet.
She was going to be my Hall of Fame pick because she was miming.
Oh, was she?
Was she?
man.
She is your Hall of Famer. She was
Oh,
going
no, she was going to be.
Oh, right. She wasn't miming.
She was miming.
Was she?
There's a couple of instances where there's one towards the end where she's got her hands in the air, but her mouth is closed, but she's still singing. And then there's a bit earlier on before that where she's sort of going like, but it's not going in the same time.
She's just done a line.
To be fair, I think she's 78, 79.
Oh, she's
I
some
mean,
age.
To be fair, that didn't stop our Rodney Stewart
He was-
getting up there,
Oh.
just having a fantastic.
That Sweet Caroline rendition was awful.
The BBC made him do it.
Apparently so, yeah.
I didn't see it because I am sick of that song.
I'm sick
Unless
of
it's
Rod.
a wedding.
I'm sick
What,
of Rod
national
Stewart.
anthem?
No.
Sweet Caroline.
But it's weird that got adopted as the.
All I could do was our anthem.
I've never thought of it as an English song. It's a very American song.
Yeah.
So I was a bit confused when we first adopted it for the England football team, but I mean, it's gone well. You sick of it?
Yeah.
To be fair, Rod is Scottish, isn't he, as well?
Oh, God, he is.
On his passport, so
Yeah.
no wonder he butchered the English national anthem.
I thought it was in revenge for them. You see that bit as well happened during Jubilee. They went, "Oh, the United Kingdom," and they showed the flags and they showed the Irish tricolour.
No, they didn't.
You have to be apologies. It's like,
Oh, dearie me. Well,
Wojtek, a proud Polish bear who
should-
helped serve his country and us
I should point out
by
that,
drinking alcohol and fighting people.
that a few weeks ago when Ross was off, Andrew nominated a Japanese cat that was a station master of a train station in Japan. And you took issue with this, saying the cat doesn't know what it's
It
doing.
wasn't though. It wasn't that a cat showed up and they were like, "All right, great, you're now a honorary station master." Wojtek served.
The cat attracted people to this station that was going to get closed because they wanted to see the cat.
Wojtek
Oh,
was
come
abused
on.
and beaten and
Yeah.
only picked up
Doing
those
and
things.
beaten?
He only picked up those
You
things
see
for
his
fear of
win-loss
his life.
record. Gold bear, they called him.
If he wasn't traumatized, Wojtek would not have been picking up the things he was picking up that four men could pick up. He would have been living a happy life as a bear.
We throwing them back. Aye, sick Tyrannus or whatever that thing is from whatever. Yeah, so that's mine. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Wojtek, we'll see. The people make their voices heard. If they love war bears and they hate like station master cats,
I mean,
we'll
yeah.
see. That's up for you guys to decide. But right now, who was second place? Jack.
Yeah.
Can you beat your conundrum from last week?
Yeah, possibly, but I don't know now that the bear's involved. But mine's any active wrestler apart from Hiroshi Tanahashi. That is my pick this
What?
week. Yeah, I just hate him. So I tweeted about. He's an awful man.
Wojtek, get your medals pressed.
So I tweeted about this jokingly, but a lot of people thought I was being serious. I
saw
annoyed
it.
Japanese
I
wrestling
saw it.
Twitter. And once again, I've annoyed Japanese wrestling Twitter. So basically, I said, I told this story in a tweet about how very fortunate enough to go to Wrestle Kingdom and that. Got very drunk the day before Wrestle Kingdom, so I was hungover in the Tokyo Dome itself. And it was a very long show, loads of great matches and stuff, but I was like not doing my best. And got to the end of the night, and it was Omega versus Tanahashi, and it was the one where Tanahashi won. And it was a brilliant match. Like, I'll happily admit, Tanahashi's a wonderful wrestler, right? Really good. But when he won, I was like, oh God, here it comes. And I wanted to leave because I felt drained, and we started videos to shoot, like reviews of the show and stuff. And it was 20 to 30 minutes of him pretending to play the guitar while the PA guy was like, and I just was like, we know you're not playing the frigging guitar, Tanahashi, mate.
Yeah, Dinah Ross.
I know. And now he's invaded AEW, and he's possibly got designs on that belt. And I honestly do think the more interesting decision would be for him to win the interim belt, not Moxley, as we'll talk about later on. I'm sure we'll get into all the ins and outs of it. And while my head thinks that's a great idea and I want it to happen, my heart wants anyone but that awful Tanahashi. He's not a babyface. He's a very naughty man. Yeah, that's right. Anyone but him.
Is this just because he doesn't play guitar?
No, I don't care if he actually plays. He might be able to actually play the guitar.
Well, someone clips this out and puts it on Twitter for people to get mad at. Hi, I'm Matthew Gregg,
also-
MAFFEWGRAWG.
I should point out, it
I'm
wasn't-
Ross on Wrestling.
There you go. Hi, how you doing? We love Tanahashi.
It wasn't just that he played air guitar while I was hungover and I wanted to get outside.
Uh-huh.
It was also because I think Rich will remember Sam by this point, because you could take your own drinks into the Tokyo Dome. You know how in football stadiums, like you can't drink within view of the pitch.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah.
they're very strict about alcohol. In here, you take your own cans in, they pour it into glasses for you. There you go. I enjoyed that.
Oh.
Sam took advantage of this. I wasn't drinking because I felt awful. Sam got progressively more drunk as the night went on. And when Sam's drunk, he loves a woo. He loves a shout. He loves to be loud. Ear-splittingly so. So does Ross. Ross doesn't even need to be drunk. He just likes it at wrestling shows. He loves doing a woo. And him and Sam, hey, remember you used to go, ow!
Oh, yeah.
And it was awful.
Bit different from a woo. We should
Say,
Right, sorry.
hang on.
It's a step above the woo.
Sam's keep wooing
Wooka.
and that, and you know, gets into a battle with some lad who wants Zack Sabre Jr. to win, and Sam's going, is she? And I'm like, oh my God, just stop. And then I'm trying to see if Tubman's just enjoying the show, he's having a very normal day. And then Tanahashi's win meant that I also lost the predictions contest and was going to have to get chopped off Henare, who, if you know him, big lad. And I was like, I know that's coming tomorrow. I know that I'm going to get chopped by this massive New Zealand rugby boy. And while I'm trying to let that sink in, Tanahashi's in the ring going, eh. So I just hate him. And I want anyone but Tanahashi to win not only the AEW interim title, but the Hall of Fame as well. There you go.
That's a lovely pick. Sadly, because you've mentioned New Japan for about 5 minutes, that bit will have to be cut out to make sure we get monetized. Ross.
Free Ibushi? No, I shouldn't. No.
Ross, what have you got?
Well, while I was away, I became better than all of the people in this room combined because I was verified on Twitter, right?
Oh, no!
Therefore, that means I'm more important. What I say means more than you and all of that sort of stuff. But I remember back in the day when Adam got verified, he was like, I unfollowed all the wrestlers and then followed them back again to see who would follow me back because of the blue tick. And I did this, but I didn't do this with your main rosters, your AEWs, your New Japans. I did this with the one I cared about.
Who was the one you cared about, Ross?
NXT 2.0. I unfollowed every single one of them I followed, and I followed them back. That's the only ones I did. And I'm pleased to report that 3 followed me back.
And who are the 3?
And these will be known as the real ones of NXT 2.0, and these are my Hall of Fame nominations this week.
Okay.
Go on.
I'll give them to you in ascending order in terms of their importance to me.
Ooh.
So in third, I think he was the second one who followed me, is the master of the run-in, Dante Chen.
Okay.
God's sake.
The master of the run-in, Dante
We've started
Chen.
off hard. Where's he been?
I don't know.
Ask a
Probably
DM him.
running in
Ask him.
somewhere.
Well, Zion Quinn beat him up. Still recovering.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
Oh,
that next
Solo
round, though.
Sikoa beat him up. Or did he beat up Solo? Anyway.
It's been a while anyway,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
still fantastic.
Dante
at runs.
Chen.
Secondly,
Yeah.
and the magic will always be with me via the spirit of a 1,000-year-old demon thing because Boa followed me.
Oh!
I am safe for life. But that's not
they follow
the
me.
most important one to me. And
Oh man, it was Boa. It was Boa who got beat up by Solo Sikoa. It wasn't even Dante Chen. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
but the most important one to me is Andre Chase.
Oh!
I have got
pumped up.
one of the 4 pillars of NXT 2.0 follows me on the Twitter machine now.
That is big.
I was gutted that. Oh, look at him following them now. Trying to get it
Is
back.
that what you're doing? Oh, you're...
Because I can exclusively reveal none of them follow me.
No, go on the NXT Twitter account and just follow them all. I was gutted that, you come Tuesdays and that didn't follow me back, but I'll take.
Why would he follow us?
I don't know. Do you reckon he knows?
Yeah, maybe.
He's obviously got to know about Come Tuesday being a thing, but
I don't know.
whether we are the originators.
He's still trying to figure out fire. I'm on the internet.
Just in the wood all by himself.
Where's Kyle? I miss Kyle.
Anyway, hi. The real ones of NXT 2.0 is my nomination this week.
Wow.
Andre Chase is a big one.
If they are over here, Cardiff weekend for some show, I don't know if there will be. I doubt it. But after that the mailbag question a few weeks ago, where the guy just went to the event and is Andre Chase U,
Oh, yeah.
I'll be sliding in saying,
Yeah.
watch out for me. I'll be in my Chase U shirt, which you can't buy in the UK at the moment. You only get it on the AmericanShop.com, which is a shame, but I'll willingly pay the fee to get it over. What's it called? The
P&P?
Shipping.
shipping thing. The
Overseas.
from America, we have to pay the thing at the border.
Oh, the customs tax.
the customs tax. I'll happily pay that to be a part of Chase U.
Shipping ain't easy.
No.
No, it's not.
That's
Wow.
good. That's big. That is good.
What a murderous row of Hall of Fame picks we have this week. To recap, Wojtek, the Polish war bear. I won't get that pronunciation right, by the way. Sorry, Polish people. Jack nominates every wrestler on the planet
Any active wrestler
Yeah.
but Hiroshi
apart
Tanahashi.
from Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah.
So even the bad ones are nominated by Jack. Ooh,
Any active
any
wrestler.
active bad wrestlers. Ooh, Jack, lots of bad
I thought
wrestlers
you meant
there.
morally bad.
Well, they're all morally bad. And Ross nominates, how can I put this?
The real
three-
ones of NXT.
The real ones of NXT 2.0. The ones that follow Ross on Twitter. Now that he has the power of verification.
Therefore, I am better than everyone here.
Yeah. Blue tick speeds by. Ross is the
It's
sausage.
pathetic, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
Of course it is.
Because I followed all these people before the blue tick, and now just because I've got a
Yeah.
blue tick,
I think
It's like the 24/7 title, though. Everyone's had it. It used to mean something.
I think verification is obviously
I'm happy for you.
useful for networking and
haven't
that.
got it.
But in terms of actually getting it, I gave up a long time ago because me and Ross, famously, I feel quite left behind now because me and Ross could never. We tried every method people gave us.
that was the 6th time I tried.
And then a few months ago, Fraser went to me and Ross. I know how. I've got myself verified. And we're like, you've got verified, fair play. Well, no, he promised this would work. And I still didn't want to do it because I didn't believe him. And he bullied me into doing it. And Ross did it as well. And it didn't work then.
This is my favourite new segment we've had in the last few months. It's Jack every week now will get insecure about Fraser publicly because of how talented that man is.
No, sorry, what's this narrative? Where have you made this up
Every
from?
week you'll be like, Fraser, man, he's just so good at everything.
No, I
He's
get angry at his youth, definitely.
Yeah, so
it's
he
more
is.
that. I'm not. Whoa.
I think Fraser
I'm
needs,
Jack the Jobber, mate.
needs to
Twitter doesn't think so.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Fraser needs to knock down a peg or two. He's too assured, is Fraser,
The arrogance of youth.
to be that young and that assured.
He did.
Oh, you're joining? Oh, it's the weekly bit.
I told a good joke on Twitter. I can't remember what it was, but I was proud of it.
okay.
Oh, it was this. It was the Skarmoan, the Skarmoan,
Yeah.
the wild Skarmoan, Sami Zayn. Fraser replied, "Pop me, not gonna lie, pop me NGL," and I was like, "You arrogant little man." Isn't that annoying? Isn't that annoying?
Just when anyone uses the wrestler vernacular who's not a wrestler. I know Fraser's
pop
training, but
me,
he's
not
not a
gonna
wrestler,
lie.
is he?
These kids today, they think they're about the
Oh,
business.
man.
He's not paid his dues.
He's been here 2 minutes, that man.
It was the flippant wording of it as well. Popped me, not gonna lie, as if he's surprised, as if he begrudgingly will admit, "You've made me laugh for once,
He
Jack."
was just scrolling down Twitter and got that and went,
Yeah.
had a reply.
Yeah, popped me, not gonna lie. Hey, man.
Bet he goes home and cooks his 5-star Michelin quality meal tonight.
Oh, yeah, I do get annoyed that he's great at cooking,
Discount
yeah.
alley at Tesco. Well, I remember asking, what's for tea tonight, Fraser? He's like, I don't know. I'm going to have to go down and get the yellow sticker stuff from Tesco. I was like, oh, bad times for you, eh? Go on his food Instagram later on. The rice is like the Teletubby house.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Oh, disgusting.
It's a good comparison. Those are the 3 picks for the Hall of Fame this week.
A very angry, combative Hall of Fame segment this week.
If you don't vote for any of them, you can, don't worry. Go to patreon.com/Cultaholic and place your bets now.
Wow.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
The longer than usual week in wrestling.
We're going to
because-
rattle through the first Dynamite.
Yeah, because obviously we did this a day earlier last week because of Sweet Caroline herself.
Yeah.
Last week's AEW Dynamite, subtitled by Jack. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. CM Punk teams with FTR to beat Max Caster and those ass boys and, himself.
Sesame Daddy!
That's it. Yeah, it's good, that, isn't it? Anyway, yeah.
How satisfying, eh?
Should do it 10
Great
more
purchase
times.
on the scissor in there, Matthew. Well
Yeah,
done.
That's good, isn't it? The winners go a promo afterwards and call out New Japan. They're entered by Tanahashi, Jack's favourite wrestler, and everybody is very excited, including Jack, who loves him.
He's got a lovely head of hair.
He does have a lovely head of hair.
Yeah.
That was one thing that stood up for me last week. That's it. That's all I've got.
Yep. MJF comes out and says he'd hate to embarrass Tony Khan in front of all the big executives watching tonight. He cuts a pipe bomb style promo of getting no respect, despite being the best thing in AEW. He accuses Tony of hoarding his money to pay washed up XWE guys who can't lace his boots. He tells Tony to fire him. His mic is cut. During the commercial break, Punk comes out and tries to talk with MJF, but he leaves through the crowd. Well, this was obviously the biggest thing about the show,
This
so I
has
have to talk
sunk in a
about
bit
this.
now,
'Cause
in the weeks in.
Yeah, he wasn't on this week's Dynamite.
No.
No.
And they started
He
taking him
pulled
out of
from
highlight
everything.
packages and stuff.
Allegedly.
There was an edict, or whatever that word is, to get him off all promotional stuff by the networks and that.
Yeah.
So,
Now-
or for the networks. And
I think Fightful and people like that are still like trying to explain that apparently this was it did still start off as a shoot. Just because it's now being used in a storyline doesn't necessarily mean that it was all a lie from the start.
I'm like, wait a minute. When we were unsure about this, when we're getting the crazy stories of MJF has bought a plane, plane ticket. MJF has no-showed the Q&A, the meetup that people have to pay genuine money for. MJF has not got on the plane. He just bought a ticket and all this. And that, I was like, wow, this is really exciting. This is real. Ooh. Then he had his match and then didn't get a single bit of offense and it was magnificent.
But I think that was meant to go.
I was
that
going to
way,
say, like what Ross said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got, what else would they
That's
do?
the story, yeah. Wardlow was going to batter him.
Thank you. But then as soon as he did this, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's maybe it was a lot of stuff based in reality. There was that report going about how he had that first year AEW salary, which was okay for what he was doing, but not obviously amazing. And then other people have come in since, and he's like, hey, I want that money. I'm not
I think he
highest
signed
ranked.
a second contract, didn't he? But it's still not as big as people who are on a similar level.
Yeah.
Or our former WWE guys.
Yeah, but now this has happened. It's like, oh, it's a work now.
It is work
And I was
now.
completely like, oh, well, all the nuance is gone. And
No, I enjoyed it. Did you
I'm
not?
glad you liked it. What do you like about it? We'll do.
I thought it was a great
point.
promo. I thought he delivered it well. The crowd responded to it well, especially the line about old WWE guys.
I don't think Tony Khan would have liked that, though.
Do you think he just
He
went
was
off
sat
script?
backstage there all going, oh, God, they're all agreeing with him. What have I done? What have I become? Now that I've betrayed.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Obviously, MJF's one of the biggest heels of going. Obviously, that's a stupid statement to make, but you don't want the heel getting cheers for saying stuff that go against the company, if that makes any
I
sense.
guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I think MJF's one of the best things about AEW. His promos usually deliver. They've got a point to it, build them on things. He's great with words and making things work and getting people to boo him or like him when he's in that area. This was... Look, it's hard to do something shocking when we've seen this already. And it's already shocking. Shocking that they tried to make it look like a genuine, real thing with the mic. It's like, it's not. He's on TV in the middle of the ring.
Oh, I don't think they
with
now
different
expect-
camera
yeah, of
cuts.
course.
He's shooting. It's like, wow, on TV for 5 minutes. Wow, that's a lot of shooting.
So by that logic, then was the original pipe bomb not exciting because it was on TV for 5 minutes?
That was done with CM Punk after a match I wasn't involved in, sitting on the ramp and making it a lot different and waving and
Yeah,
being
it's
like
on
that.
TV,
and then
though,
it ended the show.
If
This was like,
this would have been better
I'm
if
going
it
to
ended
shoot
the
right in
show.
the middle of the ring. Camera's going to zoom on me. Him saying you're a mark and all this. And again, the crowd loved it. Crowd like, ooh. I don't know what the point of this is.
I liked it.
I
still.
don't get
it's
this.
just like-
I'm so above. I'm so
Fair
past all these. I never hurt my opponents in the ring. Okay, great. Great, that's what I want to hear at a wrestling show. Wait, oh yeah, great. I never dropped them on their heads. You should. You want to be Wardlow on Sunday, you idiot.
They're going to bring Cornette in, aren't they?
No.
Be his manager.
I don't get what the
If-
point. I'm dead to it now.
I was
Whatever.
I was
Great.
about to say if they brought Cornette in, he'd have no credibility left, but he doesn't really.
He doesn't
have anymore,
yeah. Because he just basically took everything Cornette says on the weekly and just said it himself. That's what he did. But in a very good, it's one of the all-time promos, I'd say.
This one.
Yeah, I thought it was
big
great.
time. I thought it was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't care about the blurred line sort of stuff and if it's real, if it's not. It's very entertaining. And
I wasn't even entertained by it.
Well, you're
What,
not.
what did you like about him saying you suck and you only buy?
it's just the
XW?
fact he was getting
Why?
away with saying those things on the air.
Yeah.
It's that little bit in it. It's like, he shouldn't be allowed to
But
say
usually
that. but he
goes
is.
out and
Ooh.
says harsh things anyway. He's like, oh,
Not about the
Princess
company.
Diana, what you driving? He usually says those type of horribly offensive things
Not
on a
about
weekly
the
basis
company,
anyway.
Well,
Not about the company and about Tony Khan.
Which is why I wonder what the point of this is.
And
Like,
we could-
either they're going to ignore it or they're going to have
we'll
Tony
see.
Khan
it's
take on MJF.
No, it's definitely going somewhere. It's got to be.
Yeah, we're going to get TK versus MJF.
No,
Battle of the,
no.
battle of the
when
initial names.
Imagine he wins the belt at some point. Like, it'd be really good. I
Okay.
think
He could have won the belt fine without having to do this silly.
Well, fair. We've all got
bollocks.
To be fair, I quite like it that they've taken what was clearly a real situation, they've worked it out early that week before the Dynamite, and then they've turned it into something for
And
the TV
ruined
show.
it.
No.
I think it's fine. They've obviously worked out that whatever differences there were to a point,
Hmm.
and I think now they're doing everything they would do if it was real, but it's not real. So I
Yeah.
like taking them off all the promotional stuff.
But see, that's the thing. When places like Fightful seem to be like, oh, there's still stuff. How can
Sean
you say
Ross
that
Sapp
with a
knows.
show? How can you say that with a straight face now that he's been on TV saying this stuff?
Sean
No,
Ross
If it
Sapp
was a
doesn't-
genuine
No.
real thing, he wouldn't have been on TV.
No, that doesn't
so I mean,
mean
it's dead now.
No, Sean Ross Sapp
dead.
wasn't claiming that this was real. This
No,
promo.
but the reports are doing with this.
It's
Being
entire-
edicts to get rid of him and stuff like this.
It's possible that. Well, yeah, but I don't think that was reported as if it was because it because they're annoyed with MJF. I always just thought the point of that story was that they've done it to make the storyline more convincing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
That's what we're looking at. Fair
But-
enough. I could be wrong.
I don't know. Isn't it fun when we all disagree, though? Isn't it
I
fun?
think it's
It's
was
healthy.
Yeah, of course it is.
Come on,
mate.
lads.
I hate yous. Oh, but if WWE didn't. Miro is back. He takes on Johnny Elite. That's Morrison, not Gargano, obviously, and wins, obviously. Again, so great, isn't it? MJF comes out and goes, I hate you, you stupid company. Miro's like, I'm going to beat God.
Is this one that we want to linger on? I know that Miro's back and it's exciting. So we might as well talk about this one, I guess.
The promo was
Because we're trying to decide what to skip past in this
Oh,
one,
so,
I
well, this
suppose.
was just Miro comes back is awesome.
Aye.
Anything to say?
Just the promo was fantastic.
Yes.
He still got it.
I honestly
After
was-
all these years.
I was getting to the stage where I thought that maybe he just wasn't going to. Like, he's happy on Twitch and doing all this thing, but no.
He was a
Like,
policeman in a show, wasn't he, as well?
Oh, was
NCIS.
Was he?
Chuck Palumbo. That sounds like a nice show, doesn't it?
NCIS.
Chuck Palumbo. What we're looking for is a natural born thriller. Anyway, the Jericho Appreciation Society gloat about winning the Anarchy in the Arena match. They're entered by Eddie Kingston and William Regal, who demand blood and guts. Ooh. Eddie tries to fight the whole group and loses, but Jericho is sneak attacked by Ortiz, who cuts off some of his hair. Bloody hell. Jericho's furious and wants a hair versus hair match before blood and guts.
Jericho's losing that.
No, Ortiz is losing.
Losing
that.
his hair? Oh, the match. All right, yeah.
Because
sorry.
during the Anarchy in the Arena match, it was very noticeable. And I think Jericho might have seen that back and gone, yeah, maybe it's time.
Yeah.
But I don't like people having to go at him for his hair. He's bloody 52, is he? What's something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Done well to keep
I
it
think.
Exactly.
I think Ortiz is losing. You know.
Why?
I think he'd look badass without his hair, and it would grow back quickly because he's got loads of hair. But I just can't see Jericho losing to Ortiz. I've just boiled it down to that. I've used Occam's razor.
Well, they're all going to get
Rid
involved,
of
aren't
all
they?
the extra. What?
The BCC will get involved. Eddie
Yeah,
and
I
his
mean,
pals will get
there'll be
involved.
shenanigans, I guess.
The Jass will get involved.
I think Jericho losing his hair would be a monumental. It would totally change his image and everything. I don't think he'll do it. Even though you're right, it was very noticeable the last one.
You're right. It would be a bad image for a guy who called himself a wizard
But
to have a
then,
skinhead as well.
he is a wizard because he.
Grow the beard as well. He can come up with a big wizard wig on. Looking
Although-
like Thingy from
Yeah.
Wizards, the band from the 70s.
In
You
your,
wish it'd be Christmas every day, baby.
But on the point on Ross's side of the argument, though, Jericho does always like to reinvent himself, and it would lead to a new character, wouldn't it? So that is true. At the end of the match, right? He just did that, and it was all back. I was like, he is a wizard. What the hell? How's he done that?
Magic, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
amazing how because it was noticeable. I remember during lockdown, like the initial lockdown, there were certain matches he was having. You were like, it is going, Chris. You know, maybe it's time for a change. But then that gap between now and then,
Yeah.
he sort of figured a way of keeping it hidden.
He's
very
a wizard
well.
now.
yeah, it's a comb over. No?
Andrew hated the wizard thing, by the way.
Why?
I find it funny. I don't know.
I find it funny though.
Just hate it.
Also, do you remember
I've got
when
hay fever, lads.
it must have been during lockdown, Jericho took a photo of himself outside with a sign. It was like, hey, I'm at AEW, whatever. And he'd used MS
Oh,
Paint
yeah.
to
Yeah,
do
he
the
coloured in
bits
his
of-
hair.
Has he?
There was one picture where
mate.
he'd coloured in his hair. Yeah.
Anyway, get
You
ready
got to
for-
do what you got to do.
You do. Get ready for Bald and Guts there. The Young Bucks and...
By the way, that didn't have the same oomph as a War Games for me. I don't know to have a go at William
Yeah.
Regal
War
for his
Games is a
delivery
better
here.
word, isn't it, to say like that?
the Young Bucks and Ho Ho Ho,
Red
Dragon.
Dragon.
Red Dragon.
Team with is it Hikuleo?
Hikuleo.
Hikuleo, thank you. With the Bullet Club. This is because Adam Cole was
Hikuleo. Thank you.
Hikuleo was Adam Cole was injured, I guess, and he took his place. I
Yes.
think. They beat the team of Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, Christian Cage, and Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
Of course, Matt Hardy's hanging out with the dinosaurs.
I don't think we need to dwell on
Yep.
that. Was just a spotty match.
It was a
fun.
spotty match.
Yeah.
Nice little thing.
Very
and
fun.
Hikuleo
Hikuleo.
landed outside
nearly
the ring,
died.
bounced on his head. Everyone thought, "Oh my God, he's dead!" And they cut back, and he stood up like as if nothing had happened.
There must be something about 7 feet Goliaths doing that sort of maneuver
Yeah.
and getting up and being fine because that made me think of The Undertaker, that did.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 25. Similar situation on the top of the head.
yeah,
Got up, fine. Must be numb up there when you're that tall.
yeah. It's nothing but like mountain goats and clouds. Tony Schiavone introduces Athena, who was interrupted by Jade Cargill.
Gotta see her. Ding, 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 ding.
The baddies and Stokely Hathaway. Chris Statlander and Anna Jay come up to back up Athena, and referees arrive to separate the two sides. Ooh,
Yeah.
It happened. That's a thing that happens every week.
it did. Yep. Wardlow squashes JD Drake. His celebrations are interrupted by smart Mark Sterling, who issues Wardlow with a lawsuit on behalf of American security workers. Wardlow powerbombs one of Sterling's security guards. I don't think that'll help him in court.
No.
Nice little bit there.
Well, we'll talk about that more in the next
We will.
week's Dynamite. as it
Shocking
carried on.
developments on that front.
Ruby Soho and Tony Storm beat Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter in a tag match, but Hayter hits Ruby with the Owen Hart belt afterwards. The Owen Hart belt?
Yeah.
Owen Hart Foundation belt. Looks like a belt with Owen's face on it or something.
Well, it was
It's
the belt for winning the Owen Hart
It's like
tournament.
the Fiend belt, but with Owen's
No,
face.
I'm not having this, Matthew. I'm not having it. It is the Owen Hart belt.
Oh, sorry.
They won the Owen Hart
This-
tournament.
By the way, when I used to say that Jamie Hayter sells with her entire body, this is a match to watch where that'll make sense.
She got
Both-
OnlyFans. No, I'm so sorry. That was absolutely awful. I'm so
I mean, it was right
so
there.
sorry.
It was right there, Jack.
No,
When
no.
she's I think it
What
was
do you mean, Ross?
Ruby Soho does a big crossbody from the top rope to the floor, and Jamie Hayter jumps into her, even though she's flying from a great height. I think it was Ruby Soho.
Yes, that is. Yeah.
It's stuff like that is what I'm getting at. Not only fans.
She's very good.
That's my favourite moves, is her taking a crossbody.
Yeah,
a
she
weird
took
way.
a German at some point as well. I would think. Well, notes here, but incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely. John Moxley faces Daniel Garcia in an intense main event. Moxley wins despite attempted distraction from Jericho and says that they're having a bald and guts match. Count him in.
No,
it's
that's
so
a different
great.
match.
Highlight of
You
this
made
match.
it sound like the hair stipulations in the Blood and Guts match, but it's before.
Sorry, blood and guts and hair.
No. That's
it's so-
basically what Wojciech's made of, or whatever he was called.
Hey.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Chesney's name there. Wojtek.
Chesney.
Wojciech Chesney.
Oh, Chesney.
Yeah.
Former
Arsenal goalkeeper.
Oh.
Because he had a similar first name to the Bear, but not quite. So I got a bit confused there.
He's
That was
also
the Hall
Polish,
of
yeah.
Fame.
Oh.
Yeah.
No any Wojciechs there, Richard, in the family? No.
Fair enough.
Shame. The highlight of this, and probably the highlight of this AEW Dynamite, was Excalibur like, still to come on Rampage, and this proceeds to like 15 or so things at the same time that Moxie gives Garcia a front suplex onto some ring steps. He's like, and look at me, oh! And it stops sounding like the terms and conditions guy at the end of an advert just to say that. So
While we're here speaking about AEW, one of us who works here has received a DM from BBC's own Miranda. It's not actually the BBC Miranda, but this is someone called Miranda on Twitter who's DM'd one of us here. And they've said, tonight at the AEW event, one of the ring crew members we were chatting with told us coming at the end of July or beginning of August, the ring crews will be split up. Rampage crew will be with the Ring of Honor and Dynamite crew will stay with AEW. You may already know this or maybe useless information, but I thought I would share. Thanks for being so great from BBC's Miranda.
Well, thank you, Miranda.
thank you, BBC's Miranda.
No, it's not BBC's.
It's just a random
Thank you,
person.
Miranda.
So that's interesting because I never knew that.
Are
so
we
it looks
allowed
like-
to break that? I mean, the info's there.
We could put that there, and then if it is true, we can go, we broke it. And if it's not true, we can go,
I don't think I'm revealing the source too much by going, it's from Miranda. I'm sure there's going to be more than one Miranda.
They're going
on
to
social
interrogate
media.
every ring crew member now. Oh, God.
But there we go. It could be a case of maybe Rampage becomes Ring of Honor and then Dynamite is
That would
brand
mean
split.
that. I hope they do that because it will mean they finally figure out what's happened to the bloody Ring of Honor belt that was
Would
hanging
we
around
still
the
cover
place.
Ring of Honor if it went to just being Ring of Honor?
If it's in the place of
don't
AEW Rampage,
know.
then okay.
I guess so. I don't know. But then Impact fans will be like, well, now you're covering Ring of Honor.
I think Impact fans just settle the fact that they're just getting nothing.
Don't do hits here.
Sorry,
Impact
pal.
stuff.
But will Ring of Honor?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, strange. Strange.
SmackDown, the
By the way,
Who
I've got
brand.
a little prediction, by the way.
Oh, go on.
For at some point in the next year or two, I think they'll give the Ring of Honor belt to someone like Bryan Danielson, like an old Ring of Honor boy, who'll then do a bit of a nostalgia run with it. Maybe Punk, who knows? Ooh.
Take it out with Joe or
Yeah.
Adam Cole, I think.
I think Danielson's probably the best choice for
Yeah.
me. But yeah,
What a nice idea, Jack.
thank you.
Bobby Fish.
Or Bobby Fish.
That's the one.
The New Day and Drew McIntyre open the show. Drew announces that he wants to face
Wait, what was my funny caption? Sorry.
the Who brand.
Only the blue brand, but I've had it's not been a good week for the captions.
Okay.
Shout out to Michael Cole.
Hello, Michael Cole.
They they said on there that over 25 years he's only missed
did.
2 shows.
Wow.
And the fact that you believe that to be true without really checking into it just speaks volumes.
Wait,
to
yeah,
Michael
is
Cole.
that true?
Probably.
When does he go on holiday? When does he hang out with his wife?
Twice in his life.
What?
Yeah.
That's mad.
It's very impressive. Anyway, Drew announces he wants to face Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle, because the Castle's like round down the street
Yeah.
to the venue. While the New Day present him with the Big D kilt.
Blowjobs. Eh?
Yeah,
Blowjobs.
maybe later.
Eh?
But yeah, they're.
Says it.
Yeah, it's weird they do these bits with like they call me Big D. It's like, well, at first I'd go to, whoa, Drew, but no one's
Big D always goes in hard.
whoa, but no one in the crowd's reacting.
No one
'Cause
finds it all
Riddle
funny.
and Orton get to do those ha drugs things and people get it, but no one pops for these because the dialogue's not very good.
Well, I just look at Drew and think, it probably does have one. Yeah. But I don't care.
I think that's what the whole sword thing's been about.
It doesn't affect my life.
Yeah.
In the words of
At least I
Riddle,
hope it never will. I hope there'll never be.
in the words of Riddle, Drew McIntyre, prove it. Eh? Get some pics on the Twitter.
Big D.
Because speaking of pics, what pictures are Drew and Big E sending each other? Because that was another thing in this program.
Oh, that was the thing. I've been sending you pictures.
Yeah, pictures of what, Drew? Your massive cock.
I thought it was the implication, wasn't it? Big E's get better soon, Big E, or I'm gonna keep on sending you these.
To be fair, I could imagine Big E getting a dick pic from Drew McIntyre and just going like, then just carrying on with his day.
Again. They're entered by the Brawling Brutes, that's their name, who want a 6-man rematch, which they win after Woods is pinned by France's very own Booch.
I didn't know where you were going there. I forgot about that from a few weeks ago.
Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, they only ever get wins over Woods in the New Day, which is a shame. He's only the only ever one who gets pinned. Poor Woods.
But then he got all those victories over
He won King of the Ring.
Boot. I'm going to die every time.
Him and Booch have beaten each other quite a lot of times. Yeah. Always with roll-ups.
We have a go at SmackDown a fair bit for rematches, but I like the fact this is a rematch with a cause. Because I didn't see the full episode of SmackDown the week prior, but apparently there was a mystery partner and they weren't ready for that. So we're ready for this one.
That does make
I
sense.
like the Cody Seth. I like that.
I thought Butch.
Okay, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say Butch being Pete Dunne before he was Butch is a shame, because if Butch was just Butch and we didn't know about Pete Dunne, I think everyone would be more on board with Butch.
Yeah, it's just a disappointment now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
I
I
get
think
what you mean,
he's doing well as the gimmick. I know people might say it's a bit naff, but he's performing it well. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people are loving it,
Yeah.
particularly in a certain country in Europe.
Oh, yeah, he's over in France, yeah.
But another thing is Ridge Holland on a bit on the outside. Kofi Kingston, the move didn't quite go very well, and he dumped another member of the New Day awkwardly on the outside.
That's why they call him Botch.
They do. They're 2 for 2.
Watch out, Xavier. He's coming.
Like, God.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ridge.
Botch, Butch, and Bitch.
That should be the real name.
That's well,
I think who called
Xavier
him
Woods,
that?
wasn't it? In the
Xavier
promo?
Woods at
Yeah.
WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah.
Botch, Butch, and Bitch.
Decide amongst yourselves who's who. Backstage,
That means Sheamus is bitch.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sheamus isn't a bitch.
no,
He's a big, strong man.
he's a big, strong bitch.
yeah.
Backstage, Max Dupree, a.k.a.
No,
The Rock.
get it right now.
The Rock.
No. He's
The Rock.
The Rock's dead, right? He died when he left NXT 2.0, but just get the pronunciation of his name right.
I love this gimmick. Max Dupree.
Come on. I know you got a deep voice, but it'd be better than that.
Max Dupree.
Wait, what is it meant to be?
Max Dupree.
Oh,
Hey?
like Grand Prix. All right.
I wonder
Dupree.
I
Max
wonder
Dupree.
how he feels.
I think he'd be absolutely devastated. Because you look at his body, right? The years of hard work and sacrifice that's gone into sculpting that body. And he's got the charisma.
And the charisma and the wrestling.
Kavorka,
and
Kavorka,
yeah.
thank you.
now he's a manager who wears clothes.
Yeah. Now, it's like he's Neo in The Matrix and he's taken the red pill because he was in this fantasy land where everyone was cheering for him and it was happy.
Oh.
And now he's in the real world and unfortunately he's in a bad
Jack,
position.
that's too close.
What do you
I
mean?
like that.
Sorry.
It's exactly it. He was having such a good time.
Yeah.
The shed, the NXT shed, they went wild for him.
and then-
Now it's, hi, I've got an even newer name than the other new name you gave
Bruce
me.
Pritchard came along in a pair of sunglasses. Do you believe in fate?
do.
Max, why are you calling me that name?
He's still got it, though.
Yeah, you'll meet his first client next week.
But this is interesting,
Blah, blah,
right?
blah.
Because he said he's found a diamond in the rough, which is 2 possibilities for me.
Go on.
Aladdin.
No,
Oh.
Dick Golden Balls makes his return.
Which, who
Diamond
is
in
that
the-
again?
Taylor Rust.
Oh, Dick Gold. He was
No,
in
he's in
AEW
AEW.
now.
He was in. I know, but I'm saying he was called the Diamond in the Rough. That's what Stokely Hathaway used to call him.
God, imagine if he jumps back.
Or if you watch this week's NXT, who's been growing their hair out?
Chris Jarrett.
Roddy Strong.
Oh,
If Roddy
the
Strong-
diamond,
You see what I mean?
No.
diamond mine.
I mean, it's going to be
My
Mace.
first, yeah, I was gonna say, hang on.
Because that's who's been on the dark
Yeah.
segments.
Yeah.
But we can dream.
Look at you using logic.
Just
But,
don't know why
yeah.
you throw that diamond in the rough line in there. Because Mace isn't a diamond in the rough. He's a big stallion anime pervert.
Big stallion anime pervert.
That'll be his new name, new T-shirt. There we go. Jinder tells Shanky not to dance during his match. You know, that gimmick he's had for a week.
So why? Because I missed a couple of weeks ago.
We don't know. We don't know why Shanky's
Jinder was
dancing.
like, "Where's Shanky? Where's Shanky? What's that music coming?" And it's Shanky doing that. "Hey, we've got a match to go to. Stop dancing." And then he did that to.
It's really Teletubbies level.
It's a shame it's not 2012 because you think about the Harlem Skank.
Harlem
Shake.
Shake.
Shake?
Do the Harlem Shake.
The Harlem Skank is
Do the Harlem Shake, you skank.
What was the other one that was doing the rounds where everyone froze?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it was a
The
dance, but
mannequin,
just a
Gangnam
meme.
Style was about.
Yeah.
mannequin challenge.
Do the Shanky.
Do the Shanky. I don't know if it would take off as much as those
Nightclubs
ones.
in Sunderland when I was at uni would have been going radio rental doing the Shanky.
Yeah, you'd be getting shanked. That'd be great. He faces Humberto, and you'll never bloody guess what Shanky does, lads. Ooh, what? Let me continue reading so I can find out. Shanky's dancing distracts everyone, including the referee, but Jinder eventually wins with a roll-up. Shanky dances with the ring announcer, but Jinder is still annoyed. He does not approve of Shanky's
It helped
shanking.
him win.
I know, I don't see
Oh,
what
so-
Jinder's issue is here, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's not offensive in any way.
No.
Well, it might be offensive to some people, but
The ring announcer's into it, so it's not creepy for her.
thoughts were Ricochet as well. 'Cause that's his girlfriend.
Oh,
And she
right.
was
Not
dancing
for much longer,
dancing
Ross.
out with another man. Hey, the writing's on the wall there, Trevor. But
Imagine being someone as good looking as Ricochet, and then a 7'5" Indian bloke starts just wiggling his hips. He's class. I love the real Slim Shanky.
You can hear every bit of his muscles and joints going when he does that as well. Sounds like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
I couldn't help but think about Omos, me, because it happens to every big fella.
yeah.
I know it
eventually.
does, yeah.
And that Omos, I'd say Shanky is more lucid than Omos, is he?
He's more limber.
Limber.
I don't know, actually. Yeah.
So I can just,
They're both more mobile than Carly was.
yeah.
But did he ever dance, or was he just the playboy? He was
Oh, he
just
used to do that, didn't he?
Oh, I did.
All of the body.
Just swim. Yeah.
Could Viscera? He was the most mobile of all. Well, he was.
Oh, he
he
had
wasn't. He
snake
wasn't
hips.
as tall though. He wasn't as tall.
Viscera had some snake.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah,
Big
we saw
Show.
his hips in action. Yeah.
Big
Big
Show.
Show had his moments.
He certainly did.
Moonsault and all everything in his early
Yes,
days.
like the mythical moonsault.
The kipper, but he did hold the ropes.
Yep.
But still, did
The
it better
top
than
kick,
Anka.
top rope drop kick, the Halloween Havoc 98, where he just goes bang on his knees.
I know we always obviously say, like, just, let it play out. And I'm waiting for the moment when Jinder dances along with him and he just sees the light. The pop that'll happen in that arena. I think it'll spring the building to the floor.
It'll spread to him, and he won't be like, "Stop that dancing, Shanky! Stop! No!
Tear it for the boy.
Oh! No! That song." We get a 6-way match between Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Jyoti, Alia, Xia Li, and Raquel Rodriguez. Before we get the match, they show recap because we talked about this a few weeks ago. Shotzi locked Alia in the
locker room.
Yeah. And then like the next week that happened to the other person.
Yeah.
And what was it you said? People in the comments going, "I don't get this. Why this happened?" We were like,
Because
they said why
they
this
forgot
happened.
the week before. Yeah.
So they showed more recap. I
This
think.
is the
So
longest
clearly they do
running-
watch because you're verified on Twitter. They do watch the show now and go, yeah. So they showed some recap, and then yet again, Ali was shown locked in, going, "Hey!" So they showed the door from obviously looking at it, and then from inside there. So bang, 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 let me out, I'm locked in. So Pat McAfee went, "Oh no, Shotzi locked Alia and the cameraman in the backstage."
I thought I was watching the XFL from 2001.
Yeah.
Aye, being all dirty perverts and that.
Dirty pervert. So that happened, and then Natalya won the match. Making her the new number one contender. She has a stare down with Ronda Rousey.
I cannot believe
Now,
of the 6 ladies involved.
yeah.
Natalia is I'm flabbergasted.
I love that word.
Natalia seems like a lovely woman.
Yeah.
And she's been a great servant to the business for many years now, right? But
Lovely
she was
wrestler as well.
fantastic, all that. But she's the least interesting currently out of all those 6 women. to face Ronda Rousey. She was Ronda's first opponent after a match with Kurt Angle and Triple H and
She
Stephanie.
was Ronda's trainer, so I guess there's a bit of story there.
But we've seen it relatively recently.
They've had one singles match. I googled this on the cage match.
It would
was
have been-
December 2018 on Raw. Ronda won in 15 minutes and 41 seconds.
Oh, so they've not had a big match.
I really thought that was on pay-per-view, you know. Sorry.
I legitimately thought that was on.
I thought they had more than one as well. But it just turns out televised matches have had one.
All right.
I thought Shayna had murdered Alia during this matchup because Alia tucked her chin while taking that sideways spinny thingy. So I hope she's okay. But
Imagine Ronda versus Xia Li.
any of
the
the other
electricity.
Well, we've done Shayna versus.
Have Shayna versus Ronda.
That's a pay-per-view one.
I think
surely.
Shayna needs rebuilding for a bit first, then going against
That
Ronda.
would be
But we haven't had.
fresh,
I don't think that's
though.
ever happening. Bless
Now,
her.
who else we had? Raquel.
Raquel,
She had a
wonderful
good match with Ronda.
Probably a bit too soon to have
To be
another
fair,
one,
this
but
match did her well as well because she did all the work basically, and then Natalia stole it. Didn't she?
she's again really good in the ring. It's just the fact that is that Raquel?
No, she did a recent interview actually.
Did she?
Yeah, I wrote this article for the website. I can't remember who the source
What did
was.
she say?
Who she was on some podcast, and she said, "You never guess what? But back in NXT, they couldn't stop me from smiling. They had to try and get it out of me, and now and I love it. I'm such a happy person naturally. No, she was saying that she's naturally,
They've clearly told her to do it more.
Yeah,
No, it's not natural.
yeah.
She comes naturally
That's
to
a
her.
natural face.
She can't stop smiling. She loves it.
Off her face on LSD all day long.
Shanky can't stop dancing.
Yeah.
Raquel can't stop
SmackDown's a good
smiling.
Point that.
Tell
What are,
you
what
what.
are they putting in the water backstage?
Apart from like Roman, who's now not around as much, SmackDown's really gone downhill.
Yeah, funny thing right now with again the injury bug that's plaguing both sides.
Yeah.
It's okay. Roman Reigns is off for a bit. He's deed. He might be
Yeah.
back soon. We don't know.
Our second
what's
biggest
wrong with
name, Cody, is injured.
Yeah, so Cody who's supposed to replace him is now
What's
deed for a
Roman
bit.
doing?
Charlotte
Yeah,
Flair is now
I think he's
deed
just-
for a bit.
I think he's just realised he can take the piss.
They can't have just purposely made him part-time after giving him everything.
I think he's got
new
them over.
Brock?
I think he's got them over a barrel. Yeah, I think he's gone. Well, I want to be Brock.
Fair play to him.
Oh, aye.
I'm happy for him. And I have to actually make new people. Like Madcap Moss, who returned straight from the Mospital. He's all serious
Matthew
now.
loved the
He's,
Mospital.
dude,
He hasn't
again,
been
it
able
was
to
such a
stop
brutal
he hasn't been able to
segment.
stop talking
Oh
about
my
the
God,
Mospital.
He broke his leg. He hit him with the Andre the Giant statue. You know, that statue means so much. He's Pillmanized him. And he's like, get last direction, take him to the Mospital.
He loved it. He really loved that joke.
It is a top-tier pun, to be fair.
He returns, and now he's lost all those silly, funny bits where you tell jokes that no one was popping for anyway.
Oh, I was.
It's good
What?
when he's a
You
heel.
still-
You can't do that when you're the valiant
Sorry,
baby.
yeah, when he was a heel, I liked the bad
it's like
jokes.
good guy Elias going, it's great to be here.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
yeah.
really, it is. Oh, great. He wants a match with Happy Corbin, but Corbin interrupts and
Pop me,
turns
not
him
gonna
down.
lie. Pop me, not gonna lie. It's a bit of Fraser
I
Paul.
got that.
Tell you what, pop me large this did, where he just
What popped
called
you?
Corbin the human fedora rack. Get out of here, Corbin, you human fedora rack.
That's a thing
Hey,
human
who
beings
wrote that
say.
one?
That sounds like a Ronda Rousey promo line. It's too prepared. It's too. Yeah.
Adam Pearce disagrees and books a match between the two tonight, which Corbin wins via DQ very quickly after Moss hits him with a chair. He wraps it around Corbin's neck, but agents arrive to stop the attack, and then comes like, that was all right. I'll have to wrestle him down. He goes, no, you will. At Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And then he goes, are you sure? That was an all Raw show. He goes, no, I have one SmackDown show.
Yeah,
He goes,
what's happening there?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough then. The Usos retain their tag belts against Riddle and Nakamura after Roman Reigns' music plays to distract the challengers. It's revealed that Sami Zayn played the music and he comes out to celebrate with the Usos, but Riddle goes after them and has to be held back by the crew. Hey, are you ready? The Usos and Riddle and someone else, and obviously Roman Reigns' sneak appearance with music and Sami Zayn. Highlight of the show.
Someone else.
Again.
That's Shinsuke Nakamura. That's one of the three musketeers of New Japan. Alongside Tanahashi.
Go back to 2014.
Shibata.
Oh, he'll save WWE if they sign him.
Yeah.
Is that Sam Driver? What's that?
It's interesting that they do an injury angle here.
With
I thought,
Nakamura, yeah.
With the actual injuries happening actually. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think it's just like sacrificing these guys to make Riddle a bit higher so he can be the main event dude. Well,
Or
again,
he-
Randy Orton currently deed as
Or he
well.
can find a robust partner finally. So all these ones that keep getting crocked.
Can you believe that they're doing a storyline on TV where Riddle keeps on going through new partners?
Oh my goodness.
Surprised
me.
not being Damian
my
Priest.
Goodness me. Oh my, that was well thought out.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. You called him.
Pop me, not gonna lie.
I just thought of an awful. No, never mind. I was going to call him riddled. Just with
That wasn't that bad.
various diseases.
STIs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Baron Corbin?
God, I thought that was... Oh, yeah, The Rock made him all about... That was weird,
What
wasn't
was
it?
it? Garner? No. What was it? On the first SmackDown on Fox?
Oh, it was... Oh, damn it.
Stupid
I don't know.
turnip inbred.
But it works.
STI.
But it worked so well that they repeated it on Raw with Mrs. Little Balls. So
Oh, well, Garrett, that
yeah,
was.
all that
get
and
onto
more.
that.
Look forward to.
Brian
Fantastic.
Alvarez reporting that was really funny. Because Brian Alvarez goes, and he says, you have tiny... balls. Just the pause is like so long. And you see his mouth preparing for the B and
Yeah.
balls. He goes, balls.
Angry Alvarez is unmatched. But yeah, this was more just Operation Get Riddle Over.
Yeah.
And Sammy, to be fair.
And Sammy.
When he
I'm
was like
loving
Plank,
Sami
he
Zayn.
reminds me of Plankton. So he does,
I like
Sammy. Just doing
Yeah.
evil things in the background.
Tell you what, Plankton's an underrated SpongeBob character.
Plankton wearing a Bloodline t-shirt, but he's him, so it's just dragged all.
Also, the RKO Jimmy took off the top rope. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
he landed like that, didn't he?
Yeah, so he hit that one. Wait, hit the move. What was that? And then frog splash
Just like
because
a
he's down
ton
there.
of bricks.
Yeah, very good.
Wonderful.
AW Rampage. Hiroki Goto is the new AW World Champion.
He's got to be. He's the obvious pick.
Oh, I see. I remember what actually happened on the show. The Young Bucks beat the Lucha Brothers in a whatever. All right, just you know what? These four guys. Honestly, I've never seen. Always half-assed, don't they? Never in the ring.
I'm now starting, and I hope this doesn't annoy anybody. I'm starting to get sick of the formula of the modern day Young Bucks match.
Go on.
They've got so many finishes, and the Melter Driver will fail, or the pinfall will get broken up. Then they'll try the BT trigger, and then something go wrong. And then they do all the super kicks, and then another BT trigger, and then they win.
You
And
know,
I'm like,
I'm okay with that
Okay.
because it makes the people out there wrestling look like big deals, and Lucha Brothers are.
yeah,
big deals to
that's
me.
true. That's true.
Well, I'm sick with the Young Bucks. I think it's mostly them. I think there's some of the tag teams that do it in AEW as well. Is tag partner A, I'll put tag partner B over you. Whoa, let me just hold him here while you go up to the top rope, and I've tombstoned him. That every match.
Just let your partner go.
Yeah.
Just put him down gently.
Bonk. Ow, my head. Well, it's going to be better than me tombstone, yeah? Yeah, cheers, pal.
A couple of them were one of my three highlights of the match. The
Go on,
first
what was it?
highlight was Excalibur saying the line, "The perineum of Nick Jackson has been punished by Penta."
Whoa.
You might ask yourself what the perineum is.
What is the perineum?
It's the spot between the balls and the butthole.
I thought that was the notcher. Because it's not your balls, it's not your butthole.
Notch.
That's cheese, isn't it? Gnocchi. That's gnocchi.
My mate from...
Pasta, I think. Notch.
Pasta.
I think so.
Something.
My mate, he's from the north, and he says it's called the road to see him where he's from.
The road to see him.
Yeah.
That was him.
You know what? Let's
Go on,
carry
explain it, Matthew.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no. I'm
Seam's
I'm-
been refurbished now. It's a nice town. Just got to say.
I didn't call it this. This is what my friend
fair
had.
enough.
Road to see him.
Yeah.
It's got a big, is it an Aldi or something? Anyway.
It's got a big Aldi. Whoa, hey.
Is Seam,
They're booking a trip right
has
there.
Seam got a beach?
Yeah.
Because I watched the Geordie Blade. No, the Flying Blade. Alan Robson on the beach. telling ghost
Oh,
stories.
God.
There's a lad from Seam here many years ago.
Was that the one where he goes, and he was doing the beach one night for some lovely sex?
He basically.
Oh, God.
And his dad, the dad of the woman, got involved, and not in the sex, in the, in the thing of the man.
Alan Robson, I hate
What
him.
a- what
The
an
Flashing
episode.
Blade. That's the
Go on.
one.
The Flashing Blade.
Flashing Blade. Alan Robson.
One episode of AEW Rampage this was.
Sorry, the two other things were Nick doing a springboard dropkick, forcing Ray to give Penta a poison rana. Wonderful.
Nah.
No flaws in that. No flaws in that.
No, no.
Then you've got a
Yeah,
Phoenix.
you hate AEW now. You didn't like MJ's promo. You don't like these contrived spots.
You might as well stand up and do that and say I stand
That's
up
right.
doing it. And then Phoenix was doing a splash off the shoulders of Penta, and
Yeah.
then pinning Phoenix, allowing Penta to hit a destroyer off his back.
Oh.
It's just
that I like?
natural fighting. It's how it happens.
See, I'm all right again. It's so weird, isn't it? Oh, I'm happy with the lucha stuff, happy with the Canadian story and everything else like that. Oh, wait, he holds his tag partner so that you can do an accidental move to them. Oh, disgraceful behaviour, that.
I'm going to give that second one my move of the week.
Oh, baby.
Whoa.
just to spite you.
Oh, yeah, it's back.
That's fine.
Andrew had some kind of like big bussy moment of the week or something like that.
That sounds like him.
Yeah.
As in Bussy, as in...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It speaks volumes.
Saturday morning cartoon about a bus. His name's Bussy.
But he did
Hangs out
love...
with small bus
He
friends.
did love the, you know, the bit when it's a pay-per-view and we do the which match is going to be the best. Well, his noises
Oh,
were
I saw that.
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the second time he's done that. on the
Well, I
channel.
felt a little bit guilty because I think I'd encouraged that out of him and I felt bad about that.
He didn't need any encouraging.
He didn't need to desecrate our podcast like that and I felt bad.
That's our job.
He's very convinced at it, though, which would tell me he's had a lot of practice. Very convincing.
Yeah. Good match.
Joanna.
Oh, my God.
Hall of Fame.
I won't even hear this. Just barges in.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Get her name out your mouth.
God, that feels like a
He makes that
lifetime
noise
ago.
as he's like, oh.
That feels so long ago now.
Yeah. God.
God.
Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs beat an enhancement tag team very, very quickly. I think the Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers maybe went over time because they rushed this.
Oh, yeah.
Like the taxi was booked outside and they were ready. They were still putting their face on.
Did they also say they were undefeated for 544 days, or did I mishear that?
Who, the enhancement
Team
tag?
Taz.
Oh, Team Taz. Oh, that would be such a funny thing if a jobber comes in to like get squashed by someone and like, he's undefeated.
To be fair, there was that lad. Was it on SmackDown or was it on AEW where he won a battle royal, like a local battle royal with 100 people in to be the jobber? It might be a Pat McAfee thing.
That's funny.
I think it was a Pat
Oh,
McAfee
yeah,
thing.
yeah. That sounds vaguely rememberable.
Gunter, was it one of Gunter's early matches on SmackDown?
Maybe.
But I thought the finish of this, well, the only move in this match was a bit crap because your fella in the brown tights could have stopped the pin, but he had to be in position to get speared by Starks instead.
Yeah.
Ruined the match, it did.
I know.
But not the Bucks and the
If you're giving his mate a poison Frankenstein, you know, all right.
Yes, it would.
Despite the best efforts of Jade Cargill and Red Velvet, Athena beats Kira Hogan. She does. She looked all right.
Yeah,
I thought Kira Hogan looked better than Athena in this matchup.
Yeah.
Kira Hogan's really good. Yeah.
I didn't know she was. Well, first and foremost, I can't remember Athena being so damn sassy when in WWE.
Oh,
Doing all
really?
these like, oh yeah.
Oh.
These Michael McIntyre-esque head wiggles
Oh, no.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, she really reminds me of everyone.
I like when she came out and went, hello, Wembley.
I thought Hogan in the heel role, just how she was, the pacing. I'm going to try and sound all clever now, even though I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about.
You're doing a good job.
Pacing
Yep.
and the cavorka she applied her heel maneuvers with.
Yeah,
I thought it was
agree.
very,
I
very
agree.
good on her part.
Yeah.
That's good.
I thought she came off this match looking better than Athena did, which I don't think was.
That's interesting. Not seen anybody else say that, so but you stick by your
I'm a
convictions.
fire starter.
Fair enough.
Twisted Firestarter.
But I did like also Jade having doubt on her face for the first time ever.
That was nice.
Athena won, where she's
Yeah.
like, ooh.
Yes.
Yep.
Aye.
I think
you,
yes,
pal.
enjoying where this is going.
Yes.
A tearful CM Punk heads to the ring and admits he's injured and needs surgery. He does not admit that he did it doing a stage dive in the crowd to say hello, though. So he'll be taking some time off. Commentary reveal that an interim champion will be crowned. A process I will now flawlessly explain. Not be the notes down there, but yeah, let's see if
Off
I can
you
do
go.
it. Because again, there's one man to do this. It's the man who sounds like he's doing the thing at the very end of the advert. where it's,
Excalibur.
terms and conditions not apply. You must be over 18. So he is still the champion. To decide an interim champion, no Jericho. CM Punk is not. He's still the champion. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because Jericho's going, he's vacated the belt.
It's like, it's not vacated the belt. The interim championship will be decided. Part 1, the Battle Royal for this upcoming Dynamite, we'll talk about later on. Where that match will then wrestle John Moxley on the same show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where that match will go on to face Tanahashi, and that will,
No.
In the Japan side of it, there'll be a match
Dominion.
between.
It's Tanahashi versus Goto. Hence why I said Hiroki Goto will be the next AEW champion.
I forgot about that bit.
Why did you just take for granted that Goto's going to lose?
I think it's quite simple, mate. I know
Why
there's a
am I
lot to
thinking
it,
Hiroki Goto is going to lose?
Yeah, no, he's winning the whole thing. He's beating Punk.
The one guy who appeared beforehand and showed his magnificent hair and went, hi. Oh, Goto.
It's bait and switch. You've never heard of it. Come on. What were you
No,
saying, sorry?
Tony Khan's never heard of that.
I was just saying it's quite simple to me. You know, there's a fair bit to it, but you know,
Yeah.
the winner of
I
the
think
Battle
it-
Royal has
It was
a
the
match.
fact that they didn't
Part
have
of the
that
problem was-
explained slowly. AEW Rampage, I think, was just cursed. And the fact that I
Part
think
of
the
the-
first match went really long, so they had to get everything redone
Didn't they explain
quickly.
this during like the main event? They were like
Yeah,
scrambling
they
to
didn't,
like.
they couldn't just go, all right, lads, everyone settle down. It's like, hey, here's a match.
So Dominion's this weekend. Tanahashi will win, obviously. But then, after that, even though I've like slagged him off, obviously. In my brain, I do think it's best if Tanahashi shockingly wins the interim belt. I don't want Moxley to win it, I don't think. I think I want to see Tanahashi versus Punk.
I don't see how Tanahashi would be good, considering there's no value in him in AEW. He's made one appearance.
They can do a few video packages, Road 2s.
Or Moxley, who's very well established.
I think Tanahashi could be like the Inoki of the AEW title. He never really held it, but kind of did.
You have realised that you have also voted for everybody in
I've
the world of wrestling
I've
but
separated
him.
my head and my heart. I think that in my heart, I hate him, but in my watching wrestling brain, I'm like, he would be an interesting champion. So I don't know.
Interesting. Will you be watching Dominion?
Nah.
Didn't think you would.
Nobody seems to watch
New Japan's gone.
these days, yeah.
So you want
Aiden
to
Gibbons
actually
does.
win, but you don't
I
watch New
remember
Japan.
there was a period of time where you were looked down upon.
Yeah, I remember that
you were
period.
looked down upon for not watching New Japan. Now everyone doesn't watch it.
Well, it's really gone downhill. Yeah. The pandemic and the booking around that time really made it bad. Everyone blames Evil. Poor Evil. Evil won the belt. They all went, Evil. Yeah.
And then the main event, it's a Excalibur explanation, but when he's doing that, in the background, Scorpio Sky is beating Dante Martin to retain the TNT title, even though he's got a knackered leg.
Yes,
Well done, Scorpio
yeah,
Sky.
yeah.
Am I supposed to be booing or cheering you?
can't work
Past
it
the
out.
point of caring, but well done. Nice match.
I don't know if it was because of the knackered leg, but I did like the fact he was wrestling like a fella twice his size. To help the story of the match after that Lucha Bros and Young Bucks wank fest where old story was abandoned.
Yeah.
At the forbidden door where stories aren't allowed, just cool moves.
There was another.
Maybe that's the forbidden door, like stories.
There was another argument you missed about Matt versus Nick Jackson, who's the best actually in the office the other day or the other week.
Well, it's Nick, isn't
It's
it?
Matt, but me and Fraser was Team Matt, and then someone else was Team Nick, and I can't remember who.
Was there someone cool like Jack Atkins?
No, he's
Wait, what did Fraser say?
he's just tested negative now, but Atkins has had the vid, so he's been,
Oh, yeah,
he's been
he
at
got
home.
that, hasn't he?
Yeah. What, sorry?
What did Fraser say?
You agreed with me, I think. Because I prefer Matt because of the character work during matches, but he doesn't do as many flips. Granted, Can't remember what Fraser said.
Nick's more of a character. Nick's what they would call in the business a gimmick.
No, Matt's more.
He's
of
like-
Call him a gimmick.
Yeah, he's a gimmick. Pat Patterson apparently would call him a gimmick. That's what they call Magic Matt Lee, whatever his name is. These Daddy Magic.
Daddy Magic, Summertime Matt Lee.
Yeah, he's a gimmick.
Summertime. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. Summertime was my favorite one.
NXT in your house.
Can I go for a piss before we continue?
Can I also? Should we have a break now?
I'll have a break
We'll
now.
all go for one
If you want to keep
together.
the piss line in, Richard, so be it. Don't care. I need a piss. You need a piss, Matthew?
I do now.
If you need a piss at home, well, it doesn't matter. You can pause the video, can't you?
Yeah. aye.
No. We're giving you permission now.
Quick. Oh, ow.
Good. Ooh, you all right?
Sorry. Yeah.
Ah, good pissing. NXT
No,
in your
wait,
house.
no.
That makes it
I'm all-
sound like Jack's had a painful piss there.
I'm all. I'm all banged up now.
You're
Not
banged
only
up.
did I pull a stray hair out from underneath my hat, and when I re-entered the room, I banged my little arm on the door handle.
my little arm,
And it's
he
going to
says.
bruise. I'm like Cody Rhodes. Don't worry, I'll soldier on. I'll finish this podcast.
Oh, well done. What a trooper. NXT in your house. Yes, there was one this weekend. The
I
rise.
couldn't believe it, me. I didn't
I
know it
remember
was
you in
on
the chat
until-
going, is this the thing? It's like, yeah. The rise and fall of Elton Prince, our candle in the wind.
Yeah.
I like that. Tony D'Angelo and the henchmen beat Legado del Fantasma after using brass knucks. This means the Escobar and the stable will have to work for Tony's gang. Oh no, Spaghetti-O.
Now, early on, obviously the two leaders of the two factions, I'm going to sneeze in a second. Elephant. The two leaders of the two factions were the stars of the show, even if they did nothing. The stare down across the ring, it reminded me, it was very reminiscent of the build to WrestleMania 17 and The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. The levels of sexual tension there was off the
I thought you were going to
charts.
say the 1990 Royal Rumble with Hogan and Warrior. And the crowd just going wild.
Throw that in if you want to.
Snitsky and Heidenreich.
The crowd going mental made this all the more monumental of a match for me as well.
Yeah. I was surprised, but like, because they did the thing with the every multi-person match where they pause and then, yeah, let's all go at it, crowd. The NXT shed on fire.
There was on fire. In fuego, as a former commentator might have said back in the day.
It was okay, yeah. I'm not really raving over the feud, but they did do what they could do.
I think the right team won because I think that lends itself more to entertaining segments, which, by the way, we'll get into it later, but it let itself down on this week's NXT for me. It didn't go all the way.
I don't even think I mentioned it. I think I skipped through it. I skipped past it because it wasn't that. Not much happened.
No.
Yeah.
I'd mentioned the match that was involved and stuff, but yeah.
I thought the finish was very well put together.
Yes.
With the Nooks getting involved. And then Stacks getting KO'd and then falling right down into the pin position.
I nearly
Wonderful.
swore there and he went effing Stacks. just the mention of him, I was like, oh.
Toxic Attraction beat Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
The Cowie Girls.
Yes.
Cowie Girls retain their tag titles.
The Cowie Girls with their Cowie guys in the entrance there.
Yeah.
They had their glow sticks and their things wrapped around them like you're at a festival.
Yep.
Fantastic. I did like the tactics of the Cowie Girls early on. Just isolating poor old JC Jane,
Yeah.
who's no longer the other one in Toxic Attraction. She is bona fide JC Jane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I thought she was quite good in this match.
Yeah, she's pretty good. They still won. And I think that was probably the right decision, especially with the result of the match later on that we'll talk about with Mandy. So, yeah, I think that was fine.
There was a moment where they let themselves down, though, because why wasn't? And I had to ask around the office the other day, what was Katana Chance's name these days? Because I've forgotten completely. But it's Katana Chance, everybody.
It's Katana Chance.
They did their finish, and then she just sort of stood there, even though we all know JC Jane, the bona fide JC Jane, was going to come in and break the pinfall, but she didn't. And the finish was a bit weird as well, because the German was landed so high. I think the other Cowie Girl's shoulder sort of came up. Forgotten all their names.
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter. Her
I
shoulder
like the
sort of
Cowie
came
Girl.
up.
Yeah.
We are the Cowie Girls.
Oh.
Lovely Frankenstein off the top rope as well, which forced JC Jane, the bona fide JC Jane, to do a swanton bomb to Gigi Dolan.
It's a bona fide JC.
Because for the longest time, for me, there's been obviously Mandy is at the forefront, and then you had Gigi Dolan being like the crazy sidekick, the crazy hyena at the side there
Yeah.
from Lion King.
Yeah.
And then there's just been JC Jane, she sort of stood there, just the other one. But now she's the bona fide JC Jane in my books.
Fair enough.
Yeah. She's the
Star-making performance.
Fabian Eichner. Toxic
Oh, the
Attraction.
breakout. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the match, yeah.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes beats Cameron Grimes to win back the North American Championship with a little help from Trick Williams, which is a surprise
No, I knew this.
myself because I thought at this point Solo would be taking it from Grimes, but I guess they've gone, you know what, Solo's really popular. We don't want him being more popular than Cameron. Let's put it on good old Carmelo.
No, I thought I predicted this because I'm very clever, but also because they were really, really highlighting the whole, as soon as you beat Carmelo, I'm next in line. So it was Dakota. And I thought they're hammering that home too much. Something's going to go wrong. And to cement Solo as a face, they'd rather have him take the belt from a good guy than from a bad guy than a good guy, I guess.
I thought this match was the biggest example of your plants theory
Okay, why?
being incorrect.
Oh, no!
Because
he swerved him.
the
Oh, he
crickets,
did.
the crickets that could be heard when Cameron came down in his bastard rocket, by the way. If nothing's going to get a reaction for a rocket, I don't know what will. But there was no reaction for Cameron Grimes, and he's meant to be the baby face, is he not?
Yeah, that is a fair point. I feel like Gordon Ramsay when he goes like, that was incredible. Just thank you. The worst meal I've ever tasted.
I thought the match went a bit through the motions. I don't know what.
really?
I
You
just
think?
I wasn't
Oh,
feeling-
wait, I loved it.
Oh,
The
was
first
good.
3/4 of the match went through the motions. Then they picked up at the end there with Trick getting involved. But I wasn't feeling it.
I wonder why.
No, they did lots of like, aha, I know I'm going to go for that move. But I know you're going to go for that move. I always like that when you do that and it makes sense. And these two have had lots of matches the past few months. It was like, oh, and I thought the commentators did a good job for once. Wade Barrett stopped talking about, you know,
Bums. That's just
Stop doing that for a bit.
That's just
about the
reminded me
match.
of something that H.C. Drake says on his Desert Island Graps with Tom, because he said that when we had Stu over for WCPW, he was chatting to Drake, and he said something like, it was about how high the standard of wrestling's got these days in the ring. He was saying like, you've got to be an 8 or a 9 to get on a show now. And now I think, was he talking about quality of wrestling, or was he talking about attractiveness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None
Yes.
of these dirty fours.
Yeah. So, yeah, he toned down for a bit. I think he must have some trank put in him by the other commentator to actually point out, like, oh, he knows that move really well. I'll show you a few moves. I know the program later. Look.
I know 69 of them.
The funny number. Yeah. So I thought they did a good job there covering the action. And also, my little highlight was Cameron Grimes hits the reverse Frank on Hayes, and then Hayes takes it in this way where he takes the move, lands, but then pushed himself out the ring in one very fluid motion to get out, so Cameron Grimes can then do the move on top of it, to dive on the outside and look great. But just the once, twice, once through that, I was like, Bloody hell.
This is something I've noted on my notes for the match they have on the weekly NXT this week, because there's an instance where he gets the spot where he's holding the top rope and the guy pulls him up. He hits the opposite rope. How does this man do these things?
I don't know.
I know he's the A champ and all that malarkey, but
Magic.
that doesn't mean
I'm looking
he's a
forward.
wizard, is he?
I'm looking forward to the clash of styles we'll see between smooth Carmelo Hayes and hard-hitting Solo Sikoa. I think it'll be good.
Yep.
Good match.
What does Cameron Grimes do from here, though? I'm worried for the guy.
SmackDown.
Dragon.
Yeah. Well, what else is he going to do in NXT?
I mean, that's what I mean. I think he's done.
What's his
When,
new gimmick and name going to be?
I've just thought, because now that NXT is NXT 2.0, how long has it been like this for? Since last year? Since
Late summer, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. What did they do at the Royal Rumble? Did they still use NXT women? Because they never have enough women for the Women's Rumble.
I don't think they did they? Sure.
I thought they did. Wait,
I don't know.
don't quote me.
I can't even
You
remember.
throw me a curveball here,
As
Jack.
NXT gets more and more diminished, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, like they're not making it this big smarky wrestle fest
Yeah, they've
anymore.
changed their ideas, right? They changed
But now-
the purpose.
Now are they going to bring any NXT people? Did they not do it?
Ronda Rousey, free agent. Lita, Hall of Fame.
Mickey
Mighty Molly.
James.
Sarah Logan. Summer Rae. Alicia Fox.
Yeah,
Mickey
right,
James.
it was
the one with all of the
Cameron. Sonya Deville was a free
Right.
agent.
Cameron.
It was
Michelle-
all free agents.
Michelle McCool.
Cameron
Kelly
got a
Kelly.
wrestler hero, Alicia Fox, of course.
That's right.
Forgot about
And the
that.
men's one. Johnny Knoxville, Celebrity, Bad Bunny. Brock
yeah?
Lesnar.
Oh.
Shane McMahon.
Wow. Oh, yeah, Shane. Oh, yeah, that Rumble, man.
Happy 20th birthday to Declan McMahon
Oh, really? Wait,
at the start of
Wait.
WrestleMania 20.
one of those...
The baby
Hang
has
on.
grown up.
One of those little lads who was making their entrance with Shane when we were at WrestleMania is now 20.
Maybe.
That makes me feel sick.
That was 8
It
years
was
ago. 6 years
6 years
Six
ago.
years
So
ago.
he only had to be 14 then, which is probably...
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I saw a picture of
Wow.
young Richard. Show the people at home Declan McMahon, because he looks like a young Vince.
Oh,
you know the
no.
pictures when Vince is in the army.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Anyone will do. Any deck will do. Look at him. He's like a young Vince, isn't he?
Oh, he's got the
He has
McMahon
got
hair.
Vince's face. You're right.
Look
God.
at that. And if you go just type in young Vince McMahon, Richard, and put them side by side. If you
He's
can.
going to be... He's going
It looks
he's...
exact. Do you reckon Vince is the dad?
Oh, my God.
Look at that. No, next
Yeah.
one. The next one when he's in the arm. There you
Yeah,
go.
he
There you go.
does.
Look at that.
Yeah. I think we've found the heir to the WWE throne now.
It's like when, you see when Phil Foden posed with his kid after Man City won the league.
Oh, no, I can't
And the
remember.
kid is the spitting image of Vincent Company.
Oh, is he?
There's Vince before 7 with Wojtek. Quite frankly. Mandy Rose beats Wendy Chu to retain the
Good.
NXT Women's
The
Championship.
whimsical Wendy Chu, to give her a full name.
Wendy Chu gets a pre-match video package where she has a dream about winning the title, which I get why they did that, but it's like, okay, so she's not winning then.
I mean,
And guess what? She did.
Did you pick up on that? I don't want my voice there. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah. Well, why would they show that? If she's got that, they never do that.
well,
thought
she
it
also made the mistake of lifting the belt on the previous
Yep.
weekly show. Never do that.
Yeah. And,
the one who broke that rule was Jinder, who drove off with the WWE title out of a sunroof. And I was like, he's
great.
never, ever winning that.
It was so great because it was exactly the line. Oh, is it Reservoir Dogs? Hey, you beat me in a dream. You better wake up and apologize. That's what Mandy did.
Was that not Muhammad Ali?
Is it?
I don't know.
You know, it's one of those lines that's been around for so long.
Yeah,
it sounds like an
yeah,
Ali quote, actually.
Yeah.
I thought she was winning me after that entrance, because sometimes dreams do come true. And I mean, look at us sat here today.
Of course. Look at us.
I thought the entrance was up there. I think it's one of the entrances we'll speak about for years to come, like Michael's at WrestleMania and
Oh, yeah.
Wankles at WrestleMania.
the zip wire and that. It's just, I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I did
Michael's
like,
at WrestleMania 6.
After all that bollocks, I did like Mandy just turning into Harley Race for the early stages of the match. Just
Right.
battering her for no good
Mandy's
reason.
good now.
I know
I
she
enjoy
is.
watching Mandy.
It has
And
been
not
for
in a
while.
Wade Barrett way.
Oh, I love it too, Jack. Oh,
Don't role play as me in a conversation as Barrett talking to me. Feels weird.
Jack and now, and then later on, Jack. What else was good about this match? Wendy Chu, the character outside the ring, I don't care about. I want to fast forward. But when she is in the ring, she has got a decent style. to
How
her.
could you be a fan of Home Alone and then
How
not
could I
be
be
a
a-
fan of Wendy Chu?
She's emptied her ball bag all over Mandy Rose.
There. What what the second finest Wade Barrett impersonator on this desk just said there.
And
But
well,
she's got a with a water gun.
Jackie Orlando from next door is a big fan of Wendy Chu.
Jackie Orlando.
That's Jack Atkins' ring name.
Oh God, I forgot.
when he's a heel, that's his babyface ring name.
That's a
When-
SmackDown name,
When he's a
right?
heel,
Right.
he's Jackson Tradition. And then Aiden is the miracle child Aiden Givens. And Fraser is Matt Riley. Because
Baffling, that.
Because he told us one day and it floored the room. He went, "Oh yeah, well, we're talking about what we'd name our creator wrestlers," and he was like, "Did you use your real name or did you make up like a?" And that's where like all these ones came from. And then Fraser was like, "Oh, mine was always Matt Riley." And we're like, Matt Riley.
Riley.
He liked when the commentators said the name, like your name, but they never had Fraser in the database.
Oh,
So he went for
okay.
Matt Riley.
I've started my rise on 2K.
Have you?
With Rossi Sweetness. Oh, to give him his full title, The Tool, Rossi
Rossi Sweetness. I
R-O-S-S-I.
thought you just misspoke and it was Rossi Sweetness, but it's Ross.
Bit of a
Rossi Sweetness.
Bit of Italian in there, Italian stallion, like Valentino or Giuseppe.
Or NXT 2.0.
Yeah, I thought the bit with going back to the match though, the more important bit what we're here for, the bit with the body pillow. I thought I was inspired, both in terms of Wendy Chu using it as a distraction device and Harley Race ripping it apart and throwing it away.
It was an entertaining.
Oh my God.
You know what? It was an entertaining match.
Was it Wade or was it Vic who would, when Wendy takes the straps sleeves down and like Jerry the King Lawler, the straps are coming down. Which commentator said that?
I don't know.
Because in the words of Fraser Poitier, that popped me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie on the stroke here. I thought it was a good little match with a nice story told.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
And Wendy Chu is great.
I'm glad. I'm glad that Mandy overcame Wendy Chu because I really felt like Mandy was the hero of the piece. I didn't want her to lose to this prankster. She's a serious wrestler now. Isn't she?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, she is.
And despite Roddy Strong threatening to kick them out of the Diamond Mine if they lose, the Creed brothers beat Pretty Deadly to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions.
Right, when that stipulation got introduced, or that little promise from Roddy, I thought that meant they were definitely losing. I was swerved. Fair enough.
And the dad was in the front row.
Oh yeah.
Never a good
yeah.
sign. They've overcame so much there.
Look at
the
you,
Creeds have.
Mustafa. Get on to you later on. Yeah.
I guess this was always the plan if MSK had still been around.
was
The
gonna say,
Creeds were going
yeah,
to beat
just-
them, weren't they? Yeah.
And Vince did a good job of getting around that fact because it's just like, hey, here's a new team. Just
Yeah.
distract. Here's Pretty Deadly. They're from England. And
They were like Roman army.
and Barrett's just like, whoa. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, isn't it? Whoa, hey, don't get me them the pound. Know what I mean? And yeah, the Creed brothers, I think they're great. NXT
Yes.
had a weird little build-up where they won. They lost to Viking Raiders.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
They lost because Roddy tried to help them.
Yes. And then
Or
it's
then
like,
they
and then Roddy's
won
like,
because
okay,
Roddy-
you guys stink
Or did they
because of
win
me.
because Roddy
So
helped?
now you're gonna take these guys on. If you don't, then you're out. And they won. They bloody won.
I still think
Beck
there's gonna
Magnificent
be-
shooting star press.
I still think there's going to be issues. This hasn't solved all the issues in the Diamond Mine.
Oh, we'll get on
Well,
that
yeah, as we
later.
say, we're on that.
Well,
You are
yeah.
quite right. I like the Creed brothers. This was the most logical thing that happened. I was happy with this, Ross. What about yourself?
Pretty Deadly are crap, right?
Whoa,
But not,
whoa.
not in a they are crap in wrestling way. They're crap in a naff way, but that's a good thing.
Yes.
If
Okay,
that makes
yeah,
any
yeah.
sense. Their offense is like the offense they do, is basic. The yeah boy, yes boy. It's naff, but it's a good naff.
Yes, boy.
Yeah.
It's what you want from a heel. I think they're fantastic,
Yeah,
but
same.
also crap.
And Spilled Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a good name.
It's a good finisher, though. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
It's like the heart attack, but different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I have whenever I see
No,
you,
no,
love. Wade, calm down.
But I thought that the finish as well with Brutus windmilling those fools was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what to say there. The Brutus bomb is also good.
Yes.
And it's so weird as well because I keep calling them the Creed brothers and I forget, it's Brutus and Julius celebrate together. I'm like, oh, here we go.
It's going to come soon.
Yeah.
I like how they debuted the big finish as well with the
Yeah.
shooting star press. That's
Yeah.
how you do a Brock Lesnar.
That's how you do
Absolutely.
Brock.
Yeah. Pussy.
And that was
That just came out of absolutely nowhere. Oh, dear.
and that was the main event of the show in a special dark match between the crowd. Braun Breaker managed to not get DQ'd, beat Joe Gacy the main event to retain the NXT title. At one point, Casey tries the Eddie Guerrero chair spot, but a second referee arrives to make sure Breakker isn't DQ'd.
No, I don't like that.
Why
Because
not?
that needs to happen all the time or never. We can't pick and choose little moments like that.
I would usually be agreeing with you, but because I'm like, oh, can we just end this feud and get over with? And that happened, my heart stopped and went, oh no, oh no. And then I was like, referee went, hey, that's not true. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, okay. It was completely unbelievable because it would imply that there was actually people willingly watching this match backstage, but I'll go with that. But then he turned around into a small package, and I'm like, oh no, this is gonna... Oh, okay. So I'll
the
give
feud's
them
actually been effective for you then. It's got you invested.
those 2 bits, yeah. The rest of it, you won. I'm like, oh, okay, great,
Got
it's
invested
over.
because of
I'm
how
not
good
invested.
a heel Gacy is.
That's not
You
what I
really
said.
No, you didn't
No,
want to
no,
win the belt.
no,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no.
worked on you.
No.
I don't like wishing ill on wrestlers, right?
Oh no.
This is a great way to start a
Start a
sentence.
At the end of the day, what they're doing is just entertainment, innit? But whoever scripted that promo Gacy did, I don't know when it was during this pay-per-view, but when he's laughing like, I wanted to punch something.
Yeah.
I had nothing around me
So
at
it's
the time
worked
to
on
punch.
you as well.
No, but
No one wanted Gacy
Stop
to
it,
win
Joe.
this.
At
He's
the
the
early-
honky tonk man.
Do you remember after
We are immune to propaganda, right? Shut up.
Do you remember when the initial novelty of NXT 2.0 wore off in the winter, the deep winter? That's what this reminded me of. It wasn't the whimsical nature of the fantastic, wonderful land that is NXT 2.0.
Yep.
That was back to those days, that promo, and I hope it never happens again.
Yeah.
You've already separated the short history of NXT 2.0 into eras in your
Oh
head.
yeah, there was the
Wow.
novelty age.
Is this the hybrid
Then
age
there
at
was
the
the
minute?
deep in. Yeah, this is the hybrid age.
Yeah.
The deep winter. Then we've picked back up again.
When he was Wokey Wokington, Joe Gacy, and now he's cult leader, office worker Joe
He had,
Gacy.
he had a huge cult, and now he's got 2 blokes. Well,
Because he lost.
Oh, they all went, oh.
Yeah, it must
he
have been part
wearing?
of a losing team.
What's he wearing a cape for as well? What does he need a cape for?
He's such an effective heel. Look at his.
Shut up.
He's a
No.
twisted Joe Gacy.
You're right, I hate him. You're right, yeah. Well done. But yeah, and again, this is taking Bron Breakker's career back like months compared to what it was beforehand. Because
galvanised
it's
his
forced
reign.
Bron Breakker to do these segments where it's like, oh, look, it's a video, it's a photo of my dad. Me and my dad. I wasn't there, though, because he was in Japan. All right. And then like, I better get DQ. And I like the Christian Randy Orton feud where Randy Orton kept on getting disqualified for beating up people or whatever. Like, Bron didn't get DQ'd in any matches.
So, but he,
So
but he
it
was
didn't
getting in his
make-
head. He was making him angry. He was
Yeah,
making him that way.
because he's a good heel. in your words.
Yeah.
No, whatever. It's over. It's over, though. What a great
like
pay-per-view.
I didn't like the Eddie spot either because I didn't think that fit with Joe Gacy's character. I thought he was going to try to infuriate him enough, like Christian did with Orton. He was going to spit in his face or he was going to do whatever to try and get
Yeah.
Braun or go, your dad never loved you and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But trying to trick him, it didn't seem like his modus operandi to me. But
It was all building
Don't
towards
use
that.
modus operandi.
hey,
Dropping that.
Well, it was all building towards that one
go.
spot at the end with the tray, the chair. That's all it was building
Yeah,
towards.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
his one plan.
Yeah.
And it buggered. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So he's a whopper. And I don't use that word lightly.
You know, the pay-per-view should have ended with Bron Breakker go, hey, Joe, he's led the back by his druids. What?
Because that's another drawback of this entire feud. You've got Gacy there being just pantomime crap villain, widow twanky sort of vibes, and then Bron Breakker's had everything that made him Bron Breakker in the novelty phase of NXT 2.0 stripped away.
Yep.
And I hope he gets it back.
I think when he gets it back might be when he gets onto the main roster, when he's got a fresh start.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has sacrificed you in this feud though, as Bron Breakker.
Beautiful. Hell in a Cell.
Second pay-per-view of the weekend, right?
Shooting an injury into a work, brother.
I didn't know what to call this one, yeah.
That's fair enough, mate. Bianca Belair retains the Raw Women's Championship, throwing Becky Lynch out of the ring and sealing a pinfall on Asuka. Becky is furious
Now-
afterwards.
Right, I liked this match. I thought it was a great match. But I thought, oh my goodness, it's Frozen again. The picture, we're back.
Like Walt Disney, Frozen again.
I liked this match. I thought it was a great match. Like one of the best matches on the show. But I thought people went slightly overboard on Twitter after people going, this is one of the best women's matches in WWE history. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No. They've forgotten about your Baileys versus Sasha's. They forgot about, was it Becky versus Charlotte at the all-women's pay-per-view in the no DQ match? I think it was good, but I don't think it was quite the level that some people seem to be hailing it as. But that was just my opinion.
I think it was one of the best.
Oh my god!
No, I thought it was very, very good as well. I thought it was just like, I don't want to just boil it down to just a showcase of how mint Bianca Belair is. That was my overriding emotion afterwards. It was all about her, the impressive things she can do, and then she outsmarted Becky Lynch at the end. So it was all like how good she was.
She did vertical suplex and jogged on the spot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
First of all, Becky's cyberpunk like headgear in the ring.
What was that?
I liked that.
Did you? I
like
found it confusing.
Fashion.
And then Asuka wearing it's like a Jason Voorhees hockey thing. Or it was just like
Oh, it was. It
the
was.
Steelers
It was
or
a
whatever.
hockey mask. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like a normal mask, but
Yeah.
hockey version. Yeah,
We should might have a game in the afternoon. You never know.
True.
With Edge and Renee. I'm just trying to think Canadian.
Yeah. I liked it, but the thing about the show was overall the crowd being so into it.
Yeah.
They were so loud and they
Yeah.
were really into this match, the
Yeah.
opener. So I liked it. I can see why people were really raving over it. But
Well, at this
when you get
point-
that real-time Twitter effect, it's either the best thing or worst thing ever.
It's
But, no, I really
confusing.
liked it.
The reaction after a show immediately on Twitter is always a bit extreme one way or the other.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got to, unless it's like that Hell in a Cell where The Fiend and Seth Rollins had that match. I mean, that was just
That was one of the worst things of all time.
Yeah, I
yes.
can't believe he came back at this event. The Fiend.
So I saw
I
the
don't know where that
report.
came from. Like,
Yeah, I thought that was like a red herring to be like, hey, but please watch the show.
Was it last week's SmackDown where there was a bloke in the front row with a Fiend mask on? And instead of ignoring it, Pat McAfee went, "Is that the Fiend?"
You went, hey, the Fiend. I'm amazed, even though like he's a lot more loose than a lot of other commentators, which is why we like and sometimes dislike him. I'm amazed he said that.
I know, I couldn't believe he got away with it.
He's the Fiend. Shut up.
Yeah,
So he was not there, but this sweet women's match was.
it was good.
Open the show.
Very
one of
good.
the
And again,
best ever.
I like that you said it can't just be a Bianca Belair showcase. Nah, I disagree. Every
No,
match
I'm
you
just,
said is a
I
showcase.
didn't want to, because that made me sound like I was boiling it down to nothing, like not as good as it was. But at the very core of it, it
Yeah.
was just a showcase of how good
Yeah.
Bianca Belair was.
Yeah.
But it was
That was
very,
the
very
purpose
good.
of it. Yeah.
Bobby Lashley faces Omos and MVP in a handicap match, and Cedric Alexander tries unsuccessfully to help Bobby. Lashley still wins and celebrates a replica WWE title from the crowd. Well, he just takes it from some kid. He's like, "That's right," and the crowd goes, "Yay!" Later backstage, he says he understands why Cedric got involved and tells him never do it again.
Because Cedric, sorry, I've missed a bit off there because the backstage bit before this match is like Cedric going, "All right, Hurt Business," and MVP's like, "Can you go
Yeah.
away now?" And he's gone, "Right, I'll show them."
His gimmick is about to get fired.
Bloody hell!
In the words of that commentator from Pro Evolution Soccer back in the day, harsh but fair there.
Listen, you know what was just harsh? This match. Happy it's over, hopefully. Lashley can move on and do anything else. This has done nothing for anybody involved in this, but crowd still loves Bobby.
I've got to say, I wasn't too impressed with MVP's diss track either. It wasn't up there with,
Oh, there was
hey,
one
hey,
fire line,
hey.
though.
What was it?
It was like, you might be called Bobby, but I've got brains like Heenan.
Okay. Yeah. That's bars.
The long
Yeah.
drink is happening.
Oh, that was a good line.
Sick of talking about this match already. After we dissected
I
every
want-
match in your house.
I want to know how many times Bobby has to pick up Omos before the commentary team will believe he can pick up Omos. He's going for that suplex,
Right.
and all the commentators are going, "No, Bobby, no. This can't be a good idea, Bobby. I don't think you can do it, Bobby." He's done it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He knocked him off his feet on Raw. He did it at WrestleMania Backlash. How many times, commentary team?
Well,
Again, that's why it's been such a weird feud. It's like, almost, he's so big, he's the Goliath and all this. And then it's like, and then who can take him on? You cut to what Lashley looks like. You're like, yes, it's very believable he could do that.
in the aftermath, I found that bit interesting because at first I thought Bobby was like going into business for himself, like with the belts
Yeah.
and stuff. But then I think that someone tweeted saying that the referee like talked to him and told him go and get that belt from the
Oh,
crowd.
don't show us how the sausage is made.
Sorry.
I love that expression.
the sausage?
I've got a sausage.
Bloody hell.
New recurring character, Wade Horny
I've
Barrett.
said bloody hell a lot in the past few minutes. I feel like Ron Weasley. Bloody hell.
That was a good gimmick for him in the
Ron
Harry Potter
Weasley?
films, just cursing.
Yeah, he's a good lad. I like Ron.
Good old Ron. Where we
I
are.
thought this match belonged on Raw, though.
Yeah.
Raw. Hey!
Yeah, I think so.
Raw, though.
Where does actually did we learn on Raw? I can't remember, but where does Omos go from here? And where does
Omos
Bob go?
goes-
OVW.
No, Omos goes on to beating two men at once, and two men in the form of the Dirty Dogs.
Oh yes, he did. He's feeding with the dirty dogs now.
That's
isn't
right.
he?
Thank you for reminding me. Kevin Owens beats Ezekiel clean and continues to insist that he's actually Elias. Now, we've said a few times the past few weeks, haven't we, Jack? You weren't here. But that the gimmick is that he's pretending to be this guy who's not really him, whatever. But the crowd loves Kevin Owens mocking him
Yes.
and going, rah, 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 getting mad. That's funny. Without that, he's got nothing.
Oh,
And the crowd here was so pro Kevin Owens. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, not just me who's going, wait, you want me to cheer this lion get because he's had a shave? But Kevin Owens made it as entertaining as it could be, but it was just funny going, yeah, Kevin, we're with you. Don't let him gaslight you. I would like
I think it's brilliant long-term booking. Because for the longest time, Kevin Owens was a liar on Raw with the stuff with Seth Rollins, I'm thinking back to. It's been a good build. And now we've got Elias here mocking Kevin Owens because Elias is openly lying to Kevin Owens, proving that Kevin Owens, you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
I don't even know what I mean.
Yeah, it's good. But if Elias lying to another liar, are we supposed to cheer that guy? It's not
Yes,
that
we are.
likable. Oh.
Because 2 wrongs do not make a right.
apart from the likes of Roman and Lesnar and like the ones who are like on the top level, I think Owens is WWE's most valuable. He's their MVP. He's so useful in whatever they put him in. They can do whatever with him, and he's class. I think
I agree with that.
wish they were more grateful for having him.
I saw a stat the other day. It was like 5 years maybe since Kevin Owens has held a title.
Any title.
Any title.
Bloody hell. I said bloody hell. I need to stop this.
Is it the Raw Tag Team maybe? Richard, we mind going on the
Raw Tag
Kevin
Team.
Owens title bit on Wikipedia? It's the answer to all life's problems.
Oh, why is he doing that? Yes, it was Muhammad Ali who says you better.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Oh, I got Reservoir Dogs.
Maybe it was reset. Well,
else.
I mean, Tarantino loves referencing pop culture and stuff
Of course he
like that.
does.
All right, so NXT Championship, that was many years ago. Universal title was 2016-17. Intercontinental maybe? Or US?
US was when he.
No, he beat Ryback for the IC title.
US was when he had a
and-
shave and was a heel and was like,
Oh.
Face of
champion
America.
Oh, that
yeah.
AJ Styles Jericho feud thing.
Yeah.
We might have to go on the list of... that's just too much to do, Richard. It's okay. But there, it's
Yeah,
been
whatever. Yeah.
many years,
Yeah.
which is a shock. But to be fair, this was another match to me that felt like it should have been on Raw than a pay-per-view, or a premium live
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
But I did like the start from Ezekiel.
Well, maybe if they'd had some SmackDown matches on, we wouldn't have had to have these matches on. here.
But you know what? Or if Owens beats Elias, then he will reveal that. Whatever,
He has to
something
tell
like
the
that.
truth.
So it was just Owens finally gets his hands on Elias.
But he has been telling the truth. They did a lie detector test with Kevin
they're
Owens'
not.
friends.
They're not that accurate. I've watched a Jeremy Kyle documentary.
And that's what you think. Yeah, they're not permissible in court.
No,
What
they're
else?
not,
They
yeah.
did another thing, didn't they? What was it? The lie
They
detector.
asked him
and-
politely to his face.
Yes, they did that as well.
They tried a
that didn't
DNA
work.
test, but then
That was it,
Otis
yeah.
contaminated the samples with like
Barbecue
ketchup or
sauce
something. Oh yeah,
something,
yeah.
Spunk.
It can happen. Obviously, you work with UFC. The Judgment Day beat a team of AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan, with Edge getting the
With
pinfall on
Edge
Balor.
getting the pinfall on Finn Balor. Let's just
Yeah.
put that in the back of our minds for now.
Yep.
Remember that bit.
Yep.
Edge is better than Finn Balor, we've learned in this match.
Yeah, this was a really grand little match.
Yeah, it was nice.
With even though Liv Morgan has been at the receiving end of getting beaten, having Rhea Ripley turn her because she's rubbish and then she cries a lot. Even she looked like a star in this match of all the tag teaming and cool maneuvers they
she's
were
great.
doing on
Yeah.
the Frankenstein and stuff like this. This really worked for me, this match.
It was
You're
like
loving a
watching.
Frankenstein in this episode. There's been a lot of head scissors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like watching
I know what I like.
three Torvilles and 3 Deans. Oh. All in the ring at the same
You
time.
always know just the right thing to say.
Aye. Yes. And also shout out to Rhea Ripley because she apparently turned up and her gear didn't. So what she was wearing, she rustled up at the last second, presumably.
I didn't hear that story. Oh.
Yeah,
She's on Twitter
she
saying
tweeted
that,
about
yeah.
it, yeah. She said when
Makes
your
you
gear
sick,
doesn't
doesn't it?
arrive, you just got to make do.
Makes you sick, doesn't it? Some
I
people
couldn't
just
even
have
I
it.
wouldn't, you know what? Considering she's like all uber goth anyway, it'd be funny if she showed up like wearing like just normal gear, like the Riff Attitude t-shirt.
Pink and light blue and stuff. And an attitude t-shirt.
Yeah.
She looks like one of Kai and tie. I like that.
Aye, no, just grand. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll get on later
Yeah.
on. But yeah, in terms of just a match though, yeah, this is what this was building up to.
Yeah.
And we got what we wanted. Madcap Moss beats Happy Corbin in their no DQ match after pulverizing his neck with a chair in the ring steps. Corbin does a stretcher job and has taken two.
The moss bit.
The Corbin still little
Yeah,
smoke,
yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this happened. Is it over?
The bald
Gotta hope so.
spittle.
Yay!
Oh God. No, it was.
Any
It
thoughts?
was. It was what it was going to be.
Well, Pat noted on his podcast that he wasn't there because there was just one SmackDown match on the card, and they all thought it wasn't worth the trip for him to Chicago. Madcap Moss getting shoved over the announce table and then regenerating immediately and hoiking a chair
Wow.
at that baldy bastard was a fantastic moment.
That reminded me of when Was it
Strowman.
Strowman threw it at Roman Reigns?
I love a good
Highlight of the
chair.
year, that.
Love a good chair throw.
That was the second highlight of the match. The first highlight, maybe the highlight of the week for me, was it's no DQ. So Baron Corbin goes under the ring. Oh, crowd. Looks at the table. Puts the table back underneath the ring. Puts the apron down. Crowd boo. It's like, I don't have to do what you want. That was good.
But I'm glad the babyface didn't just win the match, because oftentimes in the World Wrestling Entertainment, they are stupid, the babyfaces. I'm glad he maimed his opponent, like the opponent maimed him.
Yeah.
And we should note as well that Madcap Moss, because I wrote a news article, like WWE reveals storyline injury for Madcap Moss. The cervical contusion, I think it was, that he had, somebody found a thing that was like 6 to 9 months return schedule. And it's back in 2 weeks.
Hey, solid.
That's all wrestlers, though, isn't it?
Like John Cena on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Vince McMahon recover from both quad injuries, like 2 months or something. It was unreal.
Just
Like Vince McMahon himself.
It's the cocaine, isn't it?
That's one of the things, yes. Theory successfully retains his US title against Mustafa Ali, who loses even though he's in his hometown, and his kids are there and his family's there, and there's
He's got the
sick
themed-
kids from
got-
Chicago have all saved up to come see their hometown hero.
He's got the Chicago Bulls themed
and the Chicago
attire.
Bulls attire.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think he was ever going to win.
Nah. He's not been built up anywhere near enough, I don't think.
No, it was a nice little match.
To beat Theory,
Yeah.
I could have done with maybe Theory cheating to win.
Yeah, a clean loss was
Clean. He's just better
weird.
than him. Ali's
Like-
not very good at wrestling.
Obviously.
Never
it was a
wins.
really pretty match, though.
Yeah, it was great.
What they did was nice. I was just like, oh, okay.
Theory did this Spanish fly thing off the top rope, but he landed sort of like on Ali. And I thought that was wonderful.
Pop
That's
me.
all I've got to say.
Not going to lie.
But it's going to be, because John, I was watching a thing they put on Instagram with John Cena, like quick fire questions. And it was like, superstar you most want to face from like today. He was like, Theory. He was like, something you want to tell a lesson to or something. Theory. He kept going like that. So I think Theory's on a
It's funny, John. isn't it?
collision course to SummerSlam against John Cena.
It's funny.
Uh-huh.
He
Can't wait
does
for
look.
that.
He does look like the Pokemon before John Cena in the
The prototype.
Yeah.
Oh. Despite tearing his pectoral muscle, which I think was a complete lie, Cody Rhodes still
Just
competes
makeup.
in the main event Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins. Cody wins after several crossroads and a sledgehammer shot, including getting out the bull rope. So
Yeah,
almost with
yeah.
his dad, because Seth Rollins was dressed like his dad, and suddenly regretted it after he got out. Put it on, put it on.
He kicked out of a pedigree as well.
Yeah, they tried pedigrees because not only did he want to emulate Triple H with the brutal pec tear, but he wanted to hit him with his finisher as well. Tribute
Yeah.
to the greatest wrestler of all time.
It was a masturbatory Triple H match, some might call it. Bret
Yeah.
Hart isn't the only one who can have them. Because
Yeah.
we had the sledgehammer as well for the finish.
Yep.
Wanking all over.
Wanking all over the world.
The game.
I thought when he hit that last crossroads, but then didn't go for the pin, and he got the sledgehammer. I thought that it was. You remember that? It was like 2006. It was the Shane, Vince, and Big Show against DX.
Oh, yeah.
And the finish was Triple H just going. Bang, and the top of the sledgehammer like pops off. I thought they were going to do that. It's still good though.
Time for the rematch.
Yeah.
I just
so
find it amazing.
The big
Yeah, what
question
do we-
then,
yeah,
what
what
do
do
you
we-
think of this?
It's quality.
There's a lot to unpack in there, because when he...
I don't know what I think of the decision to do that from Cody, but the match itself is
The
fantastic.
time will tell on the decision, won't it? Because that was that thing, that doctor. I forget his name again. Can you remember it,
Tahorian?
Richard? Began with a B, I think, on YouTube. He's
Oh,
a
the
proper,
guy who does
proper
spotting
doctor. But he's
injury,
like,
yeah.
well, that can't get any more injured because it's either off the bone or on the bone. The stuff around it, because of overcompensating for that injured tit, that could be an issue going forward. So I guess time will tell with that. But the reveal of the pec, there he is there. Brian Sufter, MD. So he was the one unpacking it all. But when the initial reveal of I thought he did wonderfully well with the reveal, like taking off one. It was quite. I bet Wade Barrow would get excited if he was there.
Yeah.
Because then you're
It was
thinking,
visibly more swollen than the other side as well. Like, it was bad.
yeah, you're thinking, how have they allowed him to wrestle? Like, this is irresponsible on their part. But then obviously the good doctor has proved that to be false. And then you listen to Pat McAfee's well-chiseled friend saying he had a similar injury, and just moving it was, and obviously if they pumped it full of painkillers, apparently just having that done, it would have been excruciating. So one way or the other, Cody's made it through this with excruciating pain, and more power to him.
taking bumps on it, getting hit with it. It wasn't like he was
Poked with it?
immobile
Yeah,
or like losing his, like, that last Hogan match
I know that
against Sting where he didn't take a single bump. He was moving.
I know that the poking with the kendo stick thing, he would have like done the rest of the thing where you pretend to press and you like struggle against it and you don't really. But it's still touching this. You can still see it touching his skin.
Even getting touched around
even,
here
even
will have
brushing
probably hurt
past
him.
something will hurt. Not just I can't imagine what having a torn pec's like, but even when you've got a big bruise, you know that if someone does that, it's like, ooh.
Yeah. So
It's way more effective than any Canadian destroyer as well.
I was
isn't
going
it?
to say,
yeah.
once you've seen that and goes, oh, that's actually really real. I was really invested in it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, grimacing.
Oh my God!
See if Andrew.
Yeah, hello, Andrew. Yeah. So, yeah, what a thing, and it just shows the wrestler's mentality. And some people,
I hope no
That
one's
was
listening
so
to,
loud.
I hope no one's listening to this in public.
But Rollins as well, for him to facilitate Cody, because obviously Cody couldn't pick up anything with that right side. So for Rollins to facilitate a lot of the
Why? What do you
moves-
think of Rollins now, Matthew? You bastard.
It's not like Pac there.
Yeah, bastard.
Bastard.
You Rollins haterer.
bloody hell, Jack.
What do you
aye.
think?
There was just lots of fantastic. I can't believe he did the buckle bomb
Through the table.
through the table.
Oh.
Wow.
Like, they could have kept it way more basic and then had the same effect, but there's no doubt. I was like, oh my God, he's doing something else. Oh, it's not the finish. He keeps on going.
People are saying now, like when Cody comes back, he's gonna be a made man. Vince
he
is
is.
just gonna think. Well, but Vince forgets things, so I don't know. Like if he actually, in theory, he should be. But I don't know.
I saw a wonderful interview, a little snippet on Reddit today of Logan Paul speaking about speaking to Vince McMahon. He's like, Vince, I am the presenter of the world's #1 podcast. And apparently Vince just said nothing back to him.
If someone goes to him, what did Vince say? And he went, nothing.
Well, that's not a question.
But just imagine going back, like Cody going back, hey Vince, remember when I did that thing with the torn pec?
Yeah.
See, that's a question. You can say no.
You know, Mr. Burns never remembers Homer's name. That's what it's like with Cody.
But Cody's never going to be more popular than he is now, surely. So it's
Yeah.
got to be a case of like, obviously the timeline fits up.
If he with
The Rumble.
the Rumble, yeah.
Coming back as a surprise entrant, winning the thing, and then going on to take the titles off the tribal chief.
Which would be great if it wasn't for the fact that the tribal chief, Randy, Charlotte Flair, Brock, who else are we missing out, are currently not on TV. Who are the genuine headliners right now in WWE?
What, to tide things over until then?
Until that, Drew,
Riddle.
Rollins, Riddle.
Drew at the Welsh
That's it,
one.
isn't it?
It's Drew and Roman at the Welsh one.
Apparently, I've heard people. There's been
Welsh one.
there's been rumblings in the office, right? That Drew's going to win. I can't see.
I can't
no.
see it.
But if he did, the only way I could see it happening is if it was just for one of the two belts to split the belts again.
Some sort of screwy finish where two referees come in, he's got him in the go-go platter or whatever.
Yeah.
They do that. Yeah, but it's not on Drew.
But then the crowd will revolt. They'll be like, "Boo! We paid £620 for this."
No, they're all paying to see Roman Reigns, aren't they?
Ah, it's true.
I imagine a lot of them would have been
Well, then
paid
you
to
get-
see Cody.
And you get a Welsh lad in there, Flash Morgan Webster versus Roman Reigns. Then we'll see. Then we'll see.
Then we'll see.
Then we'll see.
Then we'll see.
Then we'll see who the real
Monday
big dog
Night
is.
Raw.
But that was we'll speak about that match from Cody for bollocks times to come.
Yeah.
Bollocks times to come.
Bollocks
I like
times
that.
to come.
Bollocks times to come.
Hey, it's
A
always
long-
bollocks time in my house, man. No, wait.
Big balls. Big balls to come.
Monday Night Raw.
Oh my
wait,
God, we're only up to Raw.
wait. So is Becky rubbish now? Is the subtitle for this?
Well, I mean, that's just a genuine
Oh
question.
no, it's a wonderful story being told.
No,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
disagree.
Yes.
Cody opens the show and talks about possibly entering the Money in the Bank ladder match
Lol. What are you on about, Cody?
Nah.
next year,
I feel
2023.
like I was back in 2006 watching prime John Cena just speak
Yeah.
words about how, he'd lift the world and
Never
throw it
give
away.
up. Yeah. Seth interrupts and shakes his hand, comes up and goes, "Psst, psst, psst." And he goes, oh, that's nice. That actually ended the feud in a nice way. And then he's like, bye, I'm gone. I'm gone. Wave. And then, would you believe it? That little get Seth
Son of a bitch.
hits him with a sledgehammer and stomps his injured chest. I don't think he's going to be wrestling at Money in the Bank ladder match. But it's just as well moved into a small arena. It's sold out anyway. No refunds. Seth Rollins here dressed like Yuriko Goto before he's about to lose to Okada.
Tanahashi. Oh, dressed like him before he lost
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Okada. What
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
all the
But no, he had
face
the black
bit?
and white like splash thing.
Wow, I didn't think you were watching New
I
Japan.
thought it was
then.
going to pop you.
Oh no, probably not gonna lie.
Yay. Oh.
Nothing from me, Matthew.
Hey,
I'm afraid.
MGL.
So this was everything the segment needed to be. Okay, Cody's deed for a bit. That's yeah.
I thought it was wonderfully put together
Yeah.
because you're just expecting Cody to go, well, I'm hurt. It's been so. I'll see you in a while, everybody. But they actually worked something in there and made Rollins look like more of a dick. I thought it was the best they could have done in that
It's
situation.
gonna be like adrenaline in my soul. Could drink chicken soup out the bowl. Whoa. Yeah.
What?
That's what you eat when you're injured, right?
Aye.
Deary me.
But then the main event, Becky Lynch faces Dana Brooke. But the 24/7 championship division chased Tozawa down the ring, where Dana rose him up to win the title. Becky demands that the title be on the line right now. That's 24/7, so that's easy. She loses to Dana after Asuka holds her foot down during a pinfall attempt.
What the?
Yes, boys.
Brian Alvarez, do you see when he was
Yes.
reviewing this, he fell off his chair?
He did.
Well,
He threw himself off his
he's
chair.
not acknowledging the nuance of the story.
Go on, Ross, explain
Because
it to us.
The bigger picture is Becky Lynch comes back at SummerSlam. She takes the title off Bianca Belair in 26 seconds. She's on top of the world. She's untouchable as big-time Becky Lynch. She then loses the title to Bianca at WrestleMania. Downfall 1 happens. She convinces herself she's on the way back up. She's delirious. She's living in a fantasy world. She then goes on to face Bianca Belair and Asuka, loses once again. The downfall has started. She's now lost to Dana Brooke. The downfall will continue to a deeper depth than it was before. There's your big picture and your long-term
Then what happens
storytelling.
after that?
Yeah.
She goes down, deeper and down until she turns babyface and goes back up again.
If that's the outcome, then fair enough. But I'm scared that we won't.
Well,
won't
obviously
reach
it
that
won't
point.
happen like that, but that's the way it should do. We're telling stories here, pals. Aggressively sip the water. Beyond the mat.
No, I got it. That was good.
I just thought I'd say something.
Vince drinking water in that bit is insane.
You know, he has the bottle down his neck, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But that's what I took from the segment. I don't think it was just, they put Becky Lynch there because they've forgotten who she is. I don't think it was that.
Yeah.
No, she's rekindling the feud with Asuka.
What's Asuka's continued beef with Becky? What's that about?
Well, Becky's been like sort of discrediting her reign last year, wasn't she? 'Cause I gave her the title,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, fair enough.
even though Asuka kind of earned it.
Yeah.
Asuka misted her. She cheated. Becky was about to cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
The Miz and Maurice welcome us to Miz TV. Hello, Miz TV. Where they talk about the return of Miz and Mrs. That's right.
Yeah.
Riddle is their guest and says he wants to challenge Roman Reigns. He also says that the Miz has tiny balls. And Maurice says, no, they're not tiny balls. They're above
They are
average.
average balls.
They're pretty big. They're big balls. Oh, so big girl.
Sacre bleu!
And we all cut to Wade Barry's got steam covers here. He's going,
And all of Twitter went, God, Miz has done all right marrying her. She's fit. And I was like, wait, we've all seen Maurice before.
Oh, but in this segment, my God.
What do you mean? Will that all turn into Wade Barry?
Goodness me.
oh, man, the table's moving. No one's touching it.
Oh, dearie me,
Goodness
no.
me.
No,
What
no,
a productive segment this was.
Was it?
Riddle wants a match with Miz tonight, but is attacked by Ciampa from behind. Miz agrees to the match, but weakened Riddle
Why?
still managed to win after ripping his trousers off,
It's all happened to us before.
showing us his
Average ball.
average balls.
Thank God Maurice was there with the Gucci purse to cover the massive balls.
Yeah. Riddle was like, bonjour. And I'm good now at the point now where we go,
What's it-
omelette du fromage gets no pop.
What's it from?
Damn it.
It's just popped into my head. What's it from? My children need a wine. What's that
That's
from?
The Simpsons.
Is that The Simpsons?
It's the Itchy and Scratchy Land episodes. They go, if it's bad here, well, now it is in Euro Disneyland, and there's no one there. So, hello,
Welcome
hello.
to Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, my children need wine.
My children need a wine.
Which I didn't realize was based on the fact that Euro Disney was a big disaster to begin
it?
with. Yeah.
Wow.
Because a lot of French people were like, how dare you bring Disney to ruin this country?
Right.
This lovely places. Anyway, we'll go off topic.
One of the
I've
darkest
been
periods of my
Euro
life kicked off at Disneyland. It only lasted about 15
The
minutes.
Euro Disney one?
I did in Paris.
Yeah.
Because I got lost.
Oh.
And I was
no. Was it
four.
low?
I was 4.
4.
And I remember vividly going up to French people going, have you seen me, ma'am? Oh, terrifying. And then, to kick things off even more, we're on the bendy buses going back to the hotel.
Yeah.
I ran away, didn't I? Trying to catch the bus. And I got on the bus and the doors closed. I've never seen my mum run faster. And it wasn't very fast at all. Trauma, it's still with me to this day.
I've cried at Euro Disney as well. I went on the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Not really a ride, it's more like an interactive experience where like you get shrunk down and the screen's got giant stuff all around and there's wind blowing past you and stuff. And there's a bit where it's like, oh no, there's a rat, it's got out, we've cloned the rat, it's got into the cloning machine. They're all running through the audience. And they blew a wind tunnel past your feet. So it felt like loads of rats were running past. And I burst into tears, man. Hated it. This was 3 years ago? No.
I never had the chance to go to any version of Disneyland, but...
Don't. It's a horrible place.
We've both had traumatic times.
But 4-year-old kids going, have you seen me, Mum? But Newcastle Museum had this dinosaur exhibition.
Oh,
like,
the big lad.
Yeah.
What's he called? Oh, bollocks. Began with a D, didn't it?
The lad, what, the dinosaur?
No,
thing?
the big dinosaur. He had a name,
Yeah.
didn't he? Began with a D.
Dennis?
Probably.
But I remember that going to see this and being hyped for it because I had little, like, footprints going up to it.
I remember that.
When I was kid. Yeah. And
All on the streets.
Getting all excited, getting
Yeah.
all excited for it. And again, me being an imaginative kid who saw Jurassic Park and didn't realise until years later it wasn't a real thing.
Oh, you're a Jurassic Mark, you.
Oh, mate.
Come on.
Well done. I was, still in the belief that, that was just a documentary, whatever, this film, there's paid those T-Rexes or whatever. So they had a giant one of them, like a not mechanical, really, animatronic, whatever,
Yeah.
T-Rex. And even though it was in the museum wall, glass, whatever they call them, I'm doing a really good job explaining this. As a kid, I saw that and went, oh, can't.
Really?
It's going to burst out, right?
Not scared by the thing.
So my mum had to pick me up and run past it, and I went, ah! The entire way. Great. Yeah, so there's some nice stories there.
So productive segment there.
Sorry, it
Advert
was.
for Miz and Mrs.
Yep, that's
Riddles
doing well.
challenged Roman.
Yep.
Maurice looked amazing. The Miz might have massive or tiny bollocks. Ciampa was there for some reason. There was chance of tiny balls.
Oh, yeah, Ciampa, yeah.
That segment had everything.
Ciampa is just like that guy who was interfering.
Ciampa's just a running man, yeah?
Yeah. The Street Profits beat the Usos by count out in a non-title match. Oh,
It's
it was
amazing
weird how they did the thing. It was like Usos just dominated them completely, and then they got one move in on the outside and beat the count.
It's amazing how much they don't want the Usos to be pinned. At the minute.
Yeah.
Well, they have to keep them strong.
Yeah, but they
Right
can
now,
have them.
they're the mini Romans.
When are they eventually going to lose? Like, they might have those belts until Mania.
I know.
Fine.
Okay.
I think
But they're
they'll,
going to run out of tag teams.
they'll lose them all on the same night. I think.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
That makes
Or
sense,
maybe
wouldn't it?
one night before and one night after.
Yeah.
But I like the Profits trying to get the pinfall early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all they had to do. But then, as you say, they just dominated them for the entire match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
They're
times.
never going to win.
But it's all right.
They
Yeah.
could do
Sometimes
something more
they will.
creative there, though, couldn't they? Like, they have the Usos lose, like actually lose, and have the Profits earn their title match.
Nah, not if they've got like the Riddle thing going on. I think this just made sense, like a C-level thing. Deal with that, but then deal with Riddle, and then Roman Reigns is the A thing. So yeah,
Oh, fair.
yeah.
I guess we'll agree to disagree.
I hate you too. Bobby Lashley cuts a promo about finally getting revenge on MVP. But he's interrupted by Theory. Theory says that Lashley only won because Cedric Alexander helped him, whereas he beat Mustafa Ali all by himself.
He did, it's true.
That's actually not a bad point there. Lashley wants Theory to put the US title on the line, but Theory doesn't think he's earned a title shot. Oof. Theory tries to take a selfie, but Bobby kicks him through the ropes instead.
Yeah,
Good
he
on
kicked
you,
his
Bobby.
bum, kicked his arse.
And you got the crowd got little bum.
Maurice comes out, Zut Allah, his bum is average.
The beachy bum!
And my children need a wife.
Good morning.
Sorry if you're from France.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't be doing that.
Or Quebec. Or any other French-speaking place. Cameroon.
Senegal.
Yeah.
Or if you're in the room and Jack's around Ireland.
That wasn't an Irish accent.
I know, but you'll do one later on. Veer Mahan faces Dominic
Wait,
Mysterio.
why would Theory get involved with Lashley? Because there wasn't any provocation there from Lashley.
Oh,
was
yeah, he
there?
just came out and went,
came
you're
out.
not getting a title shot
Yeah.
from me.
Why
yeah,
would you
you're
do
right.
that?
Makes no sense.
Silly prick.
Because he bragged about, you're bragging, you think you want this shot and you this and blah, blah, blah. You needed help.
That's
to
really
beat your
silly,
best.
man.
I didn't.
Yeah, but he's
I'm
scary
great,
challenge,
mate. I'm
isn't it?
Theory.
He's lit a fire he can't put out now.
Yeah.
This is the almighty Bobby. He
But
should be
Theory
Omos,
thinks-
for goodness sake.
Theory thinks he can beat him.
But he
I
can't.
can't.
He doesn't know that.
Idiot. He'll learn with age, just like Fraser.
I know why you don't like Theory, because he reminds you of phrases.
That's right. Theory reminds us of Fraser.
The arrogance of youth, as Jack likes to say.
Yeah.
Veer Mahan faces Dominic Mysterio. He's back.
Yeah, the Mysterios.
And listen to the pop
The
for his
Mysterios,
dad.
the Mysterios are the worst.
They are the biggest heels
Hate
in
them.
wrestling.
Yeah, they are.
I was going to say, it looks like he's about to win. So Ray attacks him for the DQ.
Such a soul loser.
Veer
After
didn't,
his 6
Veer
6
didn't
19.
cheat. Veer wasn't trying to beat him down after the bell.
Yeah.
He was about to win.
Weird thing there.
To be
But
fair-
you know what? I liked the match. Big guy versus little guy actually worked on
Yeah,
it.
it was good.
And it was a lot better because it was just after WrestleMania, not the Raw after WrestleMania, but just after that, I think, where Dom got squished by Veer in just a squash match. So I like the fact he was having tactics this time around early on before his dad ruined everything. There was a bit for your video series there, where Veer forgot his spot. He starts going through the middle ropes, but then drops back down and goes under the bottom, so Dom can do a leg drop on his back. But you know, Veer's relatively new, isn't he?
Yeah.
But the Mysterios have been heels for the longest time.
They're the
I remember on
worst.
SmackDown when Aaliyah and Mrs. Mysterio were there. I forgot what his mom's called. Dom's mom. And they were just... I used to compare him, obviously, the Sid to Andy's Toys and Sid's Yard.
you did.
That sort of stuff. When are they going to turn them heel?
Yeah.
I mean, they are in my eyes already.
Ray needs to get
wondering when Ray's going to turn heel.
Ray needs to get the devil horns and the dungarees back.
Yeah. Just shows up unmasked one time with no
Yeah.
explanation. The Judgment Day arrived to introduce their newest member, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
No way.
Balor says that he sees clearly now after last night's loss, and Priest says it's time to ditch the only thing holding the stable back, Edge. The group batter Edge, put him through the announce table. He's still fighting, so they hit him with a concerto, and then they put that thing in their mouth for a bit and drag him around. Wait, Matthew, you're reading this wrong. No, the Judgment Day did win last night.
Yeah. But now they need to... It's like Man City. They've already won, but they need to continue improving. If you're not moving forwards, you're moving backwards.
I was going to say the Claudio Ranieri.
Claudio Ranieri?
Yeah.
What about him?
Dilly ding dilly dong.
Yeah, because they helped Leicester win, and then
Yeah. They got rid of him, yeah.
They got rid of him.
For-
Thanks, pal. Don't let the door hit on
was
the
it
way out.
Chris or Craig Shakespeare?
Yeah,
Craig Shakespeare.
He wasn't as good. He wasn't as good as
Rito.
him.
yeah.
I'll try to make sense of this.
Go on.
And I noticed how it was Damian Priest who was the one who was saying, the one holding us back. It was Damian Priest who put Edge through the announce table. It was Damian Priest who was barking orders. So I reckon it's Damian Priest.
Wait.
He's sort of coerced Rhea
Have
Ripley.
you shared this opinion upstairs? Because Tom was saying that on the news as if it was his own idea.
I think Tom was the first one who said it on our news video on
That's all
Tuesday.
right, that's fine, that's okay. I'm just making sure that you hadn't stolen...
I'm stealing from Tom. By
I
the
was just
time
making sure that
someone
Tom
did
hadn't
it the other
stolen from
way.
you, but now
By the
it's-
time someone did the other way.
Oh, dear.
Nah, I'm not playing along with your bit, aren't I?
No,
But just trying to make it make sense because it doesn't make sense after what happened to Hell in a Cell and what's happened over the past couple of months. Damian Priest has got a bit Bertie Big Bollocks and somehow got Rhea Ripley and Edge on and Finn Balor on side. So hopefully they explain that next week because it wasn't an effective double turn. If it was a double turn, because they were piping in boos when
yeah,
Edge was
it's-
lying there as if Edge is now a baby face, even though Edge is
Right.
the biggest heel out of all of them.
And it kind of was a double turn because the crowd were cheering, which is interesting. And again, they've really powered through this. It's like, did we skip ahead a month? It feels like they've only been together since, literally WrestleMania.
There was a couple of stories this week. One
it does feel like they should have come later in the... Yeah.
where Edge, apparently they wanted to take the Judgment Day spooky, and Edge was like, nah,
Yeah.
which I can fully see why.
What is
it
it
was-
already?
I think they wanted to make it
Magical.
supernatural,
Yeah.
more like Alexa Bliss. So I think Edge has done the right thing and gone no, because I don't mind them being goths and being dark, but I don't want more powers and they love horror stuff.
Our
though.
new
They-
guy introduced is Joe Gacy.
Fantastic.
we can dream.
Yeah.
But
try.
I just think that there's maybe a chance that maybe Edge just didn't think it was working because it wasn't for me. With the promos that were cutting, it was all very basic stuff that we've seen a million times before, like, oh, we are better than you on our mountain of omnipotence, and we are the truth, and you must follow us to see the truth, and we are better than you. It wasn't very inspired stuff, the promos. It was like a good visual, but it's not like a something to get behind.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like Edge when he was doing six-person type matches. I less like him when he's doing these 50-minute Edge matches, which is like, all right, okay, Edge, we get it. So I'm actually annoyed that they've done this because I actually like this role. Good, great. I'm happy. It's like Chris Jericho being in these multi-person matches. Great. Let's
It's a
see you in
good point.
singles. But now it's like, oh, you've got rid of him? Oh, are you going to be like, come on, I challenge you to a singles match. I'm like, no, hey Edge, create your own stable.
But you can't wait for
Do the Brood, Gangrel's free.
But you can't wait for like Fastlane or Elimination Chamber when it's going to be Edge versus Cody for Cody's Royal Rumble win, and it's going to last 2 hours.
I was gonna say, do you reckon it might have something to do with Cody's injury as well? The fact that there's the big babyface hole at the top of the card.
That's a good idea as well.
Apparently,
yeah.
in that news story that you were talking about, one of the things they specified was that it wasn't because of that, which I find.
Who is
Oh,
this
never
thing?
mind. Disregard what I just said then.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah. I think it makes
I
We'll
wonder
sense.
who
see.
reported it.
We'll see if like Edge's main event in a week's time.
Yeah.
With the piped in booze, that does make sense with Cody being away. They want Edge to be back.
Yeah. Almost
babyface.
squashes Cedric Alexander in seconds.
Time to go, Cedric.
Go where you like, but you can't stay here. His celebration is interrupted by those dirty dogs. MVP is angry at them for stealing almost a spotlight, so Ziggler super kicks him and almost chases them off. And they did this on the little stage thing. They brought that back.
Yes.
Oh, it wasn't just a one-off thing.
Yes.
I like that.
I like it as well.
Yeah, I liked it.
But Omos is just going to smash the dirty dogs, isn't he?
Woof.
I mean, that's not what we want to see, is it? Omos just
Yeah, you're
smashing the dirty dogs on his way back up the card.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
No. You want the dirty dogs to smash Omos?
Yeah, I guess I'd rather that over the two things, yeah.
I'm not on board with Omos.
Oh.
It's impressive how tall he is, but at the moment, and I know he's new, relatively speaking, he's rubbish, isn't he?
To quote Shawn Michaels, look at him, Omos. Most expensive piece of luggage in the entire WWE. Just to be carried.
Yeah.
Ezekiel beats Otis before challenging Kevin Owens to a rematch. All right, the match was okay, but then this bit. Owens arrives and agree. Oh, you want a rematch, do you? Why should I give you
It's
one?
inspired, man.
Yeah,
What are you on
yeah,
about?
no. I actually like this bit. All right, Zeke, I'll give you a title match. That's not a title match. A rematch next week. All right, only if you admit that you're Elias. Zeke goes, yeah, all right, I'm Elias. Do it. He admitted it, yeah. He's like, do I get my match? Sure. Oh, great, cool. I was just lying. What? I'm seeing what you do. You lie all the time. No, that's not me. I actually laughed. Genuine laugh after me. Like,
One of those Fraser pops came from my mouth when he did
Fraser
that.
pop.
The Fraser pop. Because Kevin Owens, remember, is a pathological liar. And he's had it done. He's a taste of his own medicine.
I didn't like it as much. Because
Did you not?
why can't Owens then go, all right, well, you're not having the match then?
because you agreed. You can't go. You can't
He's not,
unagree.
what's his sign?
His
He's not-
word is his
Ah,
bond.
No, it's not.
Verbal contract.
It isn't how it works. Oh, dear. Just want rules. I just want consistency.
To Judge Judy. Look, I agree to have this match, right? Oh, she retired now, isn't she?
Yeah,
Never
they need
mind.
to go to small claims court. That would be good.
I Judge Rinder.
Yeah.
Ugh. The main event is a number one contender four-way match between Doudrop, Alexa Bliss, less spooky than usual, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley.
What is the crack with her? Because she's still got that doll.
When she's got
pop punk.
when she's got the doll, she's not spooky. When she leaves the doll behind, then the spookiness comes back.
Right.
Don't worry.
I've missed the last couple of rows I've got.
Oh no,
with
this
me.
was ages ago. I think we all just ignored it because it was terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
It was at the very end of the whole psychology angle or the psychiatrist angle.
Oh, right.
God, yeah.
But that doll she's got isn't the real one.
No, but it's got the stuffing of the original doll. Why are we even having this conversation?
You not read the Wikipedia page.
Apparently, I'm like an expert on
Yeah, well
the
done,
lore
Joe.
of Bliss.
But whatever it is, she's just lost a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
I thought she'd come back
Hey,
like,
Joe, it's me.
Alexa Bliss, but it's just like, all right, she's there.
She's been slapping fools about like there's no tomorrow.
But
Winning
here,
matches?
in this four-way match, the proud new babyface, Rhea Ripley, she absolutely squashed Doudrop, that big bomb she does. She won, crowd cheering.
She was the right result.
Judgment Day joined instead on Bianca Belair commentary. Ooh, babyface versus babyface match.
What are you on about, babyface versus
No,
baby?
The crowd love Rhea
The
Ripley.
Judgment Day are heels, man.
However, Matthew.
Officially.
Play the game.
Officially.
Rhea Ripley wins. Yay! Oh, the crowd hates that.
You also thought that Seth Rollins was the face for a bit, and I was baffled.
Again, because the crowd cheered him.
That's not what makes
crowd-
Oh, they just sing
loved
along
him.
with his song. They don't cheer him.
No, get in the ring out. And they go, yeah, we love it when you do that.
Did
No, they don't.
Well, they don't anymore.
They never
They
have.
did for a while.
They never have.
Never have, Matthew.
This is
Objection.
Fabrication.
This is Bull Shark. He used to say the crowd would cheer for him quite a bit. They don't now. Anyway, what do you think of this match?
Good, yeah.
Good. I thought it was clear Rhea Ripley was going to win because she was just doing everything at the start. It was like building
Yeah.
her up again. But yeah, it was good. And the Riptide was good because she did like a second lift on the way down to prove that she properly lifted her up.
She's very strong and good. My girlfriend, who was doesn't really
He's also
watch,
strong and good.
Yeah.
That's just where you're going with this. God, I hope so.
Who doesn't watch wrestling much anymore, really.
all right.
She used to be a fan of in the Ruthless Aggression times. So she loves, at the minute, if I'm watching it, she'll go like, oh, Bobby Lashley. He's the only one she likes. But she was like, if I was watching this now when I was a little kid, Rhea Ripley would be my favourite wrestler. I was like, oh, fair enough. It's a good shout. Because she is different. And you know, my girlfriend likes Linkin Park and that. So for young alternative lasses, she's probably like the hero.
Yeah.
Hero.
Yeah, proper goth like.
Yeah.
Lovely. NXT 2.0.
The noise all the goths make.
Oh, that's what we do. Oh, it's a fellow goth.
Go to hippie green in the middle of town, everyone's going.
Oh, man.
Oh, great the
I
filth.
can't believe we're only up to NXT, man.
NXT 2.0.
I was going to go on a big walk after this, you know, after work. And I was gonna chart my route past a nice pub so I could stop for a pint on the way
You
home.
can still do that. They're open late.
I will still do that.
To
but
Thursday?
I wanted to get away before it got too cold
Oh,
outside.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It just says, no joke here. I just missed jacket time.
I really do. I thought this
Why?
watching it. I don't know. I just missed them. I just
What
thought-
about them do you
I
miss?
found- I think
Was it the pooing?
I think I found this. I think I found this episode of NXT a bit dry, and I think I wanted more wackiness.
Kavorka.
Yeah, no, it's just
Va-va-boom.
silly. Yeah. What
What
he
is
French?
va-va-boom?
Yeah.
New North American champion Carmelo Hayes opens the show.
What are you saying that with a T-side accent for?
Carmelo.
Do you know what it
Hayes.
is? I didn't mean to do it, but now I have to do it. Because that story about Joey Hayes.
Who's Joey Hayes?
Joey Hayes is a
The
UK,
UK
wrestler.
wrestler.
The story that what goes around that wasn't the name he picked, but when he was just starting off the business, the guy said, "Well, what's your ring name?" And he sold him in a strong Joey Ace, ACE. His accent, Joey Hayes. So now, whenever I see Hayes, it comes out like that.
Right.
I'm very sorry. Thank you, Joey Hayes. Carmelo Hayes opens the show, but is interrupted by Solo Sikoa, who is interrupted by Grayson Waller. Hey, it's Monday Night Raw. The heels beat Solo down. Later backstage, Solo says he wants to batter both of them tonight. If anyone wants to team with him, they can, because he's a badass.
Yeah.
And the crowd love him. The shed
He's
love
great.
him.
He's really good.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're going straight to Carmelo to Solo, which is
Yes.
what they should have done.
No messing around.
No.
No.
I thought it was a pretty basic promo from Carmelo.
A little bit.
Just calling people scrubs and that. He's better than them. Well,
You know, he says basic things very well, though.
he did to him very well. I also liked how Solo said, we do more fighting than talking in NXT 2.0.
No, he don't.
Since when?
Clearly missed the last little bit of black and gold when it was really boring.
I pulled that sweater back from the edge. Like it was nearly out. I was like, whoa.
And then, right, because I didn't get Roddy Strong, Undisputed Era Roddy Strong, for the longest time. Because I just thought he was naff and rubbish. But then it turned out he's like the college jock who was like really cocky. But like, so cocky he can't see himself from the trees, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Is that what we're getting with Grayson Waller? Because
Yes.
is he painful or on purpose, or is he painful just because he's crap?
I think at the start of his heel push, they thought the first thing you said, which is that no, whichever one, he's serious. But then I think gradually they've realised he's not got that much momentum behind him, and now he's fallen more into the Roddy Strong cocky mould.
Yeah. So he's meant to be crap.
I think
This is
so.
what
Yeah, I
you
thought so.
You got no mates.
I mean, he did.
I don't know if that's good or not.
He did lose that multi-man ladder match by
Killing
dying,
himself.
and then
God, he recovered from that
was,
all right, didn't
that
he?
was the finish of the match. Was Trick Williams and Carmelo was going, Jesus Christ, he's lost this match so hard.
That's how the match ended. I think everyone just packed up the ladder and goes, look, we'll just do this another time, lad. Just
You know, and like you see videos from like in America of like someone does something mad in a street basketball game and everyone just runs onto the court. That's how that match ended. Everyone was like, I've had enough. I'm not going to top that.
Have you seen that video of the guy says, I can do this on concrete. It does the flip and he completely messes up and lands on his own head.
no.
And a guy in the background sees what's happening and just runs away. There's nothing to do with it. He's like, ah! He's so sickened by the violence on display, he just runs. Anyway, JB. No, what do you mean? JB.
This
disgustingly
was-
beats Von Wagner.
This was up there with Hogan beating Sting and Starcade in terms of
Yeah.
bad decisions. Yeah.
After Fallon Henley
I disagree.
distracts the referee and Brooks Jensen slips him a cast to use.
Fallon
Von Wagner,
Henley?
everybody Von Wagner has touched recently has been fired. That's like the Nick Khan effect. Josh Briggs remains employed.
Oh, Ross, had you already left by the time we decided on Fallon Henley's new entrance theme?
No.
Because we stole your little bit about her when she was nothing compares to the
Riding a horse.
thrill of riding a horse.
Yeah.
So, you know, Cody's entrance starts with wrestling, only has one, well, more than one role. I think hers should start with nothing compares to the of riding a
No, it
horse.
goes, does anything compare to riding a horse? No!
You've ruined my idea. That was my idea 2.0 and you've made it too obvious.
I thought this segment was unbelievable. It was one of the
Really?
swerves of the century.
Oh my God.
Because the last time I was watching, because I've missed the last couple of NXTs as well, unbelievably. So I feel terrible for doing that, but I have.
The hybrid era could be coming to an end.
BJ's hand was legitimately gone,
Yeah.
and he's come the swerve to just knock down Come Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wonderful tactics.
Bloody hell. BJ feuding with Come Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, Wade.
He's feuding with all three of them. This is why I miss Jack at time. Because he beat them. He saw them off because she does out the company now.
Yep.
And now he's he's hit his ceiling with JB and BJ. They're too hard for him to beat. Oh no.
one.
Oh no.
Because his gimmick is wanking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Wade's asleep. He needs to rest after all these puns, so he would say something.
It was pretty basic big man match though, wasn't it, for what it was? Yeah. That's
yeah,
the
it's
one-
dangerous putting these two in the ring together.
The one
Yeah.
saving
Wow.
grace for
Oh.
Cum, as boring as he is the fact he can do all of his moves really well. But in this match, you're just like, oh, two big lads doing big lads things. Until the cast came off, and then all bets were off.
Whoa.
I can't believe it. Are they like up with the Mysterios for cheating? Fallon Henley and BJ.
I don't know, because Cum hurt the hand, didn't he?
They did need revenge.
Cum got his come up and see
They
it.
did, yeah. Whereas Via's really didn't deserve that on Raw, yeah.
Nah,
No.
come up and say.
Come uppance.
Yes.
You don't lose it, that's all I'm saying.
Backstage, Thea Hale is welcomed into Chase University. Yay!
It's a great decision. She's made a really good call.
What was her name, sorry?
Thea Hale.
Thea Hale.
She could have gone to Stanford or Duke, or she had loads of like
Brown. Nah,
Oh,
that's
that's her
Chase.
from the breakout.
Yeah,
tournament.
she had
That's
all
right.
the
Oh yeah, because you missed right. Yeah.
all the
She's like,
colleges.
where am I going to go? And we're like, well, she has to go to Chase U. I'm like, how funny would it be? She goes, yeah, I'm going to Brown
go to
University,
USC, mate.
or Duke or whatever. And it's like, we see her for like 6 months when she gets time off. But no, they obviously went to the office and go to Chase U. Pretty Deadly
Wait, I don't know
arrived.
if she was in the breakout tournament.
I remember there being
I
someone
thought
who
she
had
said, no,
all
she
the-
didn't. What?
She just had a vignette where she was like, I'm in high school, but I'm also training at the
I
performance
thought she
center."
was in the tournament.
I don't think, maybe she was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
I'm a no, to be fair, I might have
No,
got that
whatever.
wrong.
Because Fallon's was, well,
Fallon's was the horse.
Her breakout was
No,
the
they gave
horse.
all these little vignettes so they
there
know.
was
Oh,
Kane and Lita's daughter.
yeah.
There was Tatum Paxley, who loves the gym.
She hates people.
There was the businesswoman. And then we've also
Businesswoman.
got
Glasses on,
Oliver
yeah.
Cromwell's
Gamer.
involved in NXT
Oh,
now.
yeah. Well, Oliver Cromwell controls the Come Tuesday, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty Deadly arrive and mock her. So, Andre goes, oh, can you show? Oh, you know what? You're right. We look silly. Oh, it shows your belts. Oh, wait, you guys lost them. Oh.
Got him.
Got him. So they challenge him to a match later on. Later, Bodhi is found dead backstage.
I didn't
for
say- did I
what
say
might be the third time that he's been using this angle.
Bodhi
where
gets beaten. Bodhi gets battered everywhere he goes.
Bodhi is useless, isn't he?
he's like last night's fish shopper. Yeah, he's just
But he-
battered every
he-
time he's on TV. He's
he-
getting beat up.
But he does try, as we'll see. Tries. He does try.
You should probably call him Bodhi Wayward.
Oh,
Oh.
Scathing.
Chase has to wrestle a handicap match. Bodhi bravely crawls down the ramp to join the match, but Thea stops him and gets on the apron herself.
and Andre's like, I'm not tagging you.
Andre doesn't tag her in and loses.
I thought
Honourable defeat.
the shift in Andre's performance from, the fun-loving teacher with the cutting edge, obviously, to the arse-kicking machine in the early stage of that matchup
Yeah.
was fantastic.
And again, it's definitely one of the four pillars, and they get just how over it is.
Yeah.
Steve!
Bosh.
Pete!
I'm really
Chase you! The shed loves it.
I'm really starting to think that he is the Mizawa of the four pillars. He really is the best one.
Have you done like All Japan shirts yet with your stuff? With Andre,
Four pillars.
Andre Chase,
Well, come Tuesday's
Joe
Tower.
Gacy,
Come,
the other two.
come
Comes
Tuesday's
the
Tower.
foundation.
comes. Oh, they're holding him up.
Comes the one that's holding the four pillars up. And the four pillars are going to be Andre, Joe
Tower.
Gacy. Who was
No,
it?
what Tower? Why am I saying the real
Kabashi!
No.
That's way funnier.
Sorry, I was just saying that come Tuesday should be the Tower because he's massive. Come Tuesday, was Gacy one? Is he not anymore? Is he lost killer status?
I think
Begrudgingly,
Gacy's got to
yeah.
be on there.
It was
LA Knight
Gacy.
was one of them. He's gone
Come
now.
Gacy, Andre, and who was the fourth one?
Well, it was LA Knight.
No,
Oh, God,
So who's the
Great-
new one?
No,
Rest
no.
in peace.
Who?
F.
Maybe. Wendy Chu.
Wendy
Oh,
Chu.
Wendy was
yeah,
our
there we
replacement.
go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Okay.
Get them. Coloricshop.com.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no shame in the defeat for Andre Chase in that circumstance there.
Yeah.
He needs to sort out this Hayward fella, though.
He's massive. That's why he should be good. He's really built. Yeah.
Nathan Frazier takes on Santos Escobar, accompanied by all of Legado del Fantasma and Tony D'Angelo's gang. The henchmen try to get Santos to use a crowbar, but he refuses, but ends up losing. So later, Tony tries to intimidate Carmelo Hayes backstage. They did it, but it doesn't really work.
Carmelo's like, no, you're not very good.
Yeah, these segments were like, hey, you
So
should
there
do
was
the
the-
thing that we told you to do.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you should do it.
So it's not really
That's it.
working because the Santos has to do whatever Tony says. He's his leader, and he didn't use the crowbar, and he paid the price, I suppose.
Where's the bits where we go, okay, go to the shop and get me some gabagool?
Yeah.
What are those bits?
Polish
Yeah.
my car.
Hey.
Yeah.
At least have them dress up like them.
That's it. They show up like,
Yeah.
no, you need this. And it's just doing the workout.
When they pulled
onesies.
him in the car and he was like, oh, get those £1,000 suit- God, get those £1,000 suits off now, get your ring gear on. I thought they were going to go like,
Oh, from El's Kitchen.
get those suits off and get our gear on, because
Yeah.
our gear's better. Oh, all right. Sounds a guy, all right.
I heart Italy.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It needs to be more of that. It was really disappointing.
What part of Manhattan?
You want some?
Yeah. They're doing elocution lessons with them. Hey. No, hey! Oh, see, that's hopefully what we're going to get. But again, they've taken all the stuff that we like. He's not even a four pillar anymore. There must be more than ones there.
Tony
D'Angelo.
was one, yeah,
Yeah, he
Tony,
definitely was,
yeah.
but he's not because they've turned him serious.
So we've got a rotating cast of four pillars we've learned.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you updated with who the four pillars are at any given week.
Yeah. Anyway, Bron Breaker.
I did
oh,
like
go on.
Tony being the Sicilian Jim Ross, though, where he's like, get that topi out your repertoire.
That was weird. Yeah.
Might.
Do less cool things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, it's just him telling them what to do, isn't he?
Yeah. In a serious, dull way.
But not listening. It was really disappointing. NXT 2.0 let itself down with those segments this week.
Thoroughly let down.
Be better.
That'd be a good wrestling name. Be a better.
Be better.
Bron Breaker.
Almost as good as Robert Mugabe Priestley. What a time that was.
No Mugabe again.
Mugabe Priestley.
It's been 3 weeks since the last mention of famous dictator Robert Mugabe.
Oh,
He's
just you wait.
back by a popular demand.
Just you wait.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bron Breakker heads to the ring and asks who's next. He's answered by, well, you'll never guess. Oh, no, it's Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I would never would have guessed.
Apollo says that he has unfinished business in
He's
NXT.
not Nigerian royalty anymore.
I was going to say, he wants to eventually win the title.
Aziz is nowhere
in
to be
Project.
seen
The crowd were very, very happy to see him.
because they're actors.
And he was being very...
Sorry.
And he was being... Not, what's the word, realistic, but like... Yeah, not playing a character. He seemed very... like everybody else who's gone to NXT and got...
Yeah, it was a
like
less-
Natalia getting the Masawa pop when she went down there last time she was there.
It's a less gimmicky. Yeah, gimmick.
Yeah, that's gonna be given. And again, the fact that he's just lost his accent, which so did like. Sorry, we just heard from above Apollo. Vince McMahon doesn't think the thing's funny anymore, so just whatever.
It's weird because we heard at the start of NXT 2.0 that Vince and Bruce were having more hands-on with the creative,
Oh no.
which seems to have died down as we're sat here in
right.
June. My God, it's June.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought there would have been more consistency between the two brands because that was one of the things we were saying. It's a good thing, honestly, because then we won't get call-ups like insert name here, changing the gimmick completely. There'll be more consistency, but that seems to have gone out the window now.
Yeah. I agree.
But you know what? Apollo Crews, pro wrestler, fine.
I thought it was interesting as well how he was like, I left NXT too soon the first time. I felt like a shoot comment.
He really did.
Yeah.
Like I can barely remember anything he did in NXT.
Well, this is kind of the most interesting he's been in like since the Nigerian
Yeah.
drum man. But no,
You
yeah,
know that fun fact: the last time the IC title was defended at a Super Show /
That was
pay-per-view
that?
was that match.
that was about 2 years ago.
WrestleMania
year-
37.
1 year,
Well, a year and a
ago
half.
then,
Yeah,
okay.
not a year and a half.
One a year and a bit.
Yeah, year and a bit.
Still a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably still that way. With Ricochet, still got it. Just saying, pal. Yeah.
Until
Joe.
tonight,
Oh.
Yeah.
Gunter.
Yeah.
It's got to happen, hasn't it?
Aye. No, I think he's got he's got a good chance against them.
Ricochet is like the second top babyface, isn't he, on SmackDown? They might have him do the David and Goliath thing.
Going to be like, you think Cody Rhodes is injured, mate? Oof, you ain't seen nothing yet. Joe Gacy and his Druids get a video package where Gacy says, we'll see his Druids wrestle next week. He calls them the Dyads.
Dyad.
Dyads.
Dyads. D-Y-A-D. Did he?
Dyads, yeah.
Dyad.
Dyad.
What does that mean,
what's
Richard?
Yeah, what's a Dyad?
I'll Google it then.
It's a Die Hard if you're not very good.
How are we spelling it?
DYAD.
DYAD definition.
Yeah.
Something that consists of two elements or parts.
Bollocks. It's just
like
because
a
there's two of them.
tag team.
It's just because there's two of them. So any tag team's a dyad.
Boom.
Yeah.
You never guess what Uso means in Samoan. Brother?
Well, yeah. Did you not know that?
I didn't know for years.
That's why they call each other Oos.
That's
Yeah.
why the Usos, the brothers.
You know,
Amazing.
down since
like
day
bro.
one-ish is because the brothers, twin
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Does
didn't
it
know what
mean-
Uso
You know, if
meant.
you say just incredible really fast, it sounds like just incredible.
Yeah, I don't think that's as obvious as Uso.
No, it's not. It's not.
Sorry.
I thought it was a cool name until I realised it just means
Yeah.
brother.
I think it's still a good
You know,
name.
Guerrero is Mexican for warrior.
Wait, actually,
It's Mexican, sorry, Spanish.
maybe I didn't.
famous language.
Maybe I didn't know that actually.
Which one?
Do you know
The
that?
Guerrero one.
Right.
They would say it a lot on commentary.
Would they?
Yeah.
Do you know Rey Mysterio? His
Yeah.
name isn't actually Rey. Rey is king.
King Mysterious.
Incredible, that.
Yeah.
An operator which has a combination of two vectors. That's another definition for a dyad.
Oh well. Can't wait.
So, do you think it'll be Dyad 1 or Dyad with a Vengeance?
Oh, boo. Boo.
Look, I've not got a lot of Dyad jokes.
I appreciate the effort.
Thank you. Speaking of effort, in the final of the breakout tournament, Roxanne Perez beats Tiffany Stratton to win a title shot of her choosing. Cora Jade happy to present her with the contract after the match, but Toxic Attraction interrupt. Mandy warns Perez that challenging her would be a bad idea, and they have a brawl. But it's actually not like that, though, is it? It's because
What do you mean?
Cora just stands there like, oh, I'm getting things said. And then
Wait, Cora
Perez,
or Perez?
No, Cora seems to be just stuck there going, oh no, we're getting talked about. And Perez went, I'm had enough of this, and then started fighting.
Yeah, I
I thought that
mean,
was a good sign for her.
Cora's meant to be a big sister, they said, but it's Roxanne, you're right, who's taking the lead, yeah.
Indy Hartwell runs out and helps Babyface clear the ring. Backstage, Tiffany Stratton rants about losing, so Wendy Chu throws a drink in her face.
Yeah, Wendy's an arsehole, man.
an arsehole, man.
Such an arsehole.
By the way, I was watching
Wendy Chu's violence.
Yeah.
Big Tiff.
sorry.
Big Tiff Stratton is the next breakout star in the women's game.
Okay.
I was watching this match and her footwork is impeccable. The panache in which she hits moves, she just looks like a wrestler, like a modern wrestler. I think she's fantastic.
I'm worried for Lacey Evans because she's gonna fill the Lacey Evans spot on the main roster.
She's not in the army. I wasn't.
No,
in the
yeah,
army.
she wasn't in the army. Yeah.
Therefore, she
Or
can't.
on Raw.
Or SmackDown.
Yeah. Or any brand.
Maybe I was written down. Look at me getting all serious and wrestling journalist. Like maybe she needs to learn to sell a bit more. But there's a real winner here. That's what I wrote.
There's a real winner here.
I'm an absolute arsehole.
Wow.
Vic, after Mandy said her bit, going, "What kind of a woman is Mandy Rose?" I was just like, she's told the truth, hasn't she? It's all downhill from here now, pal. Oh, I'll get you. What kind of a woman is she? After Wendy's thrown a drink in a lap. Oh, that was just before, wasn't it? Shut up, Ross. I'll just end it.
Good point, Ross. Albert Fry beats Tatum Paxi in a singles match.
Fire. Have I written Fry?
Albert
It
Fry.
says F-Y-R-E. Oh, it is fire.
Like Don Fry.
Yeah, look at that.
Sorry.
F-Y-R-E.
Fire.
Yeah. Fire. Is it
Oh my god.
Is it F-R... No, F-R-Y-E.
No,
It
it's
says-
F-Y-R-E.
it says fire.
Have I? Which way have I spelled it?
F-Y-R-E.
Have I?
Yeah.
So I got it right, thank you.
Yeah, you got it right. Fire. Alba Fire. Scottish Fire.
Maybe I'm getting dyslexic the more I get old. Don Fry beats Tatum Paxi in a singles match. There's a
both
tag
grab
match
each other and
legend
just-
afterwards, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that there? Who's that? Oh, it's Sam. I didn't recognize him for a second.
You know, I was thinking, okay, cool. We've got Katie Ray doing this. Revamped, got a new name, because obviously the smell of Triple H is all over, and WWE hates that. Fine. And then Last Legend showed up. I went, oh no.
It's a shame, isn't it?
What do you mean? Slash Legend.
No, it's more expensive luggage, isn't it?
Oh. I learned why she's so tall. Apparently she used to be in the WNBA. She used to be a basketballer.
Wait, what did you just say?
I learned why she's so tall.
That's what I thought you said.
Because I was just always so baffled by how tall she was. And I've learned now why. Because she was always doing that talk show. And then I remember her and Nikita Lyons had their first stare down and she was up there and I was like, whoa. But I've learned why, so it's fine.
I thought
Are you kidding or not?
No,
yeah, a little
she's
bit.
massive.
She is really tall.
she is massive.
Yeah, but I know why she's tall.
It
Because
was
she did
always just a
Is
little
that
bit
how
of
it
a-
works?
I was always just a bit taken by surprise by her being so tall. And now I've
okay,
learned,
okay.
maybe learned why isn't the best way of expressing it. But now I've learned, I can't think of another way of saying it.
You're adorable, Jack.
Thank you.
I thought Alba Fire showed shades of the Queen here.
Charlotte.
No. Big Liz.
Elizabeth II.
Queen.
Go on.
Thin Lizzie. Because the way the finish went with her, like, setting up Tatum for the finish and then Tatum rolling a bit and her going, and what? Bosh, halfway across the ring.
That's like Queen Elizabeth. Our Queen.
That was like when Titchmarsh
Oh my God.
was like,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
there has been one constant upon the heartbeat of the nation and the heartbeat of Queen Elizabeth. And the Queen's just like, and what?
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Just like Alba Fire.
That was
Titchmarsh
worth
came-
everything negative.
Titchmarsh came off the top rope and Samoa Joe, the Queen, just walked off and let him crash. There's been a big argument upstairs over the past few months about whether Paddington Bear's a good lad or not. Because Fraser and Atkins are always like, Jack, you need to watch Paddington Bear the movie. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch Paddington Bear the movie. And then I was like, isn't he a Tory? And they were like, no, that's Rupert the Bear.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. And now I've been proven right. Paddington is a Tory because he did a sketch with the Queen. Did you see it?
Wait,
He's
a
part of
Tory's
the Conservative
Paddington
government.
Bear.
Hang on. No,
Sketch
I know,
of the
I saw
Queen.
that, but I thought, wait, if you like
And
the Queen, you're a Tory?
advocated the privatisation of the NHS. Well, he didn't do that last bit, but he went, thank you, Mum, for everything.
Did you not know that he's a foreigner?
Paddington?
Yeah.
He's a British bear.
So you haven't seen Paddington Bear?
Where's he from, like?
The jungles.
No, of course I didn't watch
somewhere.
Paddington Bear.
Oh,
Is it good?
what? Too good for you.
Apparently so.
Whatever answer I'll give you, I'll make you watch it. No,
Where's he
it's
from?
rubbish.
Where's he from, like?
I forget. Damn it. It's been a while.
Richard!
But
No, it doesn't matter.
Tuna.
But what time is it? Because I feel like
Oh, God, the
no.
longest.
I've stolen Fraser's charger next door, and if he has to go home, I don't want him to feel
Oh,
like he
it's
has
only
to.
10 to 4. We're
Oh,
fine.
right then, off.
Shutting the lights off.
He's not
Anyway.
allowed out until 5:30.
Backstage,
Chop Fraser.
backstage, Malik Blade and Edris Enofé challenge the Creed brothers to a title match, which they accept. Ooh. Roddy Strong berates Creed. Okay, this is all right. Roddy's like, you guys were great. We thought we were going to split up, but we're not. That's awesome. Fantastic. Hey, can we have a title match? Sure. You idiots. You're the worst tag team ever. You stupid people.
He's like the anti-Christian Cage because he did the very opposite on this week's Dynamite. So that's interesting.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel.
For who?
And the light is the SmackDown logo.
Ah,
Because
yeah.
Roddy might have just left the diamond mine there. Roddy has definitely grown his hair out from the badass shaving thing he's had going on for a while. There's a diamond in the rough going to be a male model with Max Dupree. And hopefully it could be Roddy Strong because it's a thing I want to see.
You think Roddy Strong's going to be the male model?
Why would he say diamond in the rough?
I've got to say, Roddy Strong is a very good-looking guy, but
Yes, he
he's
is.
he's not a. He's
A
not.
model.
He's not a Max Dupree. He's not the
Say
right.
it
He's not the.
properly, come on.
He's not the right kind of good
Come on,
looking.
say it probably.
What?
Max Dupree.
Max Dupree.
Max
He's
Dupree.
not. He's not the. Are you going to make us do this every time?
Yeah.
He's not the right kind of handsome.
Plus,
Do you know what I mean?
Dupree has the MMM thing going on, where it's going to be like big lads, isn't it? Must be
Why?
Mace and who else? Roddy, I like him.
Well, he
He's
changed
not
his
a big
name.
lad.
Changed
He's a
his name.
technical
What,
wizard,
change his
though.
height? Is he going to do women's NBA as well?
He's the maximum technical
Is
wrestler.
Roddy Strong short? I thought he was just normal height.
Yeah. But
but
he's
they're all
normal
gonna be-
height, but
but
he's
in
going to be
wrestling,
against
yeah.
Mace and everybody else. And I think they're big lads.
Yeah, but it's not called maximum male models because of the biggest males. It's
I
called,
thought that was it.
No, it's because his name's Max Dupree. Maxim.
Damn it. We read a report, we read a report, didn't we, that said that
don't
there's just
know.
going to be big lads. That's
Well,
gonna
I'm reporting.
be... No, I've been lied to. All right, fair enough.
We'll have to see.
I've been trying to use logic with stuff they've said and reported, and it's actually wrong. And you're just going, he said diamonds are rough, it's really strong.
Maybe
it's
it's
gotta be.
MJF.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
all this needs. Anyway, the mysterious and stylish Italian man from the vignette is revealed to be Fabian Eichner,
Yes.
who's been redone, having just inexplicably left at the sweet tag team he was in.
Well, he got left behind.
No, well,
Wait,
there was a very minor disagreement one match,
Oh,
and they just
yeah.
walked out, and it was so abrupt.
Yeah.
I went, all right, and then he went to SmackDown,
Why
and I guess
didn't they-
I like to think that he came back and was like, all right, guys, I'll just admit there was some issues. Where have they gone? Oh, they've left me. Oh,
I think for realsies, though, I think it's because he plays a big part in training folk, doesn't he? You ever look
Okay,
at
I've not
those
heard that.
when they go to India and stuff on those big scouting recruitment things? Fabian Eichner's always
Does
there.
he?
Yeah.
I was not aware. That makes a lot
That's
of sense.
that's what I've read from the.
And you know what? I'm actually interested in seeing him because he stood out so well.
Is he not going to be in Maximum Male Models?
He could be
Because he's come back as a model. effectively.
Giovanni Vinci. I think that's how you say it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a big fan of John Cena because he fears nothing and regrets less. That was part of his thing this week. Drives a Ferrari. Got a lovely bit of facial hair going on. I hope we get to see a bit of character because he was a fantastic wrestler, but he didn't
There
show
was
anything,
nothing.
did he? No.
Yeah, the gimmick was being all stoical and stuff. So yeah,
And
No,
looking
I'm
like
hyped.
the base creator wrestler before you've done anything to him.
Yeah.
And you know, he does a lot of overseas work. You know, who else does a lot of overseas work? Pan Bear from Peru.
Peru.
That's right.
Wow. Home of Norberto Solano.
Oh, good old Nobby. In the main event, Solo takes on Waller and his partner is revealed to be Apollo Crews. Hey! And the good guys win to close the show. And God, Apollo like was on the time of his life there.
Yeah.
Oh, that finish. Wait, he caught that young boy. Spanning around in that powerbomb. That young boy who's 32 years old. I was very nice moments in the match with Waller, especially. I've not said he was a bit naff earlier on, but he was good in this match up there.
But I think he's supposed to be.
He
that,
really
so-
reminds
Yeah.
me of Austin Theory when he was in The Way. Like he's a bimbo, basically.
Throwback, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, or himbo as they call them.
Or is it always I'm an influencer, I'm this and that?
That's kind of changed a bit, hasn't it?
Well, no, because his graphic,
was a pest, wasn't
his
he?
Chiron has his like Instagram
yeah,
and
it
Twitter and
does.
stuff like that. So
He stole LA Knight's car and beat up Johnny Gargano before he left. So his
Wow, it was a while ago.
the kind of the range of his heel activity is massive. Like he does
Yeah.
the petty stuff.
He
and
was a
the-
pest as well for a while, just going up all the lasses going.
right,
He's
yeah.
a pest as
What?
well. Yeah, I
Yeah.
went through that phase in WCPW. They gave me that character for a few months. It wasn't a fun time, actually. Bad. Do you know how awkward it is to try and flirt with a clearly uninterested wrestler who doesn't want to shoot this promo? Really
Very,
awkward.
really awkward.
Yeah, very awkward.
as awkward as the title for
God
this.
bless Katarina Lee, or whatever she's called. Katie Lee Burchill. She took it well. She was.
Oh, bless him.
And Melina, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, she did take it well.
Bloody hell.
Wait.
God.
In the closet. Huh?
She beat me up.
Oh, right.
It got cut from the
got cut
show
from the- yeah, 'cause-
because it looked like I'd assaulted her. Do you remember this?
No.
I'll tell you really
You beat
quickly.
Melina.
No, Melina beat me up.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Jack coerced Melina to go into this closet, this like storage closet, and all you hear is like, get off me, and out comes Jack with like holding his head as if he's been
Yeah, so
slapped.
I've been trying to get with all the women on the roster, which is a great storyline. I've loved it. Went from managing the number one contender to this. And then but the last one I tried was Melina. And I believe in the script, it was that finally, out of nowhere, one of them's actually up for it, and she like drags me in. But she wasn't up for that, understandably so, because I looked 12 at the time of recording. And so then I go like, oh, can you help me out? There's like this cupboard, and I'm like, oh, can you help me get something in the back of the cupboard? She walks in, the door shuts, and then you hear like, oh, what are you doing? Get off me. And then she batters me, and then I crawl out. She comes out and goes, damn kid, and like storms off. And I get crawl out, and I'm like, that was a mistake. And then we go back to the office, and I was like, please take that out of the show. I don't want that going on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was
I can see why. Bless you. So it's
Really?
Sean Rossap drama in WCPW.
So then the next year when we went to Orlando for Mania 37, me and Pachita filming like a vlog at WrestleCon.
Oh, yeah.
And we go over to Melina's table and she's like, the pervert! I'm like, no!
And 15 people turn around and goes, what?
15 wrestlers. Who, me?
Yes, you. It could be more, it couldn't, other times there could be more awkward, Jack. It could be AW Dynamite, more titles than Idi Amin. That's a good one. I like that
Just
one.
gotta get the African
That
dictators in
ignored
there.
Kyle O'Reilly wins the opening
He had
Battle
loads,
Royal.
but have you seen Idi Amin's titles?
Oh, no, yeah, it's like
He's got the longest ring name.
Yeah.
Well,
last eliminating Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, yes,
Will
the
go on to
Battle
face
Royal.
John Moxley main event. Austin's the match, Swerve Strickland eliminated Keith Lee, and it was some nice little bits here. It was a casino Battle Royal.
but the Joker was Andrade.
The Joe was Andrade because he's been away since Darby Allin.
Well-
no, that's not true. No, he was on the pay-per-view with
Yeah.
Roosh coming in.
He's been bit on the arse there as old TK with all these surprise debutantes in the Joker role. So I saw a lot of people online saying, oh, Andrade, it's a bit underwhelming. Because, of course, we're like Pavlov's dogs, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Us wrestling fans. So maybe if we don't have all the surprises all of the time, we wouldn't be so disappointed
Well,
when we don't
if that's your mindset, you'll hate the rest of this week's episode. So I know they're in a bad situation. It's like, all right, we have to really scramble for this. But considering it was Moxie put as this guy who's going to be the gatekeeper and take on someone, and the massive pop for Wheeler Yuta because they had that career-making match from Wheeler Yuta,
Yeah.
and the rest of the crowd were like, oh, Wheeler's going to get this. That's great. Can't have
Yeah.
too big of a star, but not too little. It's going to be worth something. So Yeah, it's going to just be a match for the sake of having Moxley going there.
But,
fine.
but Moxley and Wheeler
then
have already had a long match. They could have had another one, to be
you could
fair.
have rematches. It's
Yeah.
all right. Kyle O'Reilly winning with no momentum apart from kicking the crap out of Darby Allin. I was like, okay, John Moxley's definitely winning then.
He's won a few matches, hasn't he, Kyle O'Reilly?
Getting a
Yeah,
bit
but
of
like,
a push.
there's no. His group's getting a big push. He's not.
He got it. Well,
He had
the
a
win over
match-
Darby Allin made me think he is.
He had a match on a pay per view that had 1 week's build.
It would.
That's
yeah.
and people going, if there's 3 or 4 matches take off the show, this will be one of them.
saw you were nasty about that match on Botchamania. You did the Mortal Kombat.
Not again, not at the match.
X-ray
Just,
and-
Darby
Looked nasty.
being Darby.
Yeah, it looks like it hurt.
Good.
Oh.
What do you think about Battle Royal?
There was a couple of highlights. Oh, Swerve Strickland looks very good in it. And then he called Keith deadweight, I think it was, on Twitter. Scathing.
It's a Battle Royal to run for himself.
But then again,
You're all
his,
right, Jack.
his name is...
Just rubbing my chest for
just
some reason. Sorry. And I didn't mean to be making eye contact with you as I was doing it as well.
Yeah, Dad.
No, God.
Spoke about Melina as well.
What did Melina call me?
Keith Lee getting rid of Archer like he did with the bomb. The
Oh,
that was
yeah.
very impressive.
That was good.
One thing that needs cleared up for me is why a lot of people weren't in this match and why some people, like, I don't want to pick on him, but he's the name that came to mind straight away. Why the hell's Tony Nese there?
Oh, you
know what I
hate
mean?
Tony, you.
Make up the numbers.
What,
You took offence at Tony about 5 years ago because he counted his abs on the way to the ring, and it's never, the grudge has carried on until this day. Well, fair enough.
and what?
What, he earned it. He lost
To
to
Danhausen.
Hookhausen.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the show.
Shouldn't have been there,
Of course
should
he
he?
should.
You laugh at him because of the name of his finisher, the running niece.
And the fact he's called Tony. Cruiserweight champion called Tony. Tony lays carpets, I famously said back in the day.
He did, I.
But what was I going to say? Why were people like that in the match and then someone who would realistically be in the world title picture, which this was all about, remember? Why weren't they there? Wardlow we found out, but that makes no
Oh,
sense.
that's good. I actually like that they actually
no,
came.
it
Well,
makes
no, the
no
fact that they had an explanation. Oh, well, we'll go on to that anyway.
Yeah,
but
Wardlow's
I
a
get you. It was a
stupid
mid-card
boy.
battle royal
Yeah.
with some people who could win it. I'd like, they had the final four on, well, obviously Kyle O'Reilly, Wheeler, Phoenix, and Andrade.
Yeah.
And just, Phoenix could do this.
I
That'd be nice.
really
And
thought
then
he was going to.
yeah, that low blow mid.
It was really good, that,
I liked
like,
it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Right. Commentary tells us that the All Atlantic Championship, another new title. What? There'll be a tournament. We just had two.
They
to
do tournaments
decide-
all the time.
Yeah, to decide the inaugural champion, with the final happening at Forbidden Door. It's the All Atlantic Championship. So
We-
they showed the flags on it.
So
There
now
was the
a little-
UK, there was the Canada, there was America, and there was the Japanese flag on it.
It's right in the middle of the Atlantic, don't you know? It's,
Yeah, hang on.
It's in the Pacific.
Yeah, hang on.
It's not the Atlantic.
you go on the plane from UK to America, you stop in Japan and then
Yeah,
fly
you go
over.
around to Japan, then you go to America for a stop off, for refueling.
In our
Is that supposed to be like European Championship, but different? Or like,
I mean, I thought just looking at the brackets and the fact they had the flags on the people competing.
yeah.
I think we both heard.
I was about to say in our podcast group chat, there was a disagreement over what the point of this spell is.
Yeah.
It seemed to be like it's for people who aren't from America. But then
Oh.
in the promo package, Tony's like, to represent the fans from all over the world. And then they show Bryan Danielson. And I think Wardlow as well is in there.
Yeah, they're American.
So they're American. So what is the
So it
point
was
of this?
almost a Eurovision title.
Yeah, with one exception, yeah.
Yeah, but then it wasn't. But it didn't matter because in the first round, Pac beats Buddy Matthews in a 205
Oh,
live.
it's like the Ashes. Get in.
Death Triangle House of Black have a stare on afterwards. Oh, both of these lads are just jacked on.
Yeah.
This was absolutely fantastic.
They've been drinking the milk, these two.
It was really
Abs.
good. The flips as
Abs,
well,
yeah.
the athleticism, the strikes.
bumpity bump bumps.
Yeah,
Buddy's
all very good.
sell of the DDT while tangled up on the ropes
Yeah.
is the closest I've seen to someone rivaling Pac's sell of a DDT.
Oh,
Pac was the
Out
one
Pac
doing
Pac.
that. Yeah, no, out Pac.
I think of Pac selling DDT by doing that, like when he flips over.
Oh,
And
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Oh, so regardless of the weirdness of the style being introduced, at least this match was good. Those trios titles, are we getting them again? No?
Probably.
Yeah,
He loves all the belts.
he does. This was the most AEW show to ever AEW, though it has to be said, with the crazy booking
think
and
he
the crazy
needs-
titles and the debutant, getting that later on. It was, wow.
When Cody left, and obviously not all of Cody's storylines in that were like, I'm thinking of like the Agogo one, like they weren't all
Yeah.
good. But I think Tony's lost that voice in his ear that isn't about the smarkiness of modern wrestling, but about the razzmatazz and the old school of the storytelling.
Yeah.
Because not every feud has to be about a belt.
Right.
It'd just be two blokes who hate each other.
And also, you can't have too many bloody tournaments.
And you can, yeah.
It feels like for the last year, there's always been some sort of tournament or some sort of title eliminator going on.
From the TBS,
Owens,
women's title,
the Owens
the Hart
Hart
Foundation, two of them.
And it's not even like, right, you got like 4 rounds of the tournament because there's always a preliminary round as well. I'm like, well, just make that part of the
the
tournament.
qualifiers.
Yeah,
matches.
qualifier.
Like it's become too much of a crutch for them. Like it's getting away from the story. It's just we'll do a tournament. They're easy to book, aren't they? Oh,
But this very important title that we've just introduced with no build.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Enough tournaments.
We start with WWE.
It's the most excessive show I've seen from them quite some time. And then Trent Beretta cuts a promo asking for a rematch with FTR for the Ring of Honor tag titles because he was cost the match by Jeff Cobb and the great O'Khan, who hates perverts. So you need to watch out, Jack.
No, well, first, two things.
I would argue
first
he
of
is
all,
one.
hang on, what? And secondly,
Great O'Khan was out in that news story a
he
while
is
ago
pervert.
because he.
Oh no,
he's not a pervert.
He hates legal. No, he is. He's just a legal one. He's just one within the parameters of legal
He
activity.
was in Vegas. That
He's a
doesn't
legal.
count.
He's a legal pervert.
Legal pervert.
We
the Great O'Khan.
went. 3 of us went to Vegas. None of us
Exactly.
engaged in those sort of activities.
That's what you think.
We didn't ride a giant dick, did we?
I didn't get whipped by a dominatrix. That
Anyway,
day.
I didn't
he
grab a
hates perverts.
stripper's arse in public. Did you?
FTR arrived.
You must have.
And say that maybe Trent should blame, quote, Will Ospreay's bitch boys. Ooh, they're interrupted by Will Ospreay.
That shocked me.
Wow, that's convenient.
That did shock me.
I didn't even know you were here. How convenient. How weird's that? Oh.
That was.
This is awkward. I'm sorry, Will. Boy, I would hate for a giant cheeseburger and there, bitch. Oh, get in, Anyway, Ospreay acts as a distraction while Aussie Open and Aaron Henry?
Hanare.
Who's
The one
he?
who chopped me in Japan when I lost because I hate Tanahashi. So, because I lost the predictions contest to Sam because Tanahashi beat Omega. I told this in the Hall of Fame segment. I was like, oh,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
realize that was that guy.
have to get chopped by him.
Aaron.
He used to be called Toa Hanare.
There's a guy called Aaron.
No, he's
in
Aaron
wrestling.
Henare.
Aaron's don't wrestle.
He's a good lad. Me and
Aaron's tile roofs.
me and him did. Me and Sam and Richard filmed a series of vlogs of our experience in
I
Japan,
remember.
and I'm off my face in one of them doing the haka with Hanare.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice man.
okay.
Ate lots of chicken.
Good.
Oh,
Protein.
good for him.
Not
yeah.
from Tesco.
No, not
Oh,
From, like-
too soon, Jack. Too soon.
Sorry, I should have mentioned the C word.
Oh.
Hang on.
Anyway, hey, Will Ospreay, what I'm told is one of the best wrestlers in the world by people whose opinions I don't value, is here in AEW.
Wow, I'll just get out then, shall I? I'll just leave.
Wait, you said you're watching New Japan.
I did 3 years ago when Ospreay was the best wrestler in the world.
There you go. But yeah, he's here. And again, it's... Everyone else sees Will Ospreay as a huge deal. I'm surprised that it was just Ospreay and and these other people at the same time.
I thought he'd be, if he was going to come out, they'd be in the
Big
main
him
event.
up.
Yeah.
Or like, oh my God, Will, Will. And it's just,
just
it's
Will
Will
and
and some other lads.
Well, Ospreay's got a
Will
weird...
and the bitch boys. Like, all right.
I want the bitch boys versus the ass boys. That'll be good.
They bring him in to do.
Yes.
Put them together.
Yeah.
Bitch asses.
Scissor my
Finally,
ass.
Ospreay takes on Billy Gunn. Yeah. So again, just okay, fair enough. A lot of stuff happening at once.
Well, it's New Japan's like seeping in, isn't it, in the build up to Forbidden
been
Door.
done,
I don't know why I said seeping and not my normal accent. It's all seeping in. So
I like that word though.
I'm going to need Tony Khan to inject AEW with a lethal dose of poison. That needs to be a storyline in the next 5 years.
Captain New Japan coming down.
Captain in New Japan. I did do an Irish accent.
Yay! You fell for it.
There you go.
Hangman Page beats David Finlay, who's also from New Japan.
Yes.
With Adam Cole on guest commentary.
It's like the later stages of a computer game where the village that it's set in has started to become infected gradually more and more, and it gets darker and more monsters are about in the streets, just in the normal bits where you're usually safe. That's what it's like with the New Japan lads.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd try and...
You're getting good
a
now.
lot-
These
well,
should
a lot
always
of
take
people-
3 hours to do.
A lot of people did say that now Ross is back. They were like, can't wait for Jack's video game references to drastically reduce now that Ross is back. I don't feel like I have to. But I did one there for you.
It's great to just see it with me and Tom are just talking about Sonic 3
Oh,
for
I
ages.
watched last
and
week's
then Jack's there with
Oh,
like...
I'm well aware.
Jack's there with like, the Moby Dick in the corner going, screw this.
I had to
And then
turn
he
off.
finished this book.
I had to turn off last week's podcast. It was unwatchable. I'm back here to save the podcast,
Please
everybody.
don't do that. Stop it.
All these video game noises I don't understand.
So you made it to the end. So you got through at the end. Oh, that's
just
all right.
the end I'd turn off.
Oh, fair enough.
They turned off the end.
I just didn't know what was
Despicable.
going on. These noises. Beep, boop.
Hammond cuts a promo and says he has a lot to say about losing the AW title. But not tonight.
It's far less harsh than I thought it was going to be.
There's more than one world title in wrestling. He's calling out Okada. Cole interrupts and says that his good friend Jay White might be championed by Forbidden Door. Cole says he did... Wait, really? Has Jay White got a shot? This is had a Dominion.
I think he's beating up Okada or something.
That's the Dominion man.
Is it the main event?
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Might be
God
championed by
Richard's here, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Do you still watch it, do you, Richard?
I'm going to try and get back into it.
Oh.
Aiden watches it still for the news, but I don't know if it's more of like a job for him than.
I just find it amazing, like the downfall it's had.
Yeah.
It's not been good through COVID.
And I think this would have happened anyway since AEW arrived and took all their audience, all their Western audience.
Yeah,
But yeah.
the big hole left by the elite, I guess.
Yeah.
You've made that sound very dramatic.
The big hole left by
Big
the
hole
elite.
left by the elite.
Cole says he deserves a title shot far more than Page because AW revolves around Adam Cole, baby. Hey, you said it, mate. But yeah.
So does that mean that maybe Page will face White and Hangman will face and Cole will face Okada? Maybe.
I
Or some
think.
sort of tag team affair.
No, I think they'll still do Hangman versus Okada because it's stylistically a good matchup because they both do lariats.
Yeah. You know, I'm realizing now they're doing an interpromotional pay-per-view. Typically, when Japanese companies have had their wrestlers going over, there's issues with who loses what.
Yeah,
So
well-
I've only just realized that might be a thing. That, like, historically, it's only been like,
Well, I
okay,
mean,
yeah, but we'll lose, but this has to happen.
You
this
might
has to
recall
happen.
that Kushida won the WCPW Pro Wrestling World Cup, for example.
That's one example.
Because we weren't allowed to beat him. So,
That's what I've heard.
but he was class though, so I'm not going to begrudge him that.
Yeah.
And I think it worked in a funny way because everyone expected us to have Ospreay win, but
Because
Kushida won.
wins and losses mean a lot in
But
Japan.
I think
in
I think
the
Tony's
Atlantic
got
Japan.
I think Tony's got quite a bit of leverage here. Like I think if I'm
We'll
really
see.
honest with myself, I think Okada will beat Hangman, but I think like Moxley will beat Tanahashi.
Okay.
But then Moxley is also a New Japan guy, isn't he?
Yeah. So they'll be all right with that.
Is
'cause it's
Tony
like-
Khan an NJPW guy?
I hope so.
probably
This
watched
could be a really miserable show for
Well,
him.
but I mean, like,
Tony probably prefers Noah or something. Doesn't
Tony
he?
shows up a big Japan shirt.
Yeah.
if they are bartering, like, and
Yeah.
New Japan are going, oh, we're not letting you win. Is he just going to go, all right, then, it's just a pleasure to be working with you, sir?
Well, it'd be interesting. That's part of the intrigue, I think.
Yeah,
Really.
you know
Just
what
to
Jack
see-
said? That is the
yeah.
intrigue. Like, what is going to happen with the booking of this?
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, beg your pardon.
Can I
interviews
just say the
Wardlow.
footwork of young Finlay was fantastic. I'm not being I'm starting. That's all I do now when I'm watching wrestling is look at the footwork.
I can tell.
And he's
If
got
you're noticing it, then it must
such
be a
a
good thing.
lovely wide stance. And Jim Ross on commentary just goes, he is surprisingly good.
Because he's not the most
The
built.
son of Fit Finlay is
Yeah,
surprisingly
I
I
good.
thought it'd be rubbish. Tony Schiavone interviews Wardlow, who says he refused to be in the Battle Royal because he only wants to beat one man for the AEW title, CM Punk. It says here in brackets, stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's stupid.
How so?
Because if he wins the Battle Royal, he
Yeah.
goes on to face Moxley. If he beats Moxley, he goes on to face one of the Japanese lads.
Oh yeah, well,
If he wins that match, who's he face? CM Punk.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, yeah, they do the interim fight. Yeah, okay, like UFC does. Fair enough then. No, I actually thought it was a nice reason for him to get out of doing the Battle Royal because they're clearly not going to have him go that far.
All right, you AEW stan. It's clearly not getting through to you.
we still stand.
It's like, no, I don't want to take on the interim champ. I want to
We're
take on
big
CM Punk.
WWE fans this week.
Now, all those coming for the belt, he should have won 3 months ago the TNT title. Scorpio Sky tries to charge the ring, but his pals hold him back because he's injured. Smart Mark Sillig tells Ward to offer his attacks on security and says he can either go to court or face 20 security guards in an elimination match next week. God, I wonder which one he'll pick. says
Imagine if he
he.
picks court. You know the song 99 Problems by Jay-Z?
Yeah.
There's a bit in it where he goes like, the policeman pulls him over in the story time. He goes, I've got a few dollars, I can fight the case, or I can bounce on the pedal, like drive away basically. And you're expecting Jay-Z to speed off because he's cool, and then it's like, I'll fight the case. And I'm like, this is what it'll happen if Wardlow decides to just turn up in court. He's gonna beat up 20 lads.
Yeah.
Wrestling is good how that's an option. Like, we can either go to court or wrestle.
Yeah.
Wrestle
the same.
20 men who will be
Lose.
rendered unconscious with one blow.
And I'm sure they said it's
They'll all fall and hit each other.
Yeah.
I'm sure he said it's elimination rules as well, so I assume they're going to go one by one.
no.
So that's not in their favour,
One
is it?
powerbomb.
It's
two
like
powerbomb.
slobber
Yeah.
knocker mode on an old SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Backstage, the Young Bucks want a tag title shot, but the Hardys interrupt and point out that they beat the Bucks. Surely they have a bit of claim.
Yeah.
Jurassic Express arrive and Christian Cage sets up a three-way ladder match next week. Jungle Boy seems a bit unhappy. Oh, God, they put the Hardys in an actual ladder match. This is the thing that we were like...
I didn't even think
I
of
was
that.
like, oh, no.
I was too distracted by what an awful manager Christian is.
Yeah.
Give the man a
Roddy
break.
Strong would have already kicked them out by now.
Yeah.
Give Jeffrey Nero Hardy a break.
What's
For
that?
goodness sake.
Jeff got banged up at the pay-per-view, did he?
Ladder match!
match!
Hey! I bet he has a subdued performance and doesn't do anything reckless.
I think he'll do one big spot.
That's still too many.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Bless her. Again, hey, it's AW. Again, it's the most AW show possible. What's that? A random gimmick out of nowhere. Yay!
What's that? Oh, the match.
It's not a ladder match for no reason.
Well,
Like,
Christian loves
why?
ladder matches. He's part of the history.
He's not in it, though.
He's part of the history of the stip.
You geet.
Well, he's being a bad...
Show what you bloody wrestle.
Imagine if it ramps up enough. So he's like,
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to take on every other tag team in a 10-on-1. Like, that'll be great.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa successfully defends the AW Women's title against Marina Shafir.
What's that about? What's that noise for? She's the problem.
That was the noise of the crowd going up to go buy a shirt.
Oh,
We are currently making more noise than the crowd did
Yeah,
when she came out.
they go completely silent for her. She's not been established. She's not had. I mean, she's had matches on TV, but the crowd stunningly quiet.
Hey, that's quite nasty, that, lads.
I'm reporting what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I think all of her stuff. 99% of her stuff has been on Dark and Dark Elevation.
Yeah.
And I'm not catching. I don't know about you two, but I'm not catching that on the weekly. It's not part of my regiment of watching wrestling.
I pay more attention to the commentary than I do the matches anyway.
I think she got put in a bad situation from the start when she was up against Jade Cargill. Because it's like, he is a big bad heel, but he is a bigger, badder heel. And she's beating her, and that's it.
But again, it was just the fact there's that much going on. They didn't have time to put a little promo package in going, oh, here she is, what she's about. Same with David Finlay. I think that match would have gone over a lot better if people like sort of, because I don't watch New Japan, but I know of David Finlay. I know a little bit about him. I know he's Finlay's son and whatnot, but I don't know much else about him.
man.
Right, I'm with you.
Can't believe Finn Juice is over.
I've heard of Finn Juice.
Finn Juice.
Yeah.
Well, that's over now.
Yeah.
Because Juice turned on him.
Oh.
I think he joined the Bullet Club Juice. We've got Bullet Club Juice Robinson.
Tony Storm weakening his mind.
Yeah.
In the words of Paul Heyman, women weaken brains.
Oh, Mickey from Rocky.
I was about to say your
Women
favorite film of all time now,
legs. Yeah.
Rocky 2, yeah.
Oh. Was that from It's
That's
one
what
of the
Rocky wants. It
Rockies.
goes like women weak legs.
That's
He's
from
telling
when,
Rocky to not get distracted by his
How I know
Adrian.
How I know that is when Spike Dudley calls out Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's got Molly Holly next to him. And Paul Heyman's like, women weaken brains. And down comes Austin.
Anyway, after the match, Marina attacks Rosa, but Tony Storm runs out to make the save and hands the champion her belt. Oh, that's nice of her.
Oh. Hands it back, but does she want it back? Oh. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does think. Yeah.
Oh, it was
Mystery
a bit,
solved.
bit of an awkward match that didn't really get going, but that's because the crowd just went into it and didn't help things along.
Yeah. and so much stuff, like Matthew said, had happened that they were probably a bit burnt out by this point.
Yeah. And then John Moxley beats Kyle O'Reilly in the main event and will face the winner of Tanahashi versus Goto for the interim AW
He
title.
will face Hiroki Goto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, Goto.
It was a good match, but it was just, Moxley's winning.
Nah.
There was no tension. There was no way in hell. Kyle
If it had
was winning.
been Yuta, I'd have maybe been more.
Yuta,
like, if I'd been more like, hang
invest
on.
in this.
Yeah.
There's a reason. If it doesn't, Kyle, it's like you're like the third. You're like down here.
I think we
He's
knew
really
that, though.
good, though. I like
It
it.
was still a really, really good match.
Yeah, of course.
Still a good match, but
William Regal on commentary shouting, Cornish hype!
Cornish hype.
Which is a move like the hip, he uses his hip and thigh. Apparently that's called Cornish hype. You don't see that in wrestling much. I love it, he says.
yeah.
Imagine if Moxley slowly becomes, loses everything about him and just becomes like Johnny Sane. He's just getting out of things and. that'd be
When he
funny.
shouted Cornish hype, all I could think of was Tabs.
What's that from? What?
The hype thing. Next hype. That
Oh,
fella.
Temper T.
He's called
Tabs.
Tabs. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the next hype.
The knee drop that. Call there. Was that important?
Not anymore.
The knee drop that Kyle did onto Moxley when he was in the ropes. Like he snapped his leg. Devastating that was. That's all got written there.
Yeah, fair enough. It was good.
That gave Regal the collie wobbles. I'm so scared of him. I've got the collie wobbles.
Stunning, isn't he?
He's really good.
I wish I was here last week when he was going on about his luscious hair and the Californian wind. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh. He kept going.
I missed that. Oh.
It was speaking to Jericho. It was on Rampage because Jericho was on commentary. He was like, "Look at me with my hair in the California wind."
Does he fancy Excalibur or does he not like him? Because he went from being like, "Hello, man in the mask," now he's like, "Oh, you look scrummy, scrummy,
I
scrummy."
think he's infatuated by
Yeah.
Excalibur.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just having a good time.
He is.
Everything's
He is, yeah.
positive. A really weird episode of AEW. I know
Yeah.
they're scrambling for stuff, but it is like the most excessive bits of AEW that other people make fun of it for. Like, okay, yep. You know this would. You know someone else would be good at the show. What? An editor.
Yeah,
So
they have too many toys.
yeah,
The roster is way too big, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it's harsh, but they do need to sort it out.
yeah. Sorry, that.
Sort that, Tony.
Your else was too long.
This segment.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what can we do? We've done a good thing there, boys.
Yeah.
We've reviewed
Everything.
Dynamite,
Hey.
Rampage,
Hey.
SmackDown,
Hey.
Takeover,
Hey.
Hell in a Cell,
Hey.
Raw,
Hey.
NXT,
Hey.
Dynamite,
Hey.
8 things,
WCPW.
9
Talked
things.
a little bit about it. Yeah.
Jubilee.
Paddington Bear.
Peru.
Yeah.
Idi Amin.
Idiot.
Next segment.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Let's have a little look in the mailbag. Hello, gentlemen, from Sunny and Hot.
You missed it hot.
Hot was in capital letters, and because it's wrestling and all the so we got HOT. Oh, one of that stands for.
HOT.
Yeah, hot. Going to be 45 Celsius. Not kidding here this week, but it's the desert.
Sunny
so
and hot where?
So no humidity, and it will drop considerably down to 25 at night. Arizona.
God, that was the whole prefix. Wow.
Imagine it being 25 degrees at night time.
I can't.
I could not.
Wait, have they transcribed that to Celsius?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hope you don't have that marked yet.
On
Oh, the
map.
We'll get that later on. Will admit, shamelessly sending in this email to get Arizona on the board. Yes, it's working.
Get in
and
Arizona.
get my wonderful cat.
That's Bella country. The Bellas are from Arizona.
Thank you. Wonderful cat, Calypso.
Calypso.
But we call her Sweetie on the screen. She's 15 this past month, and I've had her since she was about a week old. She and 2 others were found on the side of the road at the end of May 2007. I helped bottle feed them, I should say, and immediately bonded with her, which we all know isn't easy. Hey.
Oh, no, you got to earn that trust. What's that like that?
I had never had a cat before, but I'd say she has done okay for herself, smiley face. Oh, baby cat.
Good for Calypso.
Aw. That said, what was something in wrestling that you didn't expect to be over with you, but was? My example, Cody Rhodes returning to WWE. It was the worst kept secret, and we all knew he was coming back at WrestleMania. I did not expect to care much, if at all, but the moment we heard wrestling is more than one royal family, I popped and was genuinely excited for his return to the Fed. Love the show, even all the way from the western desert of the USA here in Arizona. Sweetie and I wish you all the continued success. Love the channel and all the shows. Big fan of Weirdest Episode of, Lost Media, WTF Moments, and I know it's not alcoholic, but still, Botchamania.
Hey.
Thanks, lads. Jake, Altasitz of Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you very much, Jake.
Can I try and pronounce the name, please, for a
course
little
you can.
challenge, as Ross says?
Yeah. So, what was something that you didn't expect to be over with yourself, but was or is?
NXT 2.0.
That's
yeah,
a great
you're
answer.
probably right, I guess. Aldersits.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you just messed it up.
the
'cause
characters.
After Hot before, I thought you messed
No,
up.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
NXT
The characters are
2.0.
hit and miss, and segments are weird, but when the wrestling's good, it is great.
After the bleak winter period where the novelty is worn off
Yeah.
and it was just crap for a while, it's then evolved into NXT hybrid, as I like to call it. And it is the hybrid of cheesy wrestling bollocks, which I love, and also good wrestling, which I tolerate.
Do you not think we're slipping? we're slipping back into a second winter period?
It depends how
because
much
it's
Joe
getting
Gacy there is.
a bit- Yeah, right.
If there's more Joe Gacy, then we're slipping back into the dark winters.
It's a good answer.
Oh, okay. One that isn't that then. Let me over you.
I've-
I'll say Andre Chase was something I'd add to that, but you've already pretty much nailed it.
I think Lucha Underground I was a big fan of for the first 2 seasons, and I wasn't expecting to enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
Rich has gone all Wade Barrett at the sound of Lucha Underground. He bloody loves it.
Oh, did he? Did you go?
I agree.
Thank you. Because it's not the sort of thing I'd typically, because it was so influenced by comics and like superhero-y stuff, and it was all very over the top. And I didn't think I'd really like that very much because I prefer like, I guess the era of NXT, like your 2016 sort of time event when NXT was class. But actually, after that, I went back and watched a bit of Lucha Underground. I was like, even though it's totally different and it's clearly fictional and the cameras are all over the place and everything and it's ridiculous, really enjoyed it for a long time. And then it went too far and got a bit rubbish. Yeah. But yeah, mine would be Lucha Underground, I think. And I really like Dario Cueto. I wish he'd have a bigger platform. Nothing's anything wrong with like MLW and stuff, but I wish he'd have like, I wish he was on AEW as a manager or something. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'd say Roman Reigns' current run, when it started, I'm like, wait, so Roman Reigns just showed up on that pay-per-view the week after SummerSlam. No, wait, that's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, he did SummerSlam and then it was a week after he did that. Yeah, it was a weird period.
He'd turn up late for the match or something.
Yeah, and then he kept on teaming up with, who was it? It wasn't the Usos to begin with, was it? It was someone else.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, no, it was Jay. It was just Jay.
Oh, just Jay, because, that's right.
Oh, yeah, Jamie was injured for a while.
That's right, so he replaced him in the very end and came up. Yeah, I'm like, okay, where's this going? And if I'd known then it was going to be as good as it has been past, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Roman.
That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
that's our hot take. Roman Reigns is good.
That's a good question, that.
Yeah, thank you, Jake, and your cat. Hey, got the idea for this question after watching the news video about Toni Storm from yesterday. Where it was revealed that she's coming for Jack's spot in the Cultaholic roster.
Okay, so on mine and Tom's news video the other day, we were talking about the Toni Storm news where she talked on in the interview about why she left, the one we talked about at the start of this podcast. And Tom was saying, like, good for her. Like, she can do anything she wants. She's young and talented and she can do whatever. If she wants to go to AEW, she probably could get a spot there, and she did, and all this sort of stuff. And I just chimed in and went, she can do whatever. She can come to Cultaholic, be a news presenter. And then Tom made it into me and Toni Storm having beef. So then I just
You can't win, can you?
I just played along and I was like, Tony.
Oh.
Well then. So yeah. Toni Storm will crush me easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one thought otherwise.
I don't want to fight Tony, no.
So if you would be
Wait a
invaded by
minute.
wrestlers...
Well, so we're laughing at Tony Nese for being called Tony.
She's got an eye.
So it's more cool then.
Well, je ne sais quoi.
Okay, fair enough.
Vavavoom.
Again, what is a Vavavoom? So if you were to be invaded by wrestlers who had recently left WWE, that narrows it down to about 200 people, who do you think would you be paired off against and how would you defeat them? Thanks. And thank you for all the entertainment, Alistair.
Thank you.
How would you defeat
So is this like us pairing us off with the wrestler who we think is quite similar in characteristics, or?
Who would make for a good
No,
feud, but
no.
also how would you beat them? Yeah, who would make for a good... Yeah.
Well, me and Braun Strowman are roughly the same height.
That would be such a good feud, though.
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
How would you beat him?
Well, it's power versus speed, isn't it?
Yeah. Just use your speed.
Yeah.
Or your
I'd
power.
run.
Oh, fair enough. I can't think what... I remember once...
You're Braun Strowman. Well, I'm Skinny Fast Man.
Skinny Fastman. I'm Skinny Fastman. Are you quick at running?
I'm not quick at running, but I'm marathon.
Oh, you're a distance
Marathon, not
man.
sprint.
Yeah, got
There
you.
go.
I would go against... As Ross just scrolls through Twitter.
Just checking with the latest news, you know?
It has been 6 hours since we
Report from
started.
Sean Ross Sapp saying that he's reached out to the Dark Side of the Ring creators on the news of the new series. Could be on hold, and they claim there are inaccuracies in those reports. And saying an official announcement should soon be coming.
This has been going back and forth for a while, where everyone reported that it had been, or it was rumored on Twitter, and then Vice came out and said, no, it hasn't. We are doing a season 4. And then now it's WWE and Vice are teaming up together.
Yeah.
Well, there are inaccuracies there, Matthew, and there will be confirmation soon.
Ooh, this is why it's sometimes good to wait a week.
I'll go with Otis for me. Why the hell not? Let's have a fat lad brawl.
No, it's a format. It's released. Got to be
it's
released.
Former.
Yeah. I'll be the terrified Macaulay Culkin to Bray Wyatt's horror movie Nightmare and run away from him and be like, oh, I think that'd be quite good. You remember when he's feuding with Orton and Orton wasn't good at being scared because he's Randy Orton? So he'd just go like, oh, cobwebs, I'd be actually scared so I could do that. But then I'd beat him by waiting for Vince to change his mind about him and put me over. There we go.
All right,
Yeah.
Samoa
That works.
Joe.
Okay.
go on.
2 wonderful husky men, beautiful dancers, fighting machines. And I don't know how I beat him because he's Samoa Joe.
He might get injured, you could hope.
Yeah, probably just offer him a TV role that isn't actually real, and then like lure him into a room, and then have night vision goggles on and batter him with a bat. Here's your audition room, Samoa Joe. Lights off, goggles on. See you later.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could beat him.
We've done it. We did it.
Great answers. Hi, Diddlers. This is your friend Brian from the Valley of the Sun.
Hi,
Here in
Brian.
Phoenix, Arizona.
More
I've already had two
Arizona.
for Arizona. This.
Two
Oh.
Arizonas.
Where I live, it gets incredibly hot in a very short period of time. We know this. We know everything about Arizona. In fact, we've already started hitting triple digits in this dry concrete wasteland.
They love talking about temperatures, Americans,
wow.
eh?
This is all they do in Arizona. To hit the high score of 50 degrees Celsius by August.
No. That's not real temperature.
No.
50 degrees Celsius.
Since the local
It was about 18 today, and I was like, oh.
Since the local wildlife will begin igniting around noon every day soon. I hope that's not
Igniting.
true.
Might be true.
And with the recent wizard turn of one Chris Jericho,
Oh, yeah.
I was
God.
thinking about fire spots in wrestling.
46 degrees on Saturday, 3 o'clock in Arizona.
God.
How do you function?
There's an excessive heat warning.
Personally, I think the best instance of a fire-based spot in wrestling was the table spot at WrestleMania 22 between Edge and Foley. It really gets across the threat that fire represents while putting Edge over as a desperate badass and pushing him to the top of the card for years to come.
Yeah.
What is your favorite fire spot in wrestling? Thanks, Brian from the Valley of the Sun.
Well, Brian, you've had the best one there. You've nicked it.
Ooh. P.S. Matthew brought up how bad the Man with the Golden Good theme is. I did. Give the Alice Cooper version of the song a listen. I know what this is. Thank you. They re-recorded it, but the producers had already picked what was used in the movie. Thank you, pal.
Thank you, Brian.
Obscure James Bond trivia. There we go. What are we talking about? Fire spots.
I think he's had the best one there, Brian.
No, there'll be others.
My favourite is when Kane locks Undertaker in his casket at the Royal Rumble of 98.
Yep.
And Kane does the Undertaker's pose, but because of the way the camera's shot behind him, just looks like he's flicking the veins while his brother burns in his casket.
And then Jim Ross, the casket's on fire. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, in that case, similar. Kane
Setting Jim Ross on fire.
and Jim Ross on fire. And the amazingly overdubbed screams from Jim Ross. And Kane, Austin going, no, Kane, no, don't do it.
That's the
All-time terrible segment.
that's the Deadlock podcast thing I was talking about with
Yeah,
CM
yeah,
Pulse
yeah.
and John Blood. Because then they're talking about how good a negotiator Austin is because he comes out and tries to talk Kane down by going, "You sick son of a bitch, Kane." Anyway.
What was your 5 point?
Edge and Foley, really, but
That's fine.
I mean, I don't know if I can think of another one.
Joey Janela a few weeks ago?
No,
Game
not that
Changers?
one.
Set
No?
his foot on fire.
Not that one
Yeah,
at all.
and everyone went, we'll try and put out with one bottle of water.
I'll probably have to go for Colliery Champion now. I think. No, I don't know if
Wow.
I used fire. I'll go
I
for.
haven't got any heat.
Mine is Edge and Foley, but to be slightly different, I guess I'll go for, because I've just watched it and it was great, awful wrestling. The Human Torch match between Vampiro and Sting, where he set Sting on fire.
The Fiend, when the Fiend was actually on fire.
Oh.
It was a crap, in the middle of
Oh,
some
yeah.
crap stuff, but that visual of the Fiend on fire while fighting Randy Orton,
Yeah.
that was a good visual.
Yeah.
You know what? I liked that match at the time, and I rewatched it with some friends a while ago, and I went, what was I thinking? But you're right, it was a really good visual at the
Before he
end,
turned
but-
into the clearly different body pillow
Right,
thing,
yeah,
what were you going to do there?
Yeah.
Um,
Turn into Bo Dallas, obviously. Yeah. And then what happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
Wonderful bunch of questions there.
Yes.
From Arizona and places that weren't Arizona. Thank you very much for
I
your
don't
thoughts
think
and queries.
Alistair said where he was from.
He didn't, Alistair.
And I recognise the name. I believe, and this is multiple Alistair. I think he's probably messaged him before as well.
I'd say Scotland, me, with that spelling.
Alistair, maybe.
You know what? No matter who you are or where you're from, you can always send us a thought or query or quandary by going to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Hey, diddlers. That's us. I was recently at Lord's. Not a Tory, I promise, it says here. To watch England's men claim their first test win since August 2021 against New Zealand, as well as a standout fourth inning century from Joe Root. Jimmy Anderson was in fine form on his return to the team. The Previous night, I was at Pro Wrestling Eve show at the Electric Ballroom. The double whammy of wrestling and runs got me thinking. That's good. Thinking about wrestlers and their cricketing namesakes. Although I soon realised there probably aren't any wrestlers with a surname Tendulkar.
He's the best batsman in the world
Or
ever.
De Grandhomme, which is German for the big house. So some of these are pretty tenuous, and also that the crossover on the Venn diagram of wrestling and cricket fans is probably very small, but still. Who do you think would win out of these tag teams? Keep up the great work, and thanks for the laughs every week. Dev from London.
Thank you,
very
Dev.
much,
Dev.
Dev. Can you tell I'm not a big cricket fan? This will be fun.
Can I preface this by saying this was the only Reese's Pieces in this week's mailbag? Because we like to appeal to things that would, captivate more of the audience. I can't imagine too much of the people watching and listening now like cricket.
No, our Indian audience is about to skyrocket. So here we go.
Here we go.
Me and Ross know cricket.
Okay,
Ross
we'll go-
probably a bit more than me, but I do know a bit.
We'll go Jack Ross, and I'll just mumble something. Mr. Anderson and Jimmy Anderson
We've done it. You did you predicted the joke.
versus Von Wagner and Neil Wagner.
I don't know who Neil Wagner is.
I've got no idea who Neil Wagner is either.
So I'll go for Jimmy Anderson and Mr. Anderson.
England's greatest ever bowler.
England's number one.
And the World Wrestling Entertainment's greatest ever striker.
Upper mid card.
Yeah. Do you know that he still wrestles like once a year?
Yeah,
And he'll wrestle like last month.
good for him.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. Good for him. Natasha Lyons and Nathan Lyon
Yep.
versus AJ Lee and Brett Lee.
AJ Lee and Brett Lee all day long.
It's Nathan Lyon who's letting the side down on that side of things because Brett Lee's a terrifying pace bowler. So I'll go for Brett Lee and AJ Lee as well.
Speaking of lions, do you guys ever watch that Teletubbies episode with the lion on wheels?
No.
That they apparently took out of syndication because it scared kids.
I can't remember, no.
Do you know that
I do.
Jen's a big fan of. She's a big Nunu mark. She loves the Nunu from Teletubbies.
I remember when MGF said that in his promo.
Nunu.
You're a big Nunu Mark.
That terrified kids.
Wait a minute. Wait, you see it going around the thing and close up.
It ate Tinky
Look
Winky.
at that. Look at that thing. That's a Hall of Fame winner.
Let's see if there's a gif of the lion going around.
It changes, that changes everything. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, the lion's seen it.
Bray Wyatt.
That changed. I've never done a
Yeah,
one.
the eyes are psychotic.
It's
like,
the mouth moving. Oh.
We put that on the screen. No.
I don't know if we'll go away with it.
Flash something of afterwards.
Oh, please do.
Just a still picture.
Eoin Morgan and Liv Morgan. Versus
Owen,
Owen, sorry.
It's Owen Morgan, I guess, but yeah.
This is Gail Kim and Chris Gale.
Oh, Chris Gale and Gail Kim.
Yeah, Chris Gale. I wish I was Chris Gale.
Chris Gale's a terrifying man.
Bunch of hot air, if you ask me. That's not what a Gale is, Matthew. Shut up. I'm trying. I really am. Rich Swan and Graham Swan versus Nathan Jones and Simon Jones.
Nathan Jones and Simon Jones would batter Graham Swan and the other one.
Yeah, but Graham Swan was like the LA Knight of the England cricket team.
No, he wasn't.
He bloody was.
He wasn't. He was the
had
Grayson Waller of the
he had
England cricket
He had
team.
the Kavorka, he had the hair, he had everything.
Oh, he had the hair. Just normal looking bloke, wasn't he?
No!
Graham Swan.
Graham Swan, back in his day.
Did he have weird hair?
Oh, they had a wonderful pomp.
He was a bit of a bully in the dressing room, though. Kevin Pearson didn't like him.
Let me try and find a picture of
He's
his
doing a lot with a little there.
when he had his long hair. Oh,
I've never seen him with his long
Let
hair.
me down now. Oh, God.
Do you think it's someone else?
Oh, no, I'm not. Young. Look at that
With
man when he
hair.
had his bit hair going.
That's
not
quite
long.
normal.
Oh, no. What am I thinking? He had like more of a. Oh, there's a
We're
particular.
seeing pictures and pictures of normal hair.
Short hair.
Graham Swan had long hair.
Sometimes it's a short bag inside.
Look at him, he's Newcastle
Sometimes he's
kid.
grown it out. Oh yeah, I think he is a Newcastle.
Oh, incredible that. What a find. There's a period of time where he had a longer hair. Might have been 2007.
How long's left on this memory card?
Why are you thinking about that? Mustafa Ali and Moeen Ali.
Moeen
Ali. I'm doing horrible here, sorry. Versus Lee Johnson and Mitchell Johnson.
Mitchell Johnson is an arsehole.
Yeah, I can't be booking him to win.
No.
Go for
Having
the
to
Ali.
lose all the time.
Well, he's just an Australian bowler who we hate Australian bowlers.
handled by
He
moustache.
had the iconic. There's a great tradition in in Ashes history of Australian bowlers growing out their mustaches to intimidate the English batsmen. And even though they look stupid, it always works.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah, I know.
He ripped us apart one time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
no.
though he bowls to the left, he bowls to the right. That Mitchell Johnson, his bowling is. But that year it was actually excellent.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he's losing.
So they go, lads, this is it.
Yeah, it's
It all
weird.
starts with Merv Hughes, doesn't it,
Yeah.
back in the day? Obviously.
Like Samson, but with a mustache.
Even one of the batsmen did it this past time, and they won. He got player of the series. The mustache worked.
Mustache of the series. Lance Archer and Jofra Archer versus Xavier Woods and Mark Wood, in brackets, the Northwest's finest.
I thought Mark Wood played for Durham. but
Mark
he might be
Wood's from Ashington.
Yeah.
Mark Wood's from where I was born, so I'm going to go for Mark Wood.
The Northwest's finest.
I'm going to go for
Northeast.
I'm going to go for the other two
I'm
because
I'll repeat what it says here.
I'll go for Lance and Joffre because they're both powerful men.
That is a powerhouse team.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Ian, Beefy, both. Oh, no, he is. And Bruce the Barber Beefcake. What?
Oh,
Oh, no.
cocaine!
I just think the word beef. I just think the word beef's the common theme there.
And cocaine.
This is Jerry the Wall Jewett and Rahul the Wall Dravid.
Who's Jerry the Wall? Oh,
Yeah,
the Wall. The Wall.
A Wall.
Oh, Raul Dravid's.
Hey, Shane Douglas.
Despite being an excellent batsman, Raul Dravid's a teeny tiny man, so I'll go for the other ones.
That is the Cena and Hogan of cricket,
Right.
cricket and wrestling. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Is there going to be a Lammy one as well? Anyway, Freddie Blassie and Freddie Flintoff. Oh.
Stop the car. Stop.
Here we go.
Start the car.
Versus Shawn Michaels and Michael Vaughan.
Shawn Michaels and Michael Vaughan. Both relatively controversial figures, Shawn Michaels and Michael Vaughan.
Oh, relatively. aren't they?
I'll go for Fred. That's pure babyface versus heel. That.
Yeah.
Even though Freddie Blassie's, I'll still go for them. Freddie and Freddie.
Sangha and Kuma
Sangakkara.
versus Ricky Punter Ponton and former NFL punter Pat McAfee.
That is such a stretch. That's such a stretch.
Mate.
Well, I think the second team there will lose because they've not got great chemistry. Because Pat McAfee's got all the banter and Ricky Ponting's got no banter.
He's like a little child, isn't he, Ricky Ponting?
It's like a little child.
Like a little child. Do you remember when he got out that time and he started
Oh, yeah. No bias from us towards the Australian cricket team.
Of course not. And finally, and I always love Reese's Pieces when they always start off with like enthusiasm. Yes, it's great. And then they get down to the bottom and going, oh, God, I'm bored of this now.
Former NFL
This is the
punter.
last, yeah, but this is the last one. Ian Bell and a ring bell or Travis Head and Head.
Travis Head was the one who grew his tash out and beat us last time.
We're not picking him then.
No, I am. He's too good. I'm scared. Ian Bell's legitimately one of my favourite. When I was a kid, he was my favourite batsman.
Right.
So smooth, buttery smooth through the covers. But Travis Head and Head. What about you, Ross?
That haven't said.
Oh, Ian Bell and a ring bell go together.
Okay.
Like a couple of bells. Breaking news on wrestling, by the way.
Oh.
Roosh is on a per appearance deal with AEW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then he was
Just
only
to
showed
prove
up
I'm
to
not
win.
dicking about my laptop, I'm keeping up with the
Thank you,
news.
pal. Appreciate
Because
that.
this podcast is 7. How long have we been going for, Richard Tubman?
3 hours 47.
3 hours 46. Not even that long, really.
I feel every minute of it. Also, before we forget the next bit, producers
Oh,
for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Executive producers, the super spicy cool people. Definitely the people of Max Dupree. This is MMMMMM stable. GTA John, Reno 2200, Noah Anderson,
Anderson.
and Nick Rabi. Thank you very much, you lovely people.
Noah,
If you
Noah.
have a Reese's Pieces or a wrist piss to send to us, you can go to mailbag@colic.com or become a producer, go to patreon.com/cultaholic.
Whoa.
How's that?
Billy Bowden.
He was a show-off him. It's not all about you, Billy.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely long podcast.
Yeah, this one's been long.
But you know what? We've enjoyed every second of it. And guess what? Just a little bit more.
Yes.
Ooh, ah.
Cantona.
Say ooh, ah.
Cantona.
A little bit more.
Crikey. The big question this week. Who should win the interim AEW title while CM Punk rests his crowd surfing foot,
Now, are we
allegedly?
just choosing the 3 remaining eligible people who can win it?
Well, anything
or are
can
we just
happen
going to
from-
open it up?
Anything can happen from now until whenever things get sorted
Well,
out.
Dominion's this weekend, so we'll
I mean, it's all
learn.
right. So Godo and Tanahashi will be sorted out.
Godo he'll be breezing through.
Godo will not be going to
No.
AEW, no?
They've already, Tanahashi's already on the plane.
Yeah.
Go to bed. Because you've lost.
Go to bed versus go to sleep. It's going to be.
Yeah. Go to hospital.
Yeah.
CM
And
Punk.
then after that, a Forbidden Door will have Moxley versus the winner of that. Right. Well, we've got a few weeks, a couple of weeks.
But I think, again, they did stuff having a rampage, and they were like, oh, okay, quick, scramble. Maybe they're going, all right, maybe we can have other people challenge for this. Go, hey, I wasn't in that battle royal. Mr. Moxley, who's just decided so important.
Yeah, they could have that.
I wasn't booked for this because so many New Japan people coming over here and making their debut with no build-up. Mr. Wardlow would like a shot, or who else? Who else wasn't in that battle
Wardlow's
royal?
already chatted himself out of it. With
It's
some
the worst
silly
person I
reason.
could have picked. But Hangman Page, he's already bugging around with other wrestlers.
It would feel like a bit of a step back, I think, if they put it back on.
Yeah.
Well, they're not putting it back on him, but you know what I mean.
Danielson's out for a bit.
I've got a
So-
bonus little question as well.
go
And
on.
then, should they beat CM Punk? Or do we all just think, no, Punk should retain?
I don't know. It depends who it is. Isn't it?
That is a good question, actually.
'Cause I do like the idea of Punk running back the angle with Cena with the 2 belts.
Oh, but he's Cena now.
But he is Cena now.
He's the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
How dare you? He said all this horrible stuff to Cena, and then he went, and you're also a baseball team you don't like? And he went,
What you gonna do when you find out your arms are too short to box with guards, but your legs are too short to jump in the crowd?
oh, no. Oh,
God,
no.
I thought the TV went off there, but I literally looked at that bit there.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
Ross
Oh,
blacking
my
out in front of our eyes. The chicken strikes back. So, wait a minute, are you kidding us? You went out for a few weeks and then you came back, and then AEW gets us. We could have done like a Cultaholic who was the interim Ross champ or something like that. We missed the opportunity.
No, 'cause
that would be
We
perfect.
didn't have long to think of that.
Yeah,
He's back now.
I know.
I can go anyway. Go away.
No, but then you challenge the interim champ, and obviously beat them. Doesn't matter. I'm just talking crap.
I think that, and honestly, I know I slagged him off and that, and he's my Hall of Fame. He's the only wrestler in the world who's not my Hall of Fame nomination. But I think Tanahashi should win, because I think Moxley has already been the AEW champion, and I don't think they put it back on him. Or is
You know what? Because it's going to be CM Punk versus whoever's got that title.
yeah.
Whoever's got that title needs to be a good talker, be a good
Oh,
all-rounder.
that's a good point.
And needs to have they need to do with like a series
Well,
and build up to
Tanahashi's
the
meant
next.
to be the best babyface in the history of New Japan, but
So
he
I'm
can't
told.
really talk much English.
You can go look at my hair and people go, Jesus, look at that.
Look at my air guitar.
Eddie Kingston and Moxley having something while they get that resolved, because we don't know when CM Punk's coming back.
They're friends.
He's like, I'll be back soon. Yeah,
they
but
hang
this
out
is
on the
about.
back patio at John's house.
I just want Eddie Kingston versus Punk for the title.
Yeah.
Because then Eddie Kingston did all these promos where he's going, oh, you wrestled, you can't defend your title because you're hurt. I'm always hurt. Every day I wake up, I'm hurt. I get more hurt.
Oh,
or whatever
Eddie
like
Kingston's
that.
your
Life
new,
is
Oh,
hurt.
he's your new Walter, isn't he? Just any answer to any question, I'll just stick Eddie Kingston in. He's the best one.
I can't argue that.
No, yeah, it is. He is the best promo in wrestling, I'd probably say.
Currently my wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, not Cody Rhodes or Maxwell.
Dax the
I
Axe.
said what I said.
Oh, well, we'll see in another 6 months. Who your
Exactly. Anything can
culty.
Maybe
Yeah.
that should have been our big question. Who is our half-year
We're not there
wrestler
yet.
of the year?
Not there yet.
Oh, no?
Oh, yeah, we'll do it at the end of June, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess at the end of June.
Yeah, anything can change next week. Wow, God, that Joe Gacy, what an amazing turnaround.
God.
What a month he's had.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Just Joe Gacy becoming... No.
Oh, nasty.
But like when Newcastle won those few games in January, February time, turned the season around. Anyway, I would go for Moxley because I think there's a nice story to be told between him and Punk with the history with the Shield, obviously.
Oh, yes.
good point.
CM Punk gave John Moxley his job,
Yes.
called him
He's
Dean
personally
Ambrose.
suggested him, that's right.
Yeah.
Him, Rollins, and Chris Hero.
Well, I mean, in kayfabe as well, I was hitting that there because they were,
Oh, no,
they
sorry,
were, they
yeah,
were
yeah.
Punk's lackeys originally, weren't they?
It maybe would have been, although I don't think they should touch on it now because it's a bit too real. But maybe when Moxley was all drinking and smoking and that might have been versus Punk being straight
That'd
edge.
be really good.
But now I think it's like,
Oh, you're better than me?
but now you don't want to do that when Moxley's been to rehab.
Plus, I want to believe.
I don't know what it was actually for him going to rehab, but I'm glad that he looks fantastic now, as we've said.
Dude, someone described what he looked like beforehand on Twitter as a ripe tomato.
Oh.
You look back and go, God, I didn't realize how bad he
Yeah, 'cause it
looked
was
until he
probably-
came back. You go, oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
probably a
right.
slow
Right.
thing. Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway.
Because I do like, because Punk, obviously, when he came back to wrestling, was like, oh, I'm going to put over the younger guys. And he's done the opposite at the moment, taking the title off Hangman. So I like to think that eventually when he loses it, it'll beat to someone who he builds up. Who that is, I've got no idea.
MJ.
Yeah?
I feel like it's the next champion after Punk's either going to be MJF or Eddie, but I can see Eddie being like the dreamer, like Tommy Dreamer, like he never quite. And I don't like that. I
Yeah.
want him to have it.
Because he's always going to have that sympathy behind him because
Yeah,
you just love him.
yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean. He'd be a good Tommy Dreamer.
Sorry,
good analogy,
sorry,
pal.
Eddie, for comparing you to Tommy Dreamer. Eddie Kingston's way cooler than Tommy Dreamer. But similar role. So I like your Eddie shout, though. I'm sorry I mocked it.
That's okay.
It was good. I don't think Goto actually should win. That's sad. But, you know.
Has he ever beaten Tanahashi?
I don't know if he's ever beaten him. He probably beat him in like a G1 and didn't win the overall thing.
right.
Like, I don't know. I feel like all the top guys in New Japan have beaten each other at some point, but it just depends whether it was for a belt
Yeah,
or
never mattered.
in a tournament. Goto apparently is maybe this is true. I think he's had the most unsuccessful shots at the big one, the IWGP.
Oh.
So he's a bottler.
So he's the Tommy Dreamer of New Japan.
He's like England in penalty shootouts.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. So he's not going to do it. He's not got the bottle. He's not got the nerve.
But you know what? Who has the nerve? The lovely audience who have listened
Very good.
and enjoyed, hopefully, Jesus, this wonderful podcast we put together. Jack, until next week, what have you got for us?
So Weirdest Episodes is short, but it's being edited currently, and the wonderful Luke has got a hefty script from me to get through, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. And me and Owen are back on Twitch. Owen was off last week, but we were back this week, and we'll be back next week as well with Football Manager every Wednesday from 6 p.m. on twitch.tv/cultaholic.
Ooh, Ross?
That All Japan thing I mentioned several years ago.
Oh, yes.
It's actually going to
yeah.
go live this weekend, I've been led to believe. So just need to put the final touches to that. And then the start of next week, there'll be a piece to camera from me about unifications in wrestling. Oh, using the auto cue for the first time. So hopefully I'm not like, and then they did this, and then they did that. Okay, so I imagine it's an awful thing.
We've got a new
get the
auto
hang
cue,
of.
and it's proven to be popular with some and not other presenters. It just depends on the style. It just depends on what we like.
Yeah, I've never ever used one before, so we'll see how that one goes. And then there'll be a tier list next week. I think it might be on the WCPW roster.
You're joking. You are joking.
No, not.
Oh my god.
The ones who haven't been cancelled.
Who's on?
That'll be brief then.
There'll be 3 people on there.
Who's on that one?
You can do if you want, and ask anybody.
Might as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not doing yourself then.
I wasn't a wrestler.
I'm not going to put the YouTube dickheads in, am I? I'm going to put the actual professional wrestlers in.
Oh, what's the fun in that?
I was about.
Yeah. We
I
remember.
won a belt. The
Yep.
DDT. Yeah. Anyway, that sounds fun, Ross. That sounds. Well, Matthew, what have you got?
The Call It Classic SmackDown review. Me and Tom talking wrestling during the weird period where WWE had a period where everything went right for them, and then after WrestleMania X7, it's weird how everything went wrong for them.
Okay.
Very quickly. So
Yeah.
during that period, and it is fascinating to look at and listen. Hopefully, it is for you guys as well. And also a stream on Sundays. Currently reading Hardcore Holly's book on Twitch. So if you're having trouble sleeping, there's that. And there's also, God, it's a boring book so far. And if that wasn't enough for you, would you believe it? Hell in the Smell returns this Sunday.
Sunday.
Streaming live on the YouTube.
Is it 5 or 4? 5? 3?
What, the time?
No, Hell in the Smell.
Oh, it's the 4th one, maybe?
Yeah.
We don't know what number it'll be, but it'll be the
Fifth.
smelliest, horriblest, most disgusting, most diabolical Hell in the Smell you've ever seen.
Who's doing it, Matthew?
Not me, that's for bloody sure.
Hey, it's Adam Pacini. He always loses Hell in a
The
Cell.
most Tory Hell in the Smell we've ever seen.
He's been in all of them.
He's been in all of them.
He
Of course
always
it is.
loses Hell in a Cell.
No, we all win Hell in the Smell.
I
And
think
you
he
can
got-
win.
I think he got shafted, didn't he? Because Tom was predicting Cilla Black to win one of the matches. Me and Jack did that many years ago.
Yeah, but that's because Adam was off when we made the predictions.
Yeah,
and
we did.
you predicted like an albatross will fly down and steal Bobby Lashley and stuff like. It was a really funny predictions video. It was good. Adam
When
lost
we were
that
at our
one.
peak then.
Yeah, it was.
All been
Yeah,
downhill ever since.
we were funny. Like it was good.
We were funny. Well, what an endorsement there to end
Anyway,
the show.
that'll be
This has
streaming
been
live.
Jack.
That'll be
This is
streaming
returning
That'll be
Ross.
streaming live on YouTube, by the way. Hell in
What
a
time?
I
Smell.
did say that. That's great.
I don't know what time. Just look out for that.
Sunday on YouTube, it'll be there.
All day Sunday.
I don't even know if it's on Sunday. Like, might be Saturday.
Saturday.
No, I don't know when it
Don't.
is. It'll be this weekend. Look for it.
Richard, what have you heard? You're down here with the people who matter.
Oh, it'll be around. Keep an
you'll
eye out.
see the channel,
Keep an
just,
eye
yeah.
out for it. That's
We're
the
going to
worst-
end the
it's
stream
worst
by
plug.
pointing at the
It's a
Cultaholic
podcast.
sign.
It's a bloody podcast.
That one there. After the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay! Join us.
Pathetic.
We're not very good at our jobs.